Hello, folks, and we are into day 6 of the Circuito Desafiante playoffs. We've got 4 teams left at this point. Yesterday was a wonderful palate cleanser, actually. Watching the two academy teams kind of go toe-to-toe. Very good high-level gameplay. Narrative-wise, was kind of interesting, but today is extra spicy for me. I am very much looking forward to today, because the narrative today... I don't know. I'm invested in Stella's Cinderella run. Let's put it that way. Stella has been absolutely wonderful. And look, I know I was wrong about Flamengo, but I still think that Los is an excellent team and that they can be very scary if they pop off. So I know the academy teams are top of the table. There's a reason why they're in the upper finals yesterday. I'm still thinking they might be, you know, the big test for Stella here. Hey Ray, hello. Lots of breaking news yesterday too. Red actually just dropped their entire starting roster in LTA South. From what I understand, there might be some translation issues. Maybe I misunderstood, but from what I understand, they're looking for a new head coach. Some people are joking about Nelson as the new head coach for Red. That'd be very funny to me. I said before, I don't think Nelson's a bad coach. I think he just could not work well with like Aegis and that bunch. So they're just moving this over. I know I'm blocking the casters, but this means I can at least see the translation on the side if anything happens. Yeah, Red's having a lot of news around them right now. I hope it doesn't affect their academy team. I think their academy team is doing fantastically, and I would hate to see it affect the academy team at all when they're on such a strong run. It certainly didn't affect them yesterday. They were wonderful. Yeah, but Stella and Los today. Rome Academy, yes. All the Rome jokes that were happening. I actually don't know why they became Rome. Why are they Rome? Rome and Red aren't even that close. I guess they're one syllable words that start with R. And to be fair, saying Rome wasn't built in a day is quite accurate to them. They are definitely not knowing that was. So Belzy said it? Okay. I was wondering about that. Playoffs have been pretty one-sided. There's only one game that went more than, like, that wasn't a clean sweep, and that was Stella versus Kaboom. And perhaps that was foreshadowing for what happened in the lower bracket when Stella came back and 3-0'd Kaboom. So, in an interview, they're being criticized for being a mess. Yeah, you see, that's precisely, ironically maybe, the exact reason why I don't think of Rome as Red as Rome. Because Rome wasn't built in a day, but Rome was being built. Red, on the other hand, feel like they've got all the pieces they need. Like, they've got such a good, robust academy system, but their tier 1 team just... Like, it's been the same for a long time, right? Like, was it 2021 Split 2 was when Greftar came in with Titan and whatnot? So, like, the Aegis Greftar core has been around for a long time. And sure, you can change out the top lane, you know, Skigo into FNB, which was a great choice, I think. Or, not a great choice. It was FNB is a good player to pick up. And I think that part of the change was fine. The bot lane has been kind of just rotating door a little bit since Titan left. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the core of the team is Greftar Aegis, and until you swap that part out, there's no real rebuild for Red. So. But either way, they've dropped Coelho already. And to me, that really says that they want to rebuild more than anything else. Yeah. Okay, Los on screen right now. Super Clever, Steiner, MG, Netuno, Sanghyun are the artists formerly known as Cabby. It's a really strong team on paper. Steiner and Shino both feel like they fell off a little bit from last year, which is kind of surprising because on Fury Academy they were incredibly strong. Even when they were in CB LoL, I thought Steiner and Shino were really good. This split, they've been a little bit quieter, maybe a bit overshadowed, to be fair, for Steiner, when you've got Super Clever and like MG in the mid lane. I'm blanking on the air. Who's their AD carry again? We literally just saw it. Netuno, there we go. Yeah, it's easy to get overshadowed. Netuno's been having on and off games, but when he's on, man. Like, you can see shadows of why this guy was so hyped in tier 1 before it felt like he got burnt out. But Stella, on the other hand, Stella's got a lot of players to be hyped for, and I think their Renegades have been kind of popping off. Ikey. What I really like about Stella specifically is how they've been performing in playoffs. Like, up to even the first round of playoffs and even up against Corinthians, it felt like Stella's individual mechanics were still a little bit questionable. Like, whether or not they could match hands. But you could see them improving between this game and especially between this game. When they played Kaboom, like their hands were on point. So if they continue that improvement, if they play the way they played against Kaboom, I don't think they beat Los Grandes necessarily. It's close. Like, I don't think they get swept necessarily. I don't think they win. However, if they still improve further, then yeah, I think it could be good. The problem is just that Los has a better mid game than Kaboom does. So, I mean, they do throw at times still. Like, Los is still inconsistent. But I don't think they pull Kaboom and just like completely fall apart. I know Cello, I follow Cello on Twitter, and I saw that he was posting, like, you know, it's another day he gets to play. Good League of Legends, he's happy for it. You know, I love that sort of attitude. It feels like there's not a lot of pressure on them. Hey, we kind of get to see draft. It's very last second, but we take what we can get. Stella is adapting, hell yeah. Upgrades, people, upgrades. Stella is upgrading within the playoffs. They are hella scaling. Their current comp is not hella scaling, though. It's not terrible late. I mean, Milio kind of extends Lucian's shelf life, in a way. Like, he can still be relevant later. They're looking for a jungle here. Okay. Yeah, I think Sejuani's a solid jungle. I was wondering, like, they could pick any... Oh, whoops. Sorry. And a screenshot. Oh, no. They keep swapping so fast that I can't quite get my screenshots off in time. Also, my mouse issues are still persisting, so sometimes it like messes up me trying to screenshot or draw or do stuff. Low spin OP champs. Well, let's see about that actually. Right away, okay. Right away, I have a criticism of Los' side, which is that they only have one piece of setup for the Rumble Misfortune. Kalia is very soft setup for AoE, so yeah, right away, I'm gonna question that a little bit. It's not bad per se, but yeah. Rumble, and then we pick Ambessa into it. That's fine. We go prioritize Lucian. That makes a lot of sense. We answer with Kalia. Pantheon was banned here. Vi is banned. Okay, so we're just taking the lone today. That's fine. It's just a good pick. We do the Ari handshake again. Kind of meh to me, but it's fine with the Lucian. We ban out junglers. Oh, actually, wait, no, Vi was not banned. They banned Varus, Gwen, Shinjao. I don't like this. In fact, instead of the Nautilus, you should just pick the Vi there instead. You can pick Nautilus, Rakan, Leona, Rel on the second. Like, there's enough supports that work with this that you don't need the Nautilus there. Okay. Oh, it is what it is. And they banned out supports. Okay. I don't hate this. They went with Milio, and then they picked Sedge for frontline. Okay. Milio, we answer back with Misfortune. Okay. Not bad all around. This comp, to me, if you had gone with Vi and Rakan Leona would be a better drop for me. That'd be a 4 out of 5. I'll give them a 3.5 out of 5. It's still really good. Like you said, you know, OP champs, right? It's still really strong. One piece of setup's not ideal, but it's not terrible either. It is going to be really hard to land the sort of AoE onto this team though. All the champions have mobility except for Milio. Milio is the only one who doesn't have a ton of mobility. Everybody else can dash out pretty easily. So, yeah, 3.5. Stella's composition's got OPs as well, though. I do like the Lucian. I think the Ambessa into the Rumble is a really good call. Ari is generally pretty strong as well. More importantly, I like how their comp functions into the Los Grandes comp. They're not worried about doing the Wombo combo. They're looking to kite around. Scaling-wise as well, they're not going to struggle too much. They can match scaling for the most part. Milio helps Lucian do that a lot. Ambessa will outscale Rumble in the 1v1. They don't have a good answer to Neferi though, so that could be a point of concern for the Stella composition. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to give the lowest comp 3, and I'll give Stella 3.5. I think Stella... In isolation, Los Grandes comp is... They're about the same. They're probably about 3.5. But I think Stella's comp specifically has good answers into Los Grandes. We saw this yesterday too, where if you are loading up on a lot of AoE, you need to be able to land it. And against a comp like this, it's really hard. once the AoE comes out from Rumble, Misfortune, this composition is going to struggle once if they can't get the upfront burst damage. So a little bit risky. No, not a bad comp though. Again, both comps can operate pretty well. Game 1, and I suspect this is what we're going to see a lot in Game 1s now with the sort of OPs available. Game 1, usually both teams will get pretty good drops or should get pretty good drops with what's open. Senna is still open in this series as well. I wonder if we didn't see a Senna pick because we've gotten a Tuno and Cello. I actually think Lucian number 1. And then to me, Senna number 2. And I know some people would even say Senna number 1 because of the nerfs to Lucian and his dash, which is fine. I think that's these two are the top 2 AD carries. The fact that we're seeing Misfortune here is kind of, yeah, feels like a AD carry wants a bit more agency sort of deal.
Do lado da Stellai, dash da Ambessa, dash da Sejuani, Ari, o próprio Lúcia. Então tem muitos dashes, a tendência é que consiga funcionar legal.
Aí vamos ver se essa
like I said, we'll kind of figure out how it rolls, mechanically speaking. I think Los is kind of favored mechanically. Again, their comp, you'll know within the first 3 seconds of a fight whether Los are favored in the fight. Literally, if they can land the wombo combo, they're golden. If they can't, then things get complicated. We're a co-stream. I don't have to be completely objective. I'm not in the first place. I am a infamously Penzechi-based guy for the LTA South English broadcast. I am cheering for Stella right now and the Cinderella run. I want to see them win. But in my head, Los are still like, I know they're not the final boss, but in my head canon, they are. Like, I don't think Los can beat Red, but I've said this before. I don't think casters need to be unbiased. Like, as people, we can be subjective and biased. What I do think we need to do, though, is when we are casting games, we do need to present both sides of the story. We need to make sure that we are being fair to both teams. Yeah, exactly. That's why when people call me biased, I'm like, okay, I am biased. But if people tell me that, oh, you know, I'm being unfair to a team on broadcast, that's usually when I'm a lot more careful about what I say. It's a co-stream, though. Like, this is a co-stream. Like, this is not even like a... Like, LTA South is a co-stream, but it's kind of like we treat it like a broadcast. But here, this is my stream, man. Go Stella. Go Renegades. That's a good start already. Chunking out Netuno. It's too late for Netuno to base as well, so he's literally starting this with half health. This is another reason why I like Milio Lucian, is that you can play more aggressively than Nami Lucian. Nami Lucian level 1 is actually kind of weak. Milio Lucian's a little bit better. It's not amazing either, though. A lot of this early pressure was just Cello and Cavallo being aggressive with Nukio being in the area at the time.
O que fez de diferença aí já era, já não tem mais.
Good trade back from Netuno talking about. People love Atlas as a caster, but he panders so much to popular teams it bothers you. Yeah, I think that's the risky part, right? And look, you know, the popular teams are popular for a reason. So it's hardly a surprise that some of the broadcasters are gonna like those sort of teams. But yeah, it's why I have very mixed feelings about casting pain games. Like, I love casting pain games because I love the team and I hope that my passion comes across when I'm casting them. But also, when I cast pain games, I'm actually very careful. If you actually check, like, I've actually sat down on my VODs before and like had a timer to time how much I was talking about each of the teams and how much I'm like talking up the teams and down the teams. And what I actually found was that I often am more negative about pain than their opposition when the game's being balanced. And I think that's because like I overcompensate a little bit at times. But thankfully for me, Pain's a good team, so most of the time they're winning. So there's not like a lot of like trash talking or bad negativity for me to talk about. So yeah, no, I did that once before because I was accused of being biased. So I actually wanted to make sure that I wasn't being biased. So I actually just sat down and actually like, checked myself. This was back in 2023, 2022. It's about 2 splits before we did the official Riot broadcast. I did that. Yeah, I also found out I talk way too much sometimes. Like, I try to keep my segments like the less than 60 seconds usually when I'm casting, before I throw to my co-caster, but yeah, back then I was going too long sometimes. I still do sometimes, but I try to keep it like down a bit. I'm a yapper. Okay. Junglers start on opposite sides of the map. That's interesting for me a little bit. I did think actually both teams were going to focus top side a little bit more. I know that bot side's a bit volatile with the MF Nautilus into Lucian Milio. But I think that both these AD carries can kind of like Lucian's probably going to win lane. I think Miss Fortune can hold lane pretty well. So I expected both junglers to kind of go up top side. Oh, Mewkyo's out of bush. That's interesting. Okay. I don't know how I feel about this from Mewkyo. Okay. He stole the big chicken. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this from Mewkyo. He's forcing Aithuza to have to play very aggro. And Aithuza didn't even play that aggro, so.
Que o Aithuza tá conseguindo botar em cima do MG na parte central.
Mewkyo takes a lot of damage just to steal away one camp.
O Mewkyo, eu acho que não conseguiu fazer o roubo. Eu vi golpe.
Also, I'm surprised Steiner didn't actually go for the topside gank. And Bessa Rumble do tend to overpush a little bit. So if whoever's winning is often vulnerable to early ganks. And it's not like either of them moved down to drop wards either. Like they've been in full vision the entire time, so quite surprised they didn't go for the early gank just to get lane pressure. Especially since Mbessa starts to win out the 1v1. That's the lane I really thought Lost would focus on early. Try and get that early lead, keep the Rumble up and ahead.
Olha o Super Kleber, o Mewkyo tá próximo, o dano foi aplicado e o Super Kleber detonado vai ter que voltar à base. Ele tem teleporte, então deve perder pouco.
For Mewkyo, I guess that's what he's thinking. I mean, Mewkyo made good time, right? So bot side might get dove. There's no TP from Aithuza to back this up, so. Yeah, that's really iffy. Oh my goodness, Cavallo actually gets the first blood. And don't spam the horse ray. Cavallo didn't deserve that. He gets it. that was Losum being over aggressive in that one. Greatly so. Actually, let me check something. How healthy was Sanghyun? Yeah. Okay, this is where I'm a little bit concerned about this dive. Sanghyun takes early damage. Yeah, they needed to wait for MG to actually go in on this. The problem is that they were waiting for the minion wave. They were running out of minions, so they pulled the trigger. But it's kind of bad for them. Because, yeah, they weren't in position. Steiner doesn't actually manage to get the Q off. So his pack's not doing the damage. He misses the Q there as well. Even if he lands the Q, I don't think he gets the kill. Steiner, like, just overcommit. That's kind of a huge mistake from those grinders to give up that early. To a Lucian Milio lane. Yeah, it was not ideal as far as dives go, unfortunately. Like I said, they will regret that. Especially when Mewkyo was already so efficient with his gank. Like the fact that Mewkyo went in for stealing those raptors was already... should have stepped him behind. But... Yeah. They do the replay. Steiner also miscalculated, I think, how much damage turret did. I thought he'd get away with a little bit of health. He thought so too, apparently. But, yeah. The Fury is very squishy, unfortunately. Okay, Dragon taken with no answer. Again, that comes from the dive, right? Steiner dies, so his recall... He's a bit behind in tempo. And Mewkyo is just able to accelerate. Because he didn't have to spend any time in the bot side. Yeah. And Super Clever kind of got set behind early as well, so Zekas is dead even right now. This is really tough for Super Clever. And that's why I wanted the topside gank to come through from Los early. Because when Mewkyo visited top, he didn't even hit Super Clever at all. Like him just being there meant that Super Clever couldn't trade, and Zekas took great advantage of that and just got in free hits, right? If Super Clever tries to turn and fight, he knows that he might have to burn flash, so he can't do that. And so he takes a whole bunch of damage, gets forced to recall, gives Zekas the free lane to catch back up in CS. Now apply some of the Rumble early pressure. Just build Shojin. Oh man, the Shojins yesterday from Sarolu. Again, I don't know if it's wrong. Like, I don't want to say it was wrong for him to do that. It just looked really bad by the end of the game. Just with the way the game went. The feels bad moment. Hey, maybe it is a Shojin Search Laner.
A briga são só esses 4. Vamos ver como é que fica, porque o primeiro
It's gotta be
já foi garantido pelo time da Stellar.
Exactly, I don't know for sure.
Veio a âncora pra cima do Melchior.
Oh, great
Golaço,
bullet time.
Ele sai com flash, vai tentando se reposicionar. Fica abate pra cada
Oh,
lado.
Aituza's ripping them a new one
Tá
though.
em cima do MG, do outro lado.
I've really
tem
enjoyed
sair,
Aituza's
goleirado,
gameplay.
pula pra longe.
Oh
Vai
my goodness,
perseguindo,
Aituza,
vem
you
Aituza
sexy
com tudo
beast.
pra tentar rapar, mas não
I feel like this was the
consegue.
Aituza that was promised but was never
Os abates
delivered on
saíram e o time da Luz
INTZ.
é obrigado a recuar
It
com
felt
o
like he had
goleiro.
trauma, man. Like beginning of the split, he was playing like old Aituza too. But in playoffs, this guy's been a beast. Part of me feels like this is the biggest change in playoffs that's unlocked Cello and Zekas. Is now they actually have a strong early mid game. Hey Lunar. Okay, Lunar, I don't mind a lot of the jokes, but can I please request that for the really muted caster thing, can you please only say that when I'm actually muted? Because I do sometimes forget to unmute my mic. So I'd appreciate it if you could keep that to like when I'm actually muted so that I know like, yeah, that I'm kind of screwed. Thank you. Yeah, because when you do that on weekends, especially when I'm in LTA South, I actually like panic when I see it. Because it's happened a couple of times.
E sobrou Biro ali, foram 2 pra Stellar, porém eles também fizeram os 3 primeiros abates, né? Então a proeza de guerrilha tá na mão deles, esporro no bot.
Aí o Sanyon tem que gastar.
That's a nice back massage from Cello right now. He doesn't have enough damage yet.
Como o Cello castigou o time da Luz.
Yeah, when it comes to CD misfortunes, the same way like IU and Titan probably have some of the best in LTA South right now, Natuno is probably one of the better misfortunes in CD. So there's still chances for them to
E
turn.
aqui o China não pode fazer nada, cara. Ele vai ver as galinhas sendo roubadas, porque o time da Stellar tá todo por aqui. Vem andando junto, fazendo a movimentação do Melchior valer a pena.
Sim, a movimentação vai sendo feita, eles vão dominando
Oh.
essa parte de baixo do
Wait,
mapa.
Stella didn't finish the grubs.
Com
The
isso,
hell?
aquela bot
There's still
lane
one grub
que tinha
left.
falado, pô, aquela primeira troca direcionou o jogo
Low?
legal.
That was super. It was like down to like
E a gente
100 plus
vendo o
health.
efeito dominó que isso
Cello
tem
could have
dentro
finished
da
it after the
partida.
fight.
O Sanyon já tem
Okay,
uma
that's
grande
super weird.
dificuldade para ficar na lane. O Netuno meio que tá se segurando do jeito que dá, mas já tá naquele ponto de conforto do Lucian. E aí
Let's see they actually finish off the
complicado.
grub.
Por quê?
It was in another game, I think in CD, where they did this again, where this happened before, where they didn't finish off the grubs, they just left the third one.
Então são 10 minhas, já fecha o colhedor de essência, o Cello. Então tá num ponto muito bom.
Like to me, there's no reason to leave it. Just take it. Looks like Steiner's going for it.
Os calçados da própria árvore de inspiração, enquanto do outro lado o Netuno também veio com esses calçados. Ainda não vai pra bota, mas está um pouco mais.
Not a fan of this. Stella gave that for free.
E é o time da Stellar que vai mandando no jogo, já um pouco mais de 1000 de ouro de vantagem. Vão ficar com o terceiro Biro e, se duvidar, ainda podem fazer um gank aqui em cima pra cima do Zekas.
Eles querem esse gank. Vem o ultimate carga
they are brute forcing this
joga
one.
os Zekas pro alto. Vem os cachorros.
Okay, good body block.
Vai escapando.
Oh, no way Zekas gets out.
Debaixo da torre. Pula pra um lado e pro outro.
Okay.
Finalmente eliminado.
Good play from Los.
Steiner junto com
Yeah, Zekas getting out there would be absolutely criminal. Oh, Steiner went Shojins. Okay. So Ray, that might be the new Nefiri tech.
Do jeito que ela tem que ser usada.
Actually.
Esperou o tiro da torre quase
To make up for the
chegar
reduced pack
nele
damage, I guess.
pra evitar, e aí sim garantiu o abate.
2025
Ainda
champ,
assim, o
yeah.
Zekas quase escapa da jogada.
Man, I remember when people were complaining about Aphelios 200 years of champ design because people thought he did too much. At least he didn't have this much mobility. Like a get out of jail free card.
A ultimate para ficar mais perto da sua torre com os demais dashes da passiva e o escudo. Gastou flash, mas
Is what it
esse
is,
foi
I guess.
suficiente, né? Na Fury também, ela tem suas ferramentas de fazer esses dives. Enquanto o time da Lost estava criando essa vantagem na parte de cima do mapa, a Stellar aproveita a parte de baixo para fazer mais.
Los has actually managed to
fazer
crawl
agora
back into the
mistério
game.
de dois dragões
They've
e já garantir
pretty
esse
much
proeza
caught
de
up the
força,
gold lead for the
porque
most
com
part.
isso eles garantem 3 objetivos.
I think Harold's going to be the interesting one. Because those sacked 2 dragons to get that lead back. Just by better laning.
A Los ter sido boa lá pelo topo, a Stellar não deixou de descontar, né? Não deixou de cobrar.
I love it's coming from MG in the mid lane. If Aithuza's been like sort of the most improved mid laner or player for Stella for me, MG has been the most improved for Los. Which is kind of to be expected, I guess. He was the Korean import after all in CD.
Ele apareceu mais uma vez. No final de semana a gente viu que teve jungler com dificuldade de fazer gromp e aqui o negócio é as
Yeah, Los
galinhas,
wanna
né?
fight.
O Melchior quer levar todas pra ele.
Tá conseguindo, por enquanto, levar essas galinhas. Eu sempre lembro do Revolta trocando ideia, falando, cara, se o meu mid laner não me ajuda e deixa o adversário roubar essas galinhas, eu já paro de jogar. Já não quero mais jogar.
I don't know why Super Clever is hiding in Fog of War right now. Like, what's he looking for?
Só olha pra selva, não tem as galinhas.
Is it because of lack of vision?
Que não dá certo. Ainda assim, é uma Naafiri com 2 kills, né? Ainda assim, é uma Naafiri com 2 kills. Não tá extremamente bem no jogo, mas tá bem. Tá no nível...
Like, Zekas is just denying a couple of creep here from Super Clever. Super Clever's been hiding on the start for like 30 seconds.
Então, nada de muito preocupante.
Yeah, dropped another minion.
Pelo menos pra Naafiri nesse comecinho. Super Clever tá botando uma pressãozinha interessante também.
Mas
it's super weird because they have vision on everybody except for Mukio.
Ainda tá muito equilibrado, a gente vê inclusive isso no ouro de barricadas, né? Uma pequena vantagem apenas pro time da Stellai. Só que a gente tava falando rapidamente sobre o Super Kleber e a gente observa que o Zekas conseguiu jogar muito bem essa matchup. Porque normalmente você imagina que o Rumble vai ter uma vantagem
At least timing-wise, it's not too bad.
de ouro na rota. Mas,
Herald spawns in 30
é
seconds, so Super Clever didn't need the early push anyways.
Aquela emboscada e ter sido eliminado embaixo da sua torre, ainda
He just needs to push enough that he's got space to teleport up.
Ooh,
I thought they burnt the Spirit Rush early. That could actually be huge. I mean, I know he's got Malignance, but...
Tava lutando contra o MG, o resto da Stellai tá aqui, tá próximo, vinha subindo o Rio, o Cavalo e o Celo, caso tivesse um combate por ali, mas vai ficar por isso mesmo. A gente tem aí o Arauto nascendo.
I think Stella are right to be cautious about approaching this Herald. That should be what Los is looking for. Super Clever managed to get shoved while Zekas was walking up.
É uma desvantagem para a equipe da Stellai. O Steiner tá só esperando.
So Super Clever should have an easier TP time.
Visão da Luz, eles sabem da movimentação da Stellai e o sangue.
Yeah, Zekas is trying to cheat to save the TP.
Ele veio,
oh, great wall.
A porta travou o Melchior e o Cavalo. Melchior tenta fazer ele.
Yeah, there's the TP we're talking about from Super Clever. Mukio burns his ult, Celo burns ult, Cavallo burns ult. No ults burnt from Los on that pick. Yeah, it's a great Los Herald. But Los want the fight. They should be wanting the fight. They should be looking for this.
O Arauto já foi garantido, o time da Stellai acabou perdendo muito tempo por aqui, porque
eles
não fizeram engage,
minimum wages.
Ficaram rondando o Rio sem fazer grande coisa e agora o Sangue
Is it only 2?
É isso aí.
Mas eles estão ganhando tempo pro Zekas levar essa torre.
Sim, eles estavam meio que... eles não queriam brigar, eles queriam só fazer aquela combinação, atrapalhar, não dar a tranquilidade pra Los simplesmente fazer o objetivo e dar recall. Então eles estavam só cobrando tempo no mapa mesmo. Zekas com isso derruba.
That was a solid Herald play from both teams. Like Stella, they didn't invest too much. Zekas still answers back down bot. First brick for Herald. I just feel like Los should have been looking more for the kills than the Herald itself. We'll see if they can leverage the Herald in something more though. Like I said, with this composition for Los, I feel like they want to fight more than anything else. Maybe they're still waiting because Service isn't complete yet for MG, so they're feeling like it's a bit weak. Maybe? That's the only reason I can think of that they didn't try and force the fight a bit harder.
Se levar a torre do meio também, às vezes vale a pena, né? Essa torre do meio.
Mas ela tá inteira demais.
Abre muito. Pode ter briga. O Steiner tava na linha de frente, ele não foi engajado. O Celos vai se posicionar.
I think they have Spirit Rush back up. Mukio's still no Glacial Prison, so if Stella want this fight, or if Stella are willing to take this fight, they have to be very careful about it.
Porque o dragão acabou de nascer e o time da Stellai já fez os 2 primeiros. A Los sabe que não é legal deixar esse ponto de alma.
A equipe da Los não
Yeah, this is pretty damn obvious when you only see Zekas there, that Stella's in this area. That blue trinket is doing a ton of work. The Scryers, not Scryers, Farsight, sorry.
E no ruim eles pressionam a parte central. Potencialmente
yeah, Mukio's out back up. They can start looking now to pull the trigger for Stella. In a way, it's a game of chicken, because if you can't stop the ults from coming through from Super Clever and Latino, then you probably don't want to pull that trigger.
Chegar nesse engage, o Zekas vai protegendo a lane, enquanto o resto da galera se direcionou para iniciar o objetivo.
Okay, they cleared the far side. That's
eu
huge.
entendi que os dois times ficam meio que incertos do que querem fazer. Agora vem o Arauto.
Good Herald drop. They're trying to get pressure with it.
O Arauto vai dar uma cabeçada na torre e vai cair e não vai ter briga.
Something that I've seen teams do when they're kind of doing this sort of approach is they drop Herald back here with the wave instead, and they use it to engage into this wall. Okay, Sanghyun on to Mukio. Oh, that was a nice side ult. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Bullet time still available for Nutuno. That's the big ult right now.
O Aituza tenta uma entrada, mas o Charme não pega.
Mas o Aituza não tem mais o ultimate dele, foi utilizado.
Yeah, I think Stella's pretty happy with that.
O do Celo e o do Cavalo. Tudo além do ultimate do Zekas foi utilizado. O da Loz, meio que a mesma coisa, porém, o ultimate da MF ainda está disponível, do Steiner também. Dragão foi iniciado e os ultimates da Stellai
Yeah, they still have public execution. Well, Spirit Rush is down now, but he had it earlier.
De novo, não é efetivo. Melchior com um pouquinho mais da metade da vida.
You're just teasing this dragon.
Até onde dá, tentando manter o posicionamento no rio, enquanto o Celo e o Melchior vão fazendo esse dragão, tá muito perigoso.
Zekas pelo lado, hein?
I really like Zekas' positioning.
Ficar de olho, porque essa Sambeça pode virar a história da fight.
Like, Netuno is really scared to just unleash bolt time. Okay, now Super Clever's got vision. That's huge. Okay, good hook. Well played. They set up Netuno. And Mukio down, no smite. So, easy pickup for Steiner. Ooh, public execution doesn't land. Good flash. Really nice.
Flash pra escapar da execução pública que vinha do Zekas em cima dele. E dito e feito, a gente falou,
the setups aren't the cleanest, but yeah, you can definitely tell that these teams know what they're doing. There's a lot of tension on their face-offs. Zekas could have ulted the team. I mean, he was thinking about it, but the problem is that he's not strong enough to get past Super Clever at one item with the Eclipse. Well, the problem is if Zekas jumps in right there, there's no follow-up from the team, right? Like, all the outs are still not available. So Zekas goes in, and then he just gets burst down by all of this. And what I thought Los did incredibly well was they shielded Netuno. So there was never a risk of public execution hitting him. So he could just open with bullet time. And then they just melted through Mukio right from the get-go. Without Mukio, Stella was a lot more scared to try and pull the trigger. Yeah. That side, like, the face-off was kind of so tense, because it was, a lot of it was just like, okay, what's the big cooldown that's still available? Netuno's. Full time. So as long as Zekas had a clear shot on the backline, Stella was an advantage. But once Super Clever started zoning him off, and Netuno had somebody to body block the public execution, yeah, Los was an advantage. It was a really, really good, like, face-off between the two teams. Like an old-school Western. That low shot first. That's like doubly impressive to me, because Stella has been the team that's had really good decision making and trigger pulls in the playoffs so far. But Los is the one who actually did it better this time. It's still, I mean, you can see the gold, it's still pretty much the same. One drag going over to Los is not the end of the world. Not even close. Los still haven't got a single turret either. The hero charge mid didn't get them that much. So.
Ele também consegue pressionar o outro
Yeah.
lado. O Netuno tem a sedenta por sangue, então ele consegue recuperar pouco dessa vida das trocas.
Makes the next fight that much more fun. Saracen Brace completed for MG as well. They completed during the face-off. Ooh, Lich Bane for Ahri for Aituza. Interesting.
Mas, ó, é uma janela de oportunidade, porque se a gente
I don't know if I've seen that as a second item
também tá muito próximo
Ahri
de
builds yet.
fechar esse seu gume, né? Já tá com a espada e com
Is he thinking of just split pushing?
Então falta pouquinho de
Stella having
gold
two Drakes
pra
is
ele,
very
de
good though.
fato,
Yeah.
conseguir
Yeah, I think
fechar
Stella's fine and
esse
happy with
seu
that.
game. E aí sim, né,
They're getting it too
dois
early
AD
Drakes.
carries vão estar em
They stall the game out, and I think stalling
parados.
favors their
Pra isso
composition a little bit more.
próximos.
Like, wombo combo teams are really easy to execute, and they look really, really nice in team fights. But teams with a lot of, like, agency like this, I feel like the game favors them as it goes longer, because it's harder and harder to catch everybody in a single wombo combo. You can still also best 3 items and just items. Yeah, exactly. Even at 2 items, I think Mbest starts to be able to handle the Rumble 1v1 very well.
Vai pro chão, como você comentou, e o time da Stellai aproveita o pico de poder, principalmente do Celo, que já tinha os dois itens.
And at 3 items, it's just going to be pain. And then at 3 items, Zekas can probably actually find that sort of 1v3, 1v4 engage you're looking at.
De ouro aí, então tá muito pertinho desse item, é mais um pouquinho e o reset e fica numa boa aí pra ele fechar esse gume. Não tinha por que a Los brigar, não tinha como eles se defenderem. A torre vai pro chão, mas de novo, né, pelo menos aquele arauto deu uma aliviada também pra equipe da Los na parte central. Então é só uma wave bem setada ali, é só organizar legal o mapa que dá pra derrubar o mid.
Mas olha, é interessante esses próximos minutos de jogo, porque o atacante tá aqui na parte de cima e tem um dragão
Unfortunately,
infernal que
Aituza actually kind of fell behind in CS. I thought he was doing really well early on.
Para Stellai seria interessante esse ponto de alma, mas eles ainda estão à frente nesse quesito de dragões. Então a gente precisa ver como é que os dois times vão setar as waves e setar o mapa mapa direitinho, né? Como é que vai ficar o estado do mapa quando esse segundo dragão, quando esse próximo dragão estiver para nascer, para ver, né, qual vai ser a prioridade das duas equipes em relação a esses objetivos. Será o Atacan? Será esse dragão?
800 gold lead for Stella.
Por enquanto,
Not huge.
Do dragão aparecer, vai
Coming from the
priorizando o
sidelines.
Atacan, priorizando a parte superior do mapa. Deixaram
Our team's gonna go for Atacan right now? I
O
don't...
grande lance é que a Lois também
It
tá
feels
pra lá,
like they're
vai
setting
começar
up for it. I
a
just don't know if
tirar
this is
a
necessarily
visão
the
do
call.
adversário.
Eu sinto que nenhuma das duas equipes quer deixar nenhum
They have
dos
enough
dois lados.
damage.
O meu kill vai tentar
Both
pegar
these
os
teams.
Stiners.
Think
É
about
muito
Atacan.
fácil pra Naafiri sair da jogada.
Pois é, faz essa entrada, o cavalo tava próximo, o Celo também.
I almost feel like if you've waited this long, you're better off just going for the dragon
Pula
instead.
pra longe ainda, tá
Tô dando
tranquilo, é um
There's
dos
less
mais
throw potential
fortes
at dragon
do
than
time
there is
da
at
Lois.
Atacan.
Pra equipe da Lua, tá dando recall nesse ponto, provavelmente eles vêm pra parte de baixo do mapa.
Na verdade, é meio estranho porque assim, tem vários pings
And I think both teams are happy to leave their mid laners up top. Teleport's available.
Ainda não dá pra entender pra onde
MG's still winning the 1v1, so he can hold against Aethusa. And Aethusa's got the build to kind of sit up there.
Não tem como o adversário saber pra onde eles vão se eles também ainda não sabem.
Ó,
Ok.
é pro mid mesmo.
Caiu o equalizador pra tentar pegar
Oh,
o cavalo,
good turnaround.
tem que se posicionar, o Spurgo focou em cima do Chile. Lindo re-engage do Sangue 1, travou ali o
Okay,
Gabriel.
Zekers na backline.
A do Zekers na backline.
That's huge.
Não aguenta muito tempo.
It's fine if he dies. He just got the engage he needed.
Adversários e o time da Stellar
Really well played.
tem vantagem numérica.
Ooh, Aethusa goes down.
Foi detonado.
Yo, they need a focus Steiner.
Muito grande, o Steiner vai
The hell, Celo?
fazendo
Was Celo hitting
o
minions?
ponto do time da Loa. O time da Stellar tem vantagem numérica. O problema é que o Aethusa também foi detonado. Fica uma troca muito grande.
yeah.
O Steiner
Frontline,
That was a
ele não
little
é
bit too far
frontline,
away.
Ele tá sendo o bait, ele vai na frente e usa da sua
Sabe,
habilidade
ok.
pra sair. A gente vai ver exatamente
Still
isso.
not scared of dogs.
Equalizador legal.
Hey, man,
botou
I'm
ele
scared of
pra
dogs too, and
correr,
Naafiri is
todo mundo vai
kinda
pra cima do Steiner.
dangerous.
Ele fica invulnerável e sai. O meu Kyo toma
Yeah, but there you go, Ray.
toda
That's the
a
engage you wanted
pressão,
from Zekis, right?
toma
Diving to
todo o
backline like that.
dano. E o
He found the right
Zekis
angle.
passa na
It was a good,
backline. De
solid
novo,
call.
Foco em cima do Steiner. O Zekas pega 2 abates, mas aí a equipe da Lost tem tempo de rebater
Oof,
muita
that
pressão. O
charm.
Netuno já tá conseguindo causar um
The
dano
cleanse was good though. Still
indecente.
pumped out a bunch of damage.
De fato, foi uma trocação muito boa das duas equipes, né? Com um tempo melhor para um time, um tempo melhor para outro time. Mas enquanto a gente estava vendo o replay, o time da Lois fez o segundo dragão. E olha, stack de 2 dragões infernais. É aquele poder, Colossus, aquele poder adaptativo que talvez estava
Yeah, when
faltando
all said and done, Los actually fought back
pode
even,
fazer a
surprising.
diferença
With how
na
that started,
próxima luta,
I thought Stella
principalmente
would just have the advantage after that.
E a tendência, um dos fatores já foi
It
eliminado,
was
né?
Steiner
Que
and
o
MG that
dragão
stayed
dos
alive
dois
too,
times
so
poderiam
sort of the two
brigar. Agora
carries.
só tem um objetivo. Meu Kyo,
Uh,
meu Deus.
saiu
It happened during the replay, but Los actually picked up the second Drake because they had Steiner and MG up.
vem por trás,
Ooh, that's a bad catch.
pelo Zekas. Toda a galera da Stellar
Yikes, that's really bad for Los.
Foi detonado e agora a Stellar vai direto pro Atacan.
E falta muito tempo pra esse Rumble voltar e ele
Yeah, I don't know why or how
ainda,
Super Clever got
em
caught like
cima
that.
disso, não tem teleporte.
Sorry, I wanna just check.
O topo
Why
onde
was
os
he?
dois times poderiam
was
brigar.
pushing on
Agora
mid.
Só tem um objetivo. Meu Kyo,
It's weird because they see the
Saiu
vision
todo
here
o
too.
ultimate, o Steiner vai ficar
Okay,
seguro,
just doesn't.
o
Yeah,
Super
he doesn't
Clever
see Zekas.
vem por
Good call
trás,
from
o problema é que
Zekas.
ele foi engajado pelo Zekas.
Really good
Toda
pick.
a galera da Stellar fecha.
E falta muito forte. A equipe da Stellar não vai
Oh, they're
usar
going
a
straight for
opção
Baron,
como
okay.
menos arriscado, ou pelo menos eles acham, veem como menos arriscado.
Aí o time da Luz tá próximo.
Yeah, Zekas is doing a
Zekas
lot of
vai
work for
fazer
sure.
a contenção. O resto da galera vai deixando, o Barão já tá na metade da vida. Meu Kyo tá próximo, mas é sempre o perigo, o Steiner tá por ali. Tá muito
Zekas
forte
tá
essa
chegando
Naafiri.
ainda. Zekas tá chegando ainda, Gutali. Tá, chegou agora. Agora é o momento pra Stellar.
I don't know about to say
É o
MVP
Zekas com
yet.
Aethusa, o Super
We'll
Clever
see.
ainda tá
I
morto,
think
Barão
Celo and
quase
Cavallo have
fez,
been doing
quem
a
será
lot
que
of
vai
work
fazer
this
a
game too.
brincadeira? Pra cima do meu Kyo!
Ooh, Mewtwo secured that.
Eles, a Stellar pega o Barão! Garante então a briga, garante o objetivo, a Luz é obrigada a recuar.
This is slightly awkward for Stella because they can't go and reset after the Baron. Yeah, because of this. Wait, they just abandoned this? Hello, Stella? I thought we didn't recall so we could stop this. This is way too late.
A equipe da Stellar tinha vantagem numérica. O Celo é quem vem na linha de frente.
Tá lá o Atacan quase feito, ficou com o
What
time
the
da
hell,
Luz.
Stella?
O Celo tenta cobrar e o Zekas veio na movimentação. A galera da Luz
I
tenta
mean,
sair.
sure.
A Stellar
Like, you can just give
não tem onda de
Atacan if you want,
tem que passar
but
por dentro da selva. O
it's
Sanjon vai
it's
dar
that
de
they
cara com o
didn't
meu
make the
Kyo,
choice right.
já puxou
That's the
a
problem.
âncora, ele é travado,
Oh, no.
atordoado e eliminado. Do outro
Okay,
lado, a Stellar
Zekas
tenta
is literally
cobrar,
1v4ing
Zekas
in the
tá na
background.
backline. Garante uma boa abate, mas
So
ele
we trade
também
2 for
morre.
2 after a bad series of
Pegou o
events.
charme no Steiner.
They need to
Ele
find
vai ser
Steiner.
perseguido e também
Okay.
abatido. Super Kleber vinha pelo canto, jogou um equalizador, mas não teve tanta efetividade. A torre ainda acaba caindo, a Stellai tenta fazer alguma coisa.
Fica sendo um confronto que, cara, sinceramente, os times estão muito nervosos. Eles estão com muito medo de tomar as
end up
decisões.
still getting a really good push at the turn. 2 turrets before they even recall.
Para uma jogada ou em
But that was very forced.
Porque era para a equipe da Stellai ter forçado a jogada em cima da
Like
lousa.
this is Stella just trying to make the best of a bad situation. Mewtwo keeps getting caught. He's surprisingly squishy, actually. I want to see his build after this.
Já tinha que sair, não vale a pena mais brigar para defender T1, pô.
Cara, é assim, uma sequência de decisões dos dois times que foram muito.
I mean, that's the trigger pull, right? But they shouldn't have been in that position in the first place. Because after they get Baron, like, this is really good from them. My problem is, like, the decision making after this got kind of wonky for a bit. Like, I thought they didn't just recall and then set up for the Baron push. Because they recognize that Atakan's on the map and Super Clever just respawned. So Super Clever should be rejoining the team soon, and I thought they were going to face off 5v5. I was a little bit concerned because the health bars are low, especially from Yukio. But instead, the call for Stella was to just push with Baron buff, which is fine. I'm okay with the call to go for Baron buff. It surprises me that we're just giving Atakan for free. Just because I'm used to teams playing clean, which means that you'd rather not give over objectives and slow the game down than try and accelerate. But either's viable. I think Red showed us yesterday that you can play the game fast and comprehensively. My problem is that here, they start walking to mid lane. Like, they're at mid lane, they start taking it, and then they realize that, hey guys, we forgot about Atakan. Whoops. And so they end up falling back for Atakan way too late. And if they don't get this dive off properly, which was kind of iffy because it's now the under turret, if this dive didn't go off right, then Stella only gets the one inner turret and nothing else. Oh, sorry, the one outer turret. No, inner? You get 2 turrets mid already. Okay. So they just have ended right there and then not being able to do anything up here. And it looked kind of bad, to be honest. Like, Mukio getting caught early, I thought it was kind of doomed for them. Especially with all the ults still available for Los.
Foram muito esquisitas. O time da Stellai quis
It felt really
iffy.
Eles
poderiam ter simplesmente desistido do bônus de barão. Tinha jogador a mais virado em cima da lousa e aí conseguiu.
Zekas though and Yukio, they saw the angle, they forced the fight. Stella's in there as well. Stella just win more decisively. It bodes well for Stella at least. Even if they make mistakes, if they can just force fights like that when they've only got a small gold lead. Because they didn't spend all the gold, right? So their gold lead's not. It wasn't as big as it looked. It was only probably like 1,000, 1,500. If they can do that, then hey, that's really good for them this series. That might actually make the Cinderella run up. And they're the only team to beat the Academy teams, both of them, in the regular season. Good pick, good catch.
Detona o MG, detona a barra de vida do time da Los, que vai
Los can't defend us. They need to give.
Pela primeira vez o equalizador do Super Kleber pegou em geral, foi um ótimo equalizador, mas não estava com o posicionamento certo da equipe da Los, porque eles estão um passo atrás nesse momento. Eles estão respondendo ao que a Stellai está propondo, justamente por causa do bônus de barão. Então, a equipe da Stellai vai derrubar não só o MG, como também essa torre, e aí vai expandindo ainda mais a vantagem de ouro.
E olha, a gente tá falando sobre essa falta, às vezes, de decisão logo dos times no momento dessas fights, mas eu sinto que pro lado da Stellai, o Zekas
Why is Steiner in?
puxar o gatilho e chegar pra cima do time da Los.
No, Steiner.
Ele tá fazendo muita diferença nesse quesito e tá sendo, talvez, um dos pontos
Zekas
mais
is looking.
fortes da Stellai. O Steiner agora vai perdendo muita vida. Ele vai
Can Zekas land the public
recuperando
execute?
um pouco,
Oh, he doesn't have public execute.
mas tá chegando o Zekas
Okay.
e o Aitu's
Really good Electro Harpoon from Super Clever to get Steiner out of danger.
Lá embaixo o dragão foi feito.
Steiner being in there is funny though. Yeah, as you call it, Ray, Soul Point over to Stella. No competition from Los. They can't compete in a 5v5 right now. They know it. This is my concern whenever I see these sort of compositions with AoE with only one piece to set up. Like, they're really struggling to set everything up properly. So it almost feels like the Rumble equalizer right now is either used as a counter engage or as like set up for bullet time rather than actual like team fight damage. Oh yeah. Okay. Stella's just bullying with gold lead now. Stella just dives in the turret, doesn't care. That's an ace, that's game. That's GG. Stella's bot lanes are not the stars, but they're so hit. Yeah. I mean, kind of, yeah. I feel like it's a bit unfair to Cello and Cavallo, because I actually thought Cello and Cavallo's laning was probably the best in the entire team. But Cello could not find kills, unfortunately. He was being robbed left and right by his team. So, this is why I'm glad that after a best of one, or we're not calling it an MVP from just a best of one. Because I think, yeah, Zekas, Cavallo, Cello right now for me are in the running for MVP. Mukio, I think Mukio did his job. His scoreline's going to look a lot worse because he is the front line, but he did his job. Was he stellar? Not exactly. He did get picked a little bit more than I had liked. And Aithusa as well. I think Aithusa, the first skirmish from Aithusa was fantastic. Phenomenal. I think he did pretty well in teamfights in general, but the 1v1 was against MG was not so great. Like, he was struggling with 1v1s. So, yeah, this skirmish was so good for Aithusa. Holy. He created so much space, but all the other fights, I don't feel like he had that big an impact. This one he was late to the fight because of TP. Yeah, I mean, it was a good charm, but that was really the Zekas show more than anything else. That last shot from Nitino before he died.
Só dava pra puxar o meio kill mesmo, pô.
E eles fizeram um bom trabalho nesse quesito, e eu destaco mais uma vez o bom trabalho do Zekas, que eu já tinha falado, que ele fez uma lane muito boa.
Game 1 was close, still it wasn't.
Saiu muito equiparado, então o Rumble, que costuma ser um campeão que domina a fase de rotas, não teve todo esse domínio. E a Ambessa, que normalmente sofre durante a laning phase,
which I personally think is good. It does mean that, like, if you look at the final score, if you look at the last like 10 minutes of the game, it just looks like, oh, Stella was way better. But I do think it was actually pretty close. So for game 2, just a couple minor corrections and those could potentially win. But I really do like where Stella is right now. Like, they're matching hands well, and I love the aggressive way they're playing. Like right there, Cello, when he gets picked, doesn't try and back out, he just doubles down. He's like, okay, if I die, as long as I get the kill, it's worth. Yeah, I really like that. Is it comp? Was it a drop issue?
Deixa a galera fazer o jogo rodar, e a gente viu eles rodando, buscando esses objetivos.
Those couple of mistakes to me was Steiner's early dive kind of went south, and that slowed him down. But beyond that, yeah, you actually look at the damage, it's pretty good. MG and Netuno did a lot of work still. This Neferi damage is not great from Steiner, unfortunately, because your damage threat against the Sejuani, if Sejuani's throwing 10k, you should be throwing like almost double that. Yeah, super clever, surprisingly. I don't want to say he choked, but Zekas kind of ran him. Not gonna lie.
Então, abrindo 1-0 nessa série é importante pro time da Stellai. O time da Loz escolhe o lado azul. Então, eles vão permanecer
Zins
do mesmo
versus
lado, tudo igual, não vai mudar.
Oh, that'd be spicy. Zins versus Zekas. I don't know if we'd be able to get that because you still have to get through.
Será que o time da Stellar vai abrir?
Well, first of all, you got to win this series, and then you still got to get through Kate Academy. So
sai daí que o Circuitão volta já já.
Yeah, Zekas definitely popped off, 100%. I mean, Zekas was the first guy who kind of caught my eye on this roster. Well, okay, no. Stello and Cavallo caught my eye first, but I knew they were good. Whereas Zekas was like, okay. He started doing really well, which caught my eye. But yeah, Stella's just popping off at the right time, I think. Everybody's coming together. I think Zekas can definitely beat Shino. At the way Shino is currently playing, like, I think super clever to beat Shino. I think Zekas would beat Shino. I would love to see Zekas resistance. But Stella has to beat Los Grandes today, and then Kate tomorrow, which might be a little bit tough.
Com você, forjando talentos e investidores.
Instalou o LoL lá, e jogava com 30 de FPS, o negócio travando tudo. Aí eu vi assim, falei, caraca, que jogo horrível. E aí, tipo, passou uma semana e eu estava viciado.
Qual é a próxima call na sua vida?
Okay,
acho que o objetivo assim, eu seria ter um apartamento
first
com
off,
um computador lá.
Time for me to do my LTA fantasy.
Quando fosse pra casa, não tem que ficar só
Couldn't do it yesterday because The series ended so damn fast. Wait, yo, you posted your picks. Damn it, Ray. Okay, wait, I'm not gonna look in detail. I should have enough for.
Uma segurada no gold da comida, não buildava esse PC logo?
Eu parasse de gastar tanto, tivesse mais noção de quanto eu tô gastando.
Okay, I hated the Yorick game.
Na solo queue, os streamings provavelmente.
Who's playing? They're playing against Furia. Furia is Gigo. Oh, that's tough. I want to say Gwen, but at the same time, like, the problem is Gigo plays a lot of Gwen, so I feel like they might just pry the Gwen. Maybe I go Scion. I'm feeling spicy. Scion? Yeah. You know what? I'm going Scion for Wiser. Because I don't think Gigo will play tank in that series. Whereas I think Pain might play a tank game. Potentially. Wiser's got a good Scion. I think Wiser's Scion is better than Gigo's Ornn. Wait, how is this sorted? Why is... Oh, is it sorted by last week? No. They're not sorted by price either. What the hell? Price change, I guess? Okay, let me just sort by price. Karaoke, Sejuani, right? Oh, he actually hasn't been playing Sejuani. I guess Sejuani might be perma-banned in some of these series. He's probably going to play Vi or Shinjao. I feel like that's the new thing they're doing to him. I don't like either. Tatu has to play Sedge, yeah. But I think Sedge also tends to get banned a lot against Karaoke, specifically. Kind of similar to Maokai. They started letting the Maokai through, though. I say that, but he's gone Sejuani every week prior to this. The Nocturne's kind of spicy. I don't think Tatu plays Nocturne. I actually don't even know if Tatu's playing this weekend. I mean, Man just had appendicitis and the surgery for it. So I know Linner said that it took like 2 weeks to recover loss when she had it. So I don't know if that's like... Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be available for it. I wonder if they play like Sarolu or something. That would be... I know what? I want to see him play Lilia. That's like a personal thing. I think Nocturne's probably a better bet. No, I'm gonna pick Lilia. Screw it. That's what I want him on. I don't care that it's not likely. Ooh, Roamer against Tuts is actually kind of risky. Rome cannons come. No. I don't want to see Roamer on Scion mid. Okay, if I'm playing with power fantasies, might as well say if it's a Lilia jungle, you need an AD mid. So it's either Yone or Jace, and his Jace has been kind of good recently. I think I want his Jace actually. Yeah, I think this is a... This is something we actually could see in the same game. Okay. Titan. Kalista? He's been on a Kalista kick. His Kalista, I think, is undefeated this season, if I recall correctly. And Kalista is no longer like 100% banned, so fine with that. Jace is a must ban against painful solo laners. Yeah, that's true. Wiser is the original, or not original KR Jace, but Korean Jace is a thing with him. If we're getting Kalista, we'll probably get Nico. I don't know if they'll ban the Nico, but if Korea doesn't play Nico, it's either because it was permabanned or because Jojo stole it away from him. This is wild. Fury actually caught up in points in quite a few roles. Like Ayu's just below Korea and Jojo are the same. Tuts is above Roamer, just rightfully so. Tatu almost caught up with Karaoke as well. Ego is almost there with Wiser. Fury is actually really close. I guess it makes sense. That's why they end the upper finals, right? Yeah, teams keep letting Nico through. I mean, I don't think Nico is the end-all be-all of... Whoa, what the? Okay. Like, I think you can play things like Karma. You can play Enchanters into the Nico fairly comfortably. to enable some and stuff. Oh, for sure. Like Nico, I think is, which is funny because in LTA, I do feel like Nico is stronger than she is in like LPL LCK. Like I think teams can play around her in LPL LCK. It's just hard, so they don't want to do it, and that's why they ban it. But in LTA, I think because we focus so much on engage supports here, and we don't do enchanter supports as much. Okay, in the South especially, it feels like supports are allergic to enchanters for the most part, which is one of the reasons why I appreciate JoJo and Prods so much, and Curry to a lesser extent. Because Curry looks so sexy on engage supports. Like I kind of don't want him off of it. But yeah, because we're so fixated on them, Nico's really, really strong against them. Like she bullies them in lane. She's great for counter engage, and she's good at just finding picks herself. It's fantastic. True. Cavallo did look clean on Millia. I'm just trying to think. Is Cavallo historically, traditionally, enchanter player? I feel like he's not. I mean, let's take a look. Cavallo. Back when he was playing CB LOL, did he play enchanters? He's like damage, yeah. Yeah, that's a memory I had of him too. Like specifically like Rel, and was what I remember from Cavallo in the past. A lot of Nautilus. I mean, he's played the occasional Nami game. Oh, that meta. I hated Ashe support meta. Okay, in 2023 he played a lot of support enchanters. Excuse me. Yumi, Karma, Nami. Was this Ardent Sense meta? It was, wasn't it? Okay, let me just check if this is Ardent Sense meta. I forget which year is what now. This is 2023. Oh, it's Shurelia's meta. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, this was still the hyper carry meta, but I guess Cavallo has played quite a bit of enchanters. More than Damage has. Damage is very much not an enchanter player.
E estamos de volta para esse
Yeah, it's only 2023 though.
entre Stellai e
But
Los.
Meta Force this
E
time.
olha, o time da Stellai fez
Okay.
um bom jogo, abriu 1-0, mas é MD5, tem
Yeah,
muita série
this
pela
is
frente ainda.
my champion
Não
picks are
escolheu
hopeful
o lado
picks.
azul.
I think this is the only like
Vamos ver
realistic
daqui a
one. The others are all just like what I
pouquinho
kind of
como é
hope,
que
but
vai
I think
se desenrolar
Fury will
tudo
probably
isso.
ban most of them
Lembrando que o
or
vencedor da série
pick
de
them themselves.
hoje
Like
enfrenta o
Tatu
time
can
da
play
Red
Lydia, I
Bull
know that much.
amanhã na final da
Ayu can
chave
definitely play
inferior. E o time da
Kalista.
Red, cara, meu, tá tranquilo já na grande final. Só
Jojo can
observando
definitely play
todo mundo
Nico.
jogando essas séries MD5.
So I think these are highly
E é uma
contested picks for the
série
most
que
part.
tudo pode acontecer.
Then the
Eu acho
Jace,
que
they
deu
should
pra
never
gente
let.
ver, pelo menos
Tats
já
can
até
probably
uns
play Jace as
15
well.
minutos
But
de
yeah, you're
partida,
right. Like
que tá bem
no team should be
equilibrado,
letting
sabe?
Jace through
Stellai
against
se deu
Spain.
bem nesse primeiro jogo,
Not when they
mas não é
can
nada
lane swap
como
it
se a
so
Loz não
effectively.
pudesse se recuperar.
Muito foi daquele nível 1. Eu senti nesse primeiro jogo, a gente falou um pouco, muito nervosos os dois times, cara, com medo de tomar uma decisão errada e também falhando em explorar as decisões erradas do
Yeah, let's see what Los
oponente, né? Várias vezes
kind of come back with.
poderia ter sido feito isso e eles não fizeram. Vamos ver para esse segundo jogo. Eu sinto que
Okay,
agora
I think
passa um
Cryo
pouco.
is probably still
Pode ser
Gwen.
isso.
Pro time que perdeu,
Jace.
talvez aumente um pouco nervoso.
Uh,
né?
Senna
Porque
should
já
definitely
perdeu
be
o
up there right
primeiro
now
jogo,
for
já tem que
Cryo.
pegar uma série meio que morro acima, então
That said, I
da Lousa aí,
think
ó,
Los might
mas
actually want
Mas é só-
red
eu
side
acho que assim,
game
Veloz,
2
eu
right
concordo
now.
contigo, mas
There's
eu
a lot
acho
of
que
OPs
fica
you can
mais
pick
se
up.
tivesse 2-0, né?
Tá,
Aí
legal.
eu
I
acho
feel
que o
like
medo é um
Pantheon
pouco
lost
maior.
both Talia and
Mas
Ari.
1-0, eu
Oh
acho
my
que é
goodness.
bem possível você fazer essa retomada.
No
É
Senna.
momento de acordar, né?
Okay.
Exatamente, aquele momento do tipo,
I think both these AD
primeiro
carriers just
jogo
don't care about
deu
Senna
certo,
then,
a
if
gente
we're not
não
seeing Senna
vai
at all.
ficar com um pouco de medo de jogar. Vamos pro segundo e olha ele ali, ó. É ele,
Okay.
apareceu aqui o Yoricão.
What the hell is this
Mas-
drop from
Mas
Stella?
vamos ver
Okay.
aqui como é que se desenhou esse draft.
Wait, this draft is really weird. First of all, Los opted for blue side still
Peculiar. Assim, a gente
because they
viu
wanted
como-
first pick, and we first picked Victor.
Tá
What
muito-
is
tá muito
this?
estranho, tá muito estranho, tá muito estranho.
Why are
Vamos
we
lá,
first
calma,
picking
vamos lá,
Victor?
ó. Foi first pick Victor, a
Vamos lá.
volta
Legal.
foi Yorick Silas.
Is Callistimus asking about that too?
peculiar o
Essa
Yorick
volta
Blind
é
Very
esquisita.
strange,
e é
yeah.
peculiar o Silas Blind também.
As duas solo lanes blind.
Yeah, this
Isso.
is.
Aí a
Queria,
volta
tá.
foi
Okay.
Trundle e Sion. Um Sion que já sabe que vai pegar um Yorick.
Man,
E o Trundle sendo que tem o Silas do outro lado.
É tudo peculiar.
I mean,
nesse-
tá.
yeah,
nesse
both teams are
draft.
kind of
E a
AFK farm.
botlane tá
The thing is,
nessa
both teams have gone for
peculiaridade
very
também,
heavy
cara.
skill.
Tem uma Jinx com o Rakan
Like
do
Sion
outro
wants to
lado,
skill, Victor
o
wants to
Azeri
skill,
do
Zeri
Zeri
wants to
do
skill,
mais
Silas
normal.
Silas wants to skill, Jinx wants to skill.
É,
Kindred's a
assim,
weird one in that
um
she
banimento
scales really well,
de
but she actually wants to be
Nash,
proactive
Kalista,
early game.
Em vários,
Like,
então eu sinto
yeah.
que apareceu uma Jinx
Trundle
e
though
apareceu
is
uma
actually an
Zeri
ult counter
também que tá
into
no
Kindred.
aí delas
Which is
aparecerem.
why I find it
Pra
very
mim,
weird
o
we R3
Xzinho
Kindred
é
into the
aparecer
Trundle.
uma
So the
diferença.
reason why Trundle is like an old counter is because the pillar really hampers Kindred's mobility and ability to just hop around in fights. The still really screws with her. So yeah, and then Trundle being able to just eat through the tanky stats of Yorick and Silas. It's a really good pick. Stella did some weird things into this. It feels like both teams kind of... Okay, yeah, I just hate this Victor first pick. It gives the free Silas over. And Silas wins that. Especially as the game goes on. Yorick into Sion's not bad. Sion eventually gets so tanky, he just kind of ignores a lot of what Yorick wants to do. I mean, Yorick still wins the 1v1, but the push is not terribly effective. And the team fight's going to be kind of bad-ish. Well, I guess you got Jinx, so you don't need Yorick to actually peel, you just need a body in front of you. That's fine. And I guess we went Kindred here. Kindred's gonna stick in your opinion. Vi was open, true. Yeah, Vi would have been really good into the Zeri specifically.
Mas eu temo pelo
But I
time
guess...
da Luz, pelo menos no início
Let me think
do
about this for a
jogo,
second.
naqueles primeiros
My
objetivos,
first
cara,
instinct is that the
porque não
Vi
vai
is
ter
good,
dano.
but the more I think about it, the less I like the Vi here. I think, is it good? Is it bad? So, okay, my thoughts are, Kindred right now, you pick her because you wanted infinite scaling to be able to match Sion, and her ult kind of counters Victor, right? Like, Chaos Storm comes towards you, you drop Lamb's Respite, and then you just ignore the damage coming out from Victor. Kind of, I guess. It's kind of a weird choice. Also, I guess it's good into the Sion, but yeah, I guess it's good into Sion, because then you've got double AD carry who can kind of shred front line. Vi, my first instinct would be good into Zeri, but the problem with the Vi here is you don't have a good dive buddy, and if you went for the Jinx at the end of the day, and also you didn't see the Zeri here, so if you went Vi instead of Zeri here, you don't know what's coming on the other side. That could be a Xayah.
Que o playstyle dessas equipes até agora no campeonato foi dominar o early game e
But that
aproveitar
would
as
still be-
vantagens para garantir o snowball e fechar as partidas. Já a Loz, para esse jogo, eles vieram com uma proposta
Okay.
diferente. Vamos escalar. Porque assim, quando a gente olha o scaling, eu acredito que o time da Loz tendo uma Zeri, um Victor, um Sai,
What other junglers are there right now?
um late game muito superior do que essa
Skarner's not good here.
O problema é esse,
Maokai
vocês
into
estão
this
falando.
comp?
Vai chegar até esse ponto?
Not
Todo
good.
mundo tá com seus 3, 4 itens ali
Wukong?
numa boa e com uma desvantagem pequena.
Yeah,
a ponto
I think
desse
Wukong
auto-scaling
would probably be my
brigar.
pick.
Mas aí eu olho
Okay.
pro outro lado,
Yeah, I
tem
think
Jinx,
Wukong
tem
would have been my
Kindred,
preference
tem
instead of the Kindred.
Sylas, tem Yorick.
Kindred's fine though. The more I think about it,
Esses são
I think the Kindred's
super
fine.
ali, não.
Kindred's okay.
Os Kindred eu acho que tem mais
It's
jogo
not
aí no
great,
comecinho da
and
partida.
Kindred will
Mas mesmo
struggle,
assim
but if the
também
game
não
goes
é
super long, which it kind of looks like with this, then the Kindred might actually be better than we thought. Picking it here, I agree, is kind of awkward, but it's not terrible. I'm okay with the Kindred. The Vi pick would have also been okay. I think the Kindred ended up being better, but Vi is okay as well. I really like the Jinx pick though. I think the Jinx pick is what really ties this comp together, because there's no real threat onto the Jinx from this comp. She outranges Zeri. Debatably outranges Zeri, actually. I'm just thinking back. Back in the day, Zeri Jinx, I remember it was like meta, and Zeri would win that matchup more often than not in team fights. Like she pumps up more damage than the Jinx does. I don't know if that's still true, because Zeri did get nerfed a bit after that. Yeah, I think it's going to be a farm fest between the two teams. The comps are pretty evenly matched though. Right now, my gut instinct is favoring Stella a little bit, because I think the Silas is just better than Victor.
Pra mim é isso daí, não tem como ninguém
And
tirar a equipe da Stellar.
my big question mark is whether Jinx is better than
o counter dos Kindred geralmente é alguém que
Zeri.
consegue,
Because
fazer
I
aquele
want to say
play
she
skill,
is right now, but
disposicionar
like I said,
alguns
old
jogadores.
Zeri actually pumped up more teamfight damage, which made her kinda outskill Jinx a little bit. If it came down to like 5v5 fights.
A ideia deles é fazer um engage rápido e quebrar
We'll see how it
esse
goes.
esquema do 4.
The drops are very close though. I do appreciate that. Game 1 drops are actually pretty close too, so. They're low probability carries right now, so we don't... Yeah, exactly, right? Like I can't remember the last time we saw a Jinx Zeri matchup.
É um pilar do Trundle,
É
é
isso aí.
pouco.
Even in
pouco
2024,
pra
I don't feel like we saw
quebrar
that matchup
essa
very
formação
much.
um pouco mais defensiva da
I think we saw
Stellar,
more like
e vai ter a
Zeri
possibilidade de ter
Sivir than we
dois
saw Zeri
atiradores que faz
Jinx.
waves de minion com muita
Because the problem with Jinx is that she kind of
facilidade.
fell really low
Então, vai ser
prio
mais
because she's so
difícil chegar
squishy
nas
and it's really hard to
torres
peel for
da
her.
Stellar. Eu tô muito curiosa curiosa pra saber como vai
And
ser
there
o
was so many
desenrolar
divers
dessa
too.
partida.
Tô muito curioso pra saber como o Aituza vai jogar com esse
Oh, okay. It is a Cellbook support. Wow. We were just talking about this yesterday. That's a ballsy move from Cavallo. Okay.
E o Gruntar, é um Sylas
Actually,
que tem um ultimate do
this is
Trundle
probably a good place to
pra
do it
roubar a
because you're up against an
resistência do
Enchanter
Sion.
support.
Então,
Normally you
vai
can't
ser
because you need the
muito
resolve
tanque,
tree
bicho.
into
Ele
other
vai ser muito
engaged
tanque.
champions, but
Into
into an Enchanter, the range disadvantage is kind of bad, so I guess Spellbook makes sense. It's the same reason why you see top laners sometimes run Spellbook into range matchups, like when Karma Soraka was a thing up top.
Exatamente. Ele vai ser
Okay,
essa linha de
okay.
frente. E
I could see it.
por isso que a gente
Yeah,
tava
yeah.
falando
That makes
dos
sense.
picks e bans, o porquê
I like
que
it.
o time da Luz escolheu um Sion se você
Let's
já
see if
tem
Cavallo actually uses it well.
Se a sua ideia era jogar de Trundle e tem um Sylas do outro lado.
São os dois.
There's actually a lot of really good lanes for Steiner to gank. None of the lanes are terribly mobile. You've got Cavallo. Aituza's mobility is also somewhat limited with Scarlet Duck. Pillar messes him up. Top lane's a great place for Steiner to gank early too. And you should be able to burn flash from Jinx.
Começou aqui
If you
os
show up
jogos,
bot
vocês já
lane.
estão focados nas lanes, na movimentação de cada jogador. Obviamente,
Yeah, it's
ali
Steiner's
no meio,
playground in the
o Aituza
early
vai
game.
tomar pressão nesse momento
Let's see what he can
inicial,
actually do with
né?
this.
O Sylas tem que chegar perto pra
If he
poder
just power
farmar,
farms till
enquanto
6, I'm going to be very
vai
disappointed in this
aproveitando,
Trundle.
vai atrapalhando bastante a vida dele, detonando
I know that his
o
ganks are
gol.
not the easiest,
Aqui o
but
Celo começa a explodir os minions, ele
especially in
tá
the
um
long
pouquinho
lanes right
na
now,
frente
Stella is
em
pushing up in
relação
both side
ao
lanes.
adversário, Netuno vai ter que
Yeah,
farmar
that ping's
embaixo
coming
da
down.
torre, não que
I
seja
think they're
grande,
Stella's
ele
pings,
consegue
but
fazer mais ou menos isso.
E, ó, uma coisa que eu tinha esquecido de destacar, na verdade, que a gente tava falando sobre
The nasty
o
thing about
timing
Trundle
das
ganks
duas
too
composições.
is even if you've got the
A Stella,
ward
de
out,
fato, ela não tem um early game muito forte com
he
essas
runs very
peças.
quickly
Mas
over
quando a
that
gente olha as matchups,
default
na
ground,
lane, na
so
lane, é só o Aituza mesmo que é pra tomar essa
sometimes even
pressão.
with the ward,
Zeca,
if you're a
ele
less
tem que
mobile
pressionar,
champion
e
like
aqui
Jinx,
embaixo,
he just
na-
punts you
na
down
rota
anyways in the
inferior,
long lanes.
É a Jinx que tem esse push melhor de wave, ela consegue limpar melhor os minions e ela consegue bater de muito mais longe do que a Zeri. Então, nas rotas laterais é pro time da Stellar e tem a pressão e sofre a pressão apenas aqui no mid.
MG's been winning
Com
up the
essa
lane.
pressão, né, em pelo menos duas rotas, fica um pouco
Range
mais
versus melee
fácil
matchup
do
too.
Melchior
Very
aparecer
beneficial for
pra ajudar o
MG.
ponto dessas rotas e também pra gerenciar os objetivos. E os meus parabéns aí pro Zecas, que veio com o Yorick Miauric.
Yeah,
com
Super
o
Clubber is
Kuka
going to struggle a
Expandini,
bit early
que é um dos
on,
melhores do
but
jogo.
he'll be fine.
Parabéns, Zecas. Você já tá dando mais dano só por isso.
Olha a chegada do Steiner pra
Okay.
cima do Aituza. o
Not really a
pilar
gank
vermelho,
gank,
o
but
Steiner
that's
consegue dar
fine.
aquela
He's
ajudada,
applying
mas
pressure.
não fazer um
He'll get a
gank
plate.
tão efetivo. Obviamente o Aituza tinha o flash ainda pra poder trabalhar,
Okay.
ele tenta debaixo da
Ooh,
torre
great sidestep from MG.
botar o MG pra correr,
That sidestep is
e a
actually
aproximação
giga
do
huge.
Melchior pode ser perigosa. Só que o Aituza tá sem vida.
E o MG tá sem mana, no fim das contas. Então, fica nesse... Os dois meio que param. O Melchior tá esperando o momento, mas o Aituza... A mana do MG voltou. O Aituza não deve vir pra cima assim tão de graça, não. Ele
pegou a
veio,
corrente,
mas não
já
acertou.
era. É. Não pegou a corrente.
Hear the
De olho
cast
no
again.
Melchior,
Ah,
em
when he
questão
misses
dos
the
stacks
chase.
ali, assim, dos stacks da Kindred, né? Já
I don't know. I don't feel
primeiro-
as pressured. Like I think Aituza's doing
É,
fine right now. He doesn't need to
Aqueles
gap close
3,
anymore.
4 ali
MG's kinda
é
out
a
mana.
brincadeira que fica mais
And he's got the
interessante
Duran
pro
shield
time
ticking as
do
well. So
Melchior.
Aituza's
É,
like once you're kind of
eu
down,
até
once you burn
achei
through the mana,
que o Trundle
that's when Silas
é
is in
uma
his comfort
boa
zone.
resposta pra isso, porque ele consegue limpar a selva legal, assim, ter um ritmo pra impedir que
Damn,
os
Celo's still got those
tenham
Jinx
esse ritmo.
mechanics.
A
Jinx
marca
laning
acabou
is
de
kind of
aparecer
interesting
lá na
because a
parte
lot
de
of
cima,
Jinx's
já foi
laning is about using your rockets
rapidamente tomada
very
pelo
effectively.
próprio Steiner, né? Então, o segundo stack
Not just to poke, but also control
E
the
a gente
lane.
tá vendo
Shove.
aqui no top side,
Because the rockets
o
have
Zeca
splash
com
damage.
pressão já consegue levar
Hey, Lunar.
uma das barricadas.
I eat
Então,
Swedish fish.
importante pro
I've actually never tried it.
conseguir,
I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I do like experiencing new things, but I've heard very terrifying things about, was it Stromstern or something like that?
pelo fato
I don't know how to
de ter
pronounce it.
duas waves com prioridade na rota,
I don't know if I'd
o
be
jogo
against
tem
trying
essa
it one day.
possibilidade de utilizar essas
I mean,
lanes
I
com
eat
pressão
durian.
pra quem sabe invadir e conseguir as
Is it-
marcas. Não
it's
foi
probably a
dessa
lot worse
vez,
than Durian,
mas
though, to
olha
be
a
fair.
invasão que o time da Stellar tá indo fazer agora.
Lá vem os ladrão de galinha,
Oh.
meu amigo. E agora vieram em bando. São 3 aí.
I like this from Stella.
Pra roubar o
They're moving together as a
objetivo.
team faster
Steiner
than Losa's.
fica ali olhando,
He kind of just
não
left
tem
Steiner
muito
do
o
his
que
own thing.
fazer, o teleporte dele
Steiner's not
tá
ganked as much as
bola
I'd like.
por
I
aqui,
wanted him to
tá
gank the long
demais.
lanes. Like, the mid lane gank was
A
fine.
situação aí dessas galinhas
But
é
he didn't burn
complicada. O
flash, I
Steiner
think.
deve tá feliz,
Dude, this
não.
fish is a candy?
o
Oh, never
Aituza
mind.
sabe da força que ele tem na parte
Okay,
central
not-
do
it wasn't
mapa, né?
the
Ele
thing I was
sabia
thinking of then,
da
if it's a
contenção
candy.
do Melchior,
I have no
do
clue what
Cavalo,
Swedish
que já
fishers.
tem muito rápidos e direcionados para fazer essa jogada. O Steiner tá
But
limpando
what a
essa
name.
parte de baixo. Lá na parte
Google
de cima,
it.
o Super Kleber não tem nem mana e nem vida.
Is it?
O Zekas acabou
It's
usando
safe
a
for-
donzela, né? Então
Okay.
vai manter essa
No, no,
pressão
it's safe for
legal.
stream, right? It's not. It's not like you're not
Pequeno por
trolling
sair
me,
na
right?
parte de
Okay,
cima. É
I'll Google it after this
difícil
game then.
segurar o Yori.
É difícil demais, a tendência é que de fato tem uma troca, mas aqui embaixo o Netuno já perdeu muita vida.
O cavalo também foi detonado, ele tem que sair. do
Unfortunate
jeito
for
que
Steiner.
pode.
He finally
O
ganked
Steiner
bot lane,
vai
but he didn't really
fazendo a
manage to get on
passagem,
Stella.
só que o meu Kyo tá aqui.
Bilal is doing a great
Netuno
job
tem que
creating
tomar
space.
Cuidado, vem
Oh.
o Steiner com tudo, sangueou também.
Flash burn.
obrigado a usar o flash.
Aituza wants
O
this.
Aituza
I threw
tá
the 6 too.
posicionado. Chegou bem na corrente.
Chaos Storm. Oh,
Foi
beautiful.
Chiglandia dele.
Gorgeous.
Abre o placar o time da Stellar.
Yo, Stella-
Uma
Not a joke, they're
movimentação
just gross.
estranha por parte da Lousa. Eles sabiam que a Stellar
If it
tava
tastes like
subindo,
fish as a
era
candy,
pro
that does
MG
sound
ter
pretty nasty.
avisado que o
But
Aituza
Stella, guys,
potencialmente
Stella's
teria
doing it. They're
chegado,
actually doing the
e
Cinderella
aí
run.
A equipe da Stellar aproveita, só dá o bote e o
I mean, that
Aituza
collapse was
quer
great.
mais.
And I think Stella needed it too. Low key. Aituza is struggling, so him getting the kill is going to help him out so much.
MG, né, e vai ficar por isso mesmo. O grande lance
Tastes
é
like
que
a
abre o
gummy.
placar. Achei que eles tinham uma possibilidade ali pra fazer o dragão, mas eles acabaram
But like
recuando.
gummies have different
Viu a
flavors,
pressão na
right?
rota,
Like, is it
né,
just like a
e
regular
deixou
fruit
o
gummy or
time
something like
rejogar.
that?
Eu acho
If
que
so,
a
why
ideia
Swedish?
agora
Okay,
é
anyways,
você
I'll Google it after and then we
esse
can
dragão,
figure out
pelo
what it
menos
is.
de forma temporária, porque eles têm a pressão no top side,
Silent
então é muito
Heart,
melhor
yeah.
pra você fazer já essas larvas e garantir que pro Yorick vai ser uma grande prioridade.
I see you.
O plano
I have a
do
bag of
Stellar
Haichu that I
não é
accidentally left in my car.
fazerem esse primeiro
And it's, like,
objetivo lá
really
embaixo,
solid
esse
now.
primeiro dragão, acaba sendo- não
Like, you
sendo
gotta
mais
kinda suck on
problema,
it for a
porque
couple of
Stellar
minutes
já
before it
está
softens up, so.
já está à frente com o seu atirador.
That description just
Então,
bring bad,
eu acho
bad
que eles
memories.
fizeram uma boa
I have
jogada
not
agora,
finished that
vão
bag of Haichu,
dominar esse
unfortunately.
topside e devem ficar aí com as larvas, a menos que o time da Luz consiga aí uma façanha de, quem sabe, brigar uma luta.
Okay,
e
Zekas is
assim
winning
fazer
lane.
esses-
Cello and Cavallo are
Era a
doing great
movimentação
in the
da
bot
Stellar,
lane.
tá? Porque veio pro meio do mapa o Celo e o Cavalo. Eu tô de olho nos stacks
I don't
que
know, like,
bloqueou, já tá com
I might be wrong in thinking how the team scale. I'm not confident in this, but I feel like Stella outscales. I want to say they outscale, so I'm a little bit concerned that for Los that they're falling behind. And I'm very happy that Stella is still playing very proactively. Their gold lead comes from that collapse earlier, and now they're playing for objectives. They didn't get first drag though. So.
Que passou pra parte de cima pra roubar o
I think this is even
vermelho
waiting in
do
ambush
meu
right
kill,
now.
Mas eu já sinto que a equipe da Los tá
If Caviar or
atacando
Netuno move
incêndio,
down,
né?
Sanghyun,
Mas meio
Aituza
que é
wants to catch
também
them
esse
in
o early
movement.
game que eles draftaram
Sim.
pra si. É um
So
early
Los
game
don't even
que
answer
eles
with
só
Dragon, they
vão
don't answer with any sort of
esperar.
turret pressure.
O rolê
Like, Netuno
todo
just
deles,
shoved
a
a
estratégia
wave,
é não
or-
deixar o jogo
Not
descontrolado.
even shoved
É
a wave, he just
manter
caught
no
a wave.
mesmo ritmo de partida,
And MG didn't shove
chegar
bot.
ali pros
Damn,
20,
this is
20
really good for
minutos,
Stella.
No máximo 1k e meio atrás. É isso.
É isso, um carro cair meio atrás é legal pro time da Luz, porque a composição deles tem um scale muito bom, né? Principalmente falando aí do Victor e da Zeri, eu acho que são boas possibilidades
Okay.
aí de você fazer lutas pensando em Atacan, pensando em Barão, é
Yeah,
sempre
I don't-
ideal. Mas ó, exatamente como eu falei, o time da Stellar
There's
não
not those
acredita
times where you poke
fazer
Los
esse
and go,
dragão,
Los do
porque a
something,
prioridade
Steiner
era
do
as
something.
larvas,
It has to be
eles
Steiner
ficaram com
too.
as 3 larvas, e agora sim, vão conseguir dominar essa
If you're waiting for first
região
item power
ali de baixo
spikes,
do mapa, pra quem sabe
oh
fazer
no,
muito bem
MG's
esse
going Rod of
trabalho.
Ages. Yeah, first item power spike is not what Los want to fight
Que é
on.
o terror do time da Luz. Se a Luz precisa de
They need to
tempo,
fight
quanto
now.
mais objetivos
Drag
eles
might already be
derem,
gone by the
menos
time.
tempo
Yeah,
eles
Steiner
têm.
can't even get
Quando
there.
dia
Great
eles
traps
vão
from
deixar
Cello.
a Luz se aproximar,
Early
o
smite,
dragão
that doesn't
é feito.
matter. They
Cavalo
knew they
tá um
had the
pouquinho pra trás,
range.
mas é um Rakan, tem muita mobilidade. Tem o Pin Estouro ainda posicionado aqui e o time da Stellar vai só saindo com o
Hey,
objetivo
you made
grande.
lemon
Eu
chicken?
vi o Smite que
Nice.
deixou com 14 de
Eu
vida
vi
do dragão
também.
ali também.
Estamos de olho, estamos de olho.
You
a
cook
tropa fiscal
normally,
do
Luna,
Smite
or do you just like
tá de olho.
order, like buy stuff?
Mas ó, o Gruntar
Oh.
levantou um ponto muito importante que
Good
foi a
bit
questão
of
do
damage
tempo
onto
do
Aituza.
time da Luz,
No kill
que
threat
vai,
though.
parece que ficando cada vez mais curto, já que a Stellar tá acelerando muito
Okay.
esses objetivos.
I am-
E como a Stellar tem 2 atiradores e tem muito dano nessa composição, eles fazem esses objetivos muito rápido.
Yeah, I am
Vamos ver
not
como é que a Luz
liking
vai
what
se
I'm seeing out of
comportar
Los
dessa
so
vez.
far
Eles
this
chegaram
game.
meio atrasados,
I thought Game
não
1 is better
conseguiram
played.
contestar e nem
Maybe
puxaram
one of
a
your
fight
roommates
depois
cooks?
disso.
Ah.
Mas o ideal é que eles estejam bem
It's always
ligados
nice when somebody
nos
else cooks for you.
próximos objetivos, pra pelo menos buscar esse contato e retomar um pouco desse ouro a partir de eliminações.
Eu tava de
I don't- I'm
olho
one of those
também na
people who
movimentação do Super Kleber,
cooks
que ele
to
usou o
eat.
ultimate
Like, I
pra
don't like
ir pra
cooking
parte
that
central
much.
e tentar se
I like eating
aproximar
though.
da briga
So,
que
I
tava
learned to cook
rolando,
so that I could
mas
eat.
ele não foi tão punido pelos Zekas na parte de cima do mapa. Os Zekas não
can
conseguiu
cook
abrir
okay.
mais espaço do
I mean, I've
que
worked in
já
a
tinha,
restaurant
né?
before, but
Continua,
yeah.
são 2 barricadas ainda assim pros Zekas,
Hey.
mas a tendência é que o Super Kleber
One of us.
à medida que ele for buildando armadura e resistência, sofrendo
Zach is playing the Yorick well. Better than Weiser's.
Ainda assim vai sofrer.
Weiser's Yorick was not ideal, unfortunately.
Passou na parte superior, pegou o aronguejo, o quarto stack
That game where he played Yorick was all about Titan.
Legal pra brigar. E se a gente
You'd rather
tava
live in your
comentando que
you can live in your cooking, but you'd rather not. Yeah.
o early game mais
I think that the thing I hate most about cooking is actually not even the cooking; it's the cleaning up. If somebody's willing to clean up, I'm more willing to cook.
E a equipe da Stellar aqui na parte central, como aquela leitura
Like
que a
once in a
Fabulous
while,
tinha feito,
I might
vai
like want to
abusando
cook
do
for fun,
domínio
but
que o Celo vai
I
ter
never
com
want to
as
clean
suas
up.
bônus, né,
I
pra
just yeah, it's just
empurrar
part of what you
a
have to
onda de
do.
minions e manter a pressão à frente da Zeri. A Zeri não faz mais a
Actually, that reminds me. I actually recorded myself cooking some pau de queijo.
para limpar os minions, então
I think
tendência é que
it's
ela
like
não
2 years ago I did that.
consiga responder o
But
Celo
then I was
fácil.
lazy to
Eu acho lindo que o time da Loz já tá
to actually edit the video together, so I never posted that video.
Se esses caras aparecerem aqui pra roubar as galinhas de
But yeah, the
vocês,
pau de queijo was good.
eles vão fazer uma
Actually, now
coisa.
talking about cooking makes me want to cook that
Já
again.
tem sentinela ali,
I
mas o
froze
time
a
da
batch of it and I
Stellar
was just having
quer
that for
deixar
breakfast.
borracha, então tem mais 2 sentinelas, uma de controle
You don't
da
mind the cleaning?
uma
Just
ali
put on
na
a podcast and do the
frente das
dishes?
aquamas. Na hora que as galinhas
Maybe it's
nascerem,
because I'm messy
eles
when I
vão
cook.
saber.
Like I like to have all my
Toda
bowls and
vantagem
everything
de
like
ouro
measured out in
ali na
advance. So
lane
there's a lot of stuff I need to
Não
wash up
tem
after.
ninguém da equipe da Loz com uma vantagem.
I don't know if like y'all
Porém,
do this in
tá naquela
Brazil. Like
marca do
I've had this
Zubar,
conversation
tá aí
before.
pouco.
In
A
North
equipe
America,
da Loz até aqui tá
there's
se
like
segurando
most
legal.
people wash with dishwashers, right? So you just need to like rinse it out, put it in your dishwasher, and wash the stuff. Like being raised as an Asian, we don't use a dishwasher. Our dishwashers are like glorified drying racks. So I have to hand wash most of my stuff. Or I don't have to, I guess, but I just do it out of habit, which is a pain to hand wash.
Eu não
Like
sei
that
até
many
que
things.
ponto que ele tá acompanhando no farm mesmo, até que ponto são os minions do Yorick dando farm.
If I ever
mesmo,
actually got
né,
around to maybe
Super
using a
Kleber.
dishwasher, maybe I wouldn't mind as
É,
much.
tem isso também,
It's not
né?
common in-
Com a mudança do Yorick,
it's not as common in
agora
Brazil?
tem a
Okay.
possibilidade de espumar muito mais.
Yeah, 44 swears by dishwashers.
Eu ia dizer nariz da neve, mas Pedrinho tem um charme. Um charme maior, né?
Mas assim, aí tem uma parada que eu...
Okay, also I've been very distracted because nothing is happening on the map right now.
Aqui embaixo talvez dê.
Aqui pode, o Aituza teve que
Like
usar o
this is the
flash,
most
ele
action or the
procurando
closest we've seen to kill
próprio
threat, and even then,
pilar.
not really. I
Vai
think it just
saindo
burns
o
flash.
Aituza, mas custou o flash. No meio do mapa, o Celo vai atrás de
Okay.
barricada. E vai atrás de abate também. O Netuno foi
Oh, this should actually kill.
encontrado.
Oh,
O míssil
Good
não
flash from
pegou
Netuno.
e por isso o Netuno
Yo, lose
vai
the turret for it.
saindo vivo.
Ele não tem vida nenhuma,
Cavallo
mas o cavalo
almost died.
quase foi pro curral aí depois desse dive.
Okay.
Foi esquisito ali pra ele.
Yeah,
Mas
the
foram
game is
mais
unfortunately
barricadas
sleeper.
pro
I mean, we
Celo,
knew it was coming when we
mais
saw the
uma,
drops come
dos
through
minions.
already, unfortunately.
4 barricadas pro Celo no mid. E aí
With
dá liberdade,
this
Zé,
much
tá
skilling on
dando
both teams,
top.
the mid game was gonna be very
O
slow.
Celo tá
Oh!
dominando o mid, calma aí que agora tem briga.
I think Mukio stole it.
Movimentação virou bichinho.
Oh, never mind, he died.
E é eliminado, meu
He didn't ult! Brother, you could have ulted! He wasn't even in the bounce house!
Protege sua selva e vai segurando
Stupid Mukio,
o
man.
jogo.
É, foi o que eu tava falando. Tem a possibilidade, e eu ia falar, só que ela é um pouco
Like,
mais
yes, there's a lot of
arriscada.
CC, but if he was just slamming
Aí
R, he
foi
could have
a
ulted.
cobrança feita. O meu
That's an
Mukio
unnecessary
tá com
death.
5 marcas, apesar de ter
Yeah.
cedido esse abate.
This is also why I was saying that Los needed to make plays happen early. Once they kind of hit level 6, the plays get a lot harder for Los to make. And then you don't have to pick Pilchick flashbacks.
Ao time da Loz, mas o fato é que precisa ter um pouco de cautela nessas.
Wait, didn't Pilchick win that
Então,
with
primeiro
the
você,
despite the Kindred?
controla a
The
visão,
Kindred game?
e
I
depois
forget.
de visão controlada e você tendo a informação do time adversário, aí sim
Yeah,
você
but now
vai
we're in the
ter
mid game
avanço.
where like nobody can do
Melchior,
anything.
ele ainda tinha
Los
flash,
has to
ele
wait
tinha
for the Victor to
tudo,
skill up
por um
before they
acaso
want to
ele
start
não
fighting,
usou nada,
and they want 2
acabou
items.
sendo eliminado,
And Stella are
também
kind of
o
happy to
time
just
foi polimorfado,
give them that
foi,
as
né?
well.
Então,
virou
So
não conseguiu fazer
realistically,
muita coisa.
it's just
Então,
Mukio's playground, but
pras-
Mukio doesn't have enough
pros
kill threat.
próximos,
So Stella
momentos
should
do
just run the
jogo,
mid game.
em que se
They should get
ele
everything they
mais
want,
polimorfe, dando uma
except for
cara
kills.
demais,
If Los play defensively, they just
vai
don't
ser uma
lose
grande
bodies.
função
They'll
da
lose turrets, they'll lose
Pelo menos
objectives,
tem todos
but
os
they shouldn't
feitiços
lose
pra
lives.
mais uma briga, né?
Garrett's won, despite Yoshi.
Tem
Yeah,
o
yeah.
ultimate,
That's what I thought. I
tem
was like,
isso,
I
você vê que
thought
o
he
Dragon
won
vai
that game.
ficando no
Even
colo
though
do
I agree,
time
it wasn't
Stellar,
him
que agora
carrying.
vai poder rotacionar lá pro
It was
topo e
him
tentar fazer
low-key
um arauto
making
também.
things kinda
Seriam
hard,
os dois
but-
grandes objetivos desse ponto
What was that,
do jogo, eles já fizeram.
2023?
É, aí
22?
a torre do mid tá muito
Everything blends
danificada.
together for me.
Melchior
I have bad
vem
memory.
na linha de frente, dá um cadinho de dano no senhor.
Like, I know
O
things
arauto tá
happened,
sendo
I don't
feito,
remember the exact
mas tá
dates.
sendo feito pela Loz.
Tá
22,
sendo
yeah.
feito só pelo Chiner.
It's funny too, because I was actually there in person watching the finals.
Sangueon fica
In San Fran.
próximo e vem chegando agora também o
I just forget which year it
time
is.
da Stellar e quer essa briga.
O Kleber tem
Melchior
ult.
vai se posicionando. Vou ficar ligado no cavalo que ele fica chegando ali. O Melchior vai
Yeah,
tentar
Orbital managed to get me
abate.
tickets.
Roubou!
Oh, the steal from Mukio.
Pega aquele ladrão, Melchior. Rouba o arauto.
Yeah, this is not a fight Los want. Look at, they're just getting ripped apart.
Chegando muito bem. também, já saiu o primeiro abate. Enquanto isso,
This is not playable for them.
mandando as flechas. Cavalo faz mais uma entrada. Super Kleber conseguiu fazer
Oh,
a proteção,
Netuno.
travar o time da Stellai. E agora no refúgio, Melchior vai
Oh,
ficando
nice.
vivo, mas tá perigoso.
That placement was really good,
Eles
actually.
vão saindo com o objetivo. E a
No,
eliminação.
unfortunately
Foi só
not,
essa
Lunar.
eliminação do
I've already
Senhor,
went to
sobrou
Texas this year,
mesmo, e
so
aquele refúgio
that's my travel for
funcionou,
this year.
salvou a
Kind of
vida
used
do
up.
Melchior, e aí, sei lá, e vai ficar nessa vantagem. Tem o Arauto também.
And also, I
pra
spent money on
fazer
tickets
um
for the
estrago
MSI
ainda
instead,
maior.
because
Ih,
that's closer to home.
Senhor.
So no Texas for me.
Deu de cara com o Aituz e com o Cavalo. Ele usa o crescimento virente pra tentar
Sanghyun?
ganhar um pouquinho de tempo. Chegada do Netuno. Será que sai
Oh!
Sangue?
Vivo!
Explodiu
Wait,
no
Netuno might be in
míssil
trouble
pra
now.
cima
Okay.
dele. Super Kleber faz a contenção. O Aituza ficou atrás das
Where's
linhas
Aituza
inimigas.
going?
Tomou
There's still a
aquela
turret there.
lentidão marota. Fica ainda perigoso.
Aituza has no
Super Kleber
flash.
correndo,
If his team
mas
doesn't build him out,
vai
Aituza's
pra
dead.
tentar ajudar. O Aituza passa pela parede.
Oh, he got over the wall? No
Vai
shot?
sendo derretido. Um perigo danado.
Surely he doesn't get
Ainda tá
away.
vivo.
Netuno, please.
Netuno se aproxima.
Thank you,
Vai
Netuno.
na área de
Holy crap.
eliminação.
That was
Abusou
criminal
e ficou
from Aituza.
muito tempo ali o Aituza.
Abusou 2 vezes já a equipe da Stellai, né?
Three
2 vezes
troubles
seguidas.
alone.
E a base na mão do Netuno não é o que a equipe da Stellai quer. Mas
Has
o Vex
Shunton done anything to
tá
Brazil
na
so far? I thought he's
função
left
de
most of South
PBR,
America
né?
alone besides,
Enquanto
I thought he's focused on
isso,
Mexico.
a tropa de demolição de um homem só e seus estagiários.
Oh, speaking of
está
travel visas,
demolindo torres, porque ele já levou
as a
duas.
Canadian, I used to be able
Mas
to go to Brazil without a travel visa,
levou
but this year they need one now, which kind of sucks for me.
todo aquele salseiro ali na selva.
Unfortunate.
Ele levou a torre tier 1 lá do top, deu TP aqui pra baixo e já levou mais uma
Okay.
torre de novo. Então o Zekas fazendo muito bem esse papel e por conta dessas duas torres, principalmente.
Yeah, Super Club are starting to get
a
tanky enough that the Yorick split push is not working as well. I mean, Yorick still wins it, it's just much, much slower.
Já deu uma desgarrada
He just wave
legal.
clear.
No meio dessa brincadeira toda também foram as proezas para a equipe da Stellai.
Second item should be coming soon. I'm literally just watching this Rod of Ages. When it hits 20, it should be roughly around the time where Los want to play it. Gold graph is misleading. It's only 2.8k gold difference.
Se era 2k e meio, já tá esbarrando nos
Doesn't mean
3 aí a
anything.
equipe da Stellai.
Yeah, the thing is that half of Miami is Brazilian that got a travel
Uma
visa.
vantagem construída durante esses primeiros 18 minutos, várias torres foram caindo.
That's
Primeiro
hilarious.
torres
I actually didn't know that.
detonada. Próximo objetivo é daqui a 2 minutos. De um lado o Atacan, do outro lado o Dragão Colossus. E tá mais
Miami's
ou
a
menos
nice party
mesmo
town,
tempo.
though.
Os dois objetivos, é claro que o Atacan
I wouldn't mind
mais
going one day.
difícil de fazer aos 20 assim sem nada mais grandioso acontecer.
Eles até têm a possibilidade do... calma aí.
Well, that's fine.
É um Rakan.
Será?
Ainda assim vai sendo pressionado, tomou a lentidão por muito
Tem
tempo,
ult.
tem que usar o ultimate pra poder escapar
Yeah,
dali.
he
O
burns
Ekashi
out. It'll be
consegue
fine. The ult will be back
Sim,
up by the
pra
time Dragon
mim,
spawns.
Assim, 3k...
Actually, maybe not. He's only got level
não
1
é
ult, actually.
a
Never mind.
posição que a Los queria estar, mas esse abate que o Netuno pegou...
I still don't think Los will be able to
me
take that dragon
preocupa.
away.
Olhando do ponto de vista da Stellai, o abate que o...
2 more
o Victor
minutes. Do
pegou
we see
me
second items start to
preocupa
come through?
pouco.
We should,
O fato
I
do
think.
Victor tá chegando também nos
Yep, there we go.
stacks de
Selo
boa
just completed
nesses-
his.
nos
Netuno should be
próximos
right there,
2 minutos
too.
aí, também é uma parada
one more wave or 2 more
interessante pra
waves.
Los e começa a ser um pouquinho mais preocupante pra Stellai.
And then maybe
que agora
we'll
o
start to
Zekas
actually have
ficou
action.
isolado.
O cavalo vem chegando, o míssel bate no estilo.
Oh,
todo mundo
great
tá
knockout
no
from Sanghyun.
crescimento virente, o
But this
primeiro
turret dive is
saiu,
just
Zekas
very
bem
ill-advised.
detonado. Olha a aproximação do Aituza,
Yeah.
veio muito forte e levou
It's a 2-for-1 right
Agora
now.
o Super Kleber, que vai jogar o Aituza pro alto, a não ser que ele saia com flash.
Cavallo will probably die, but he might buy enough time.
O cavalo. Vai do
Yeah,
outro
Mewtwo's
lado,
almost here.
sendo utilizado,
Mewtwo has
e o
ult too.
também se posiciona.
Hello, are we not building out Cavallo?
Vem pra brigar, o cavalo consegue um bom
Really, Mewtwo? You just left your AD carry to die, brother?
Vou até mandar um ping na torre. Ela vai ser detonada e a briga tá acontecendo no topo, enquanto o meio do mapa vai sendo detonado
Okay.
pelo Celo. Mais uma eliminação do
Yukio, for your betrayal of your support, that death was deserved.
Muita coisa aconteceu.
Foi quadra
Still.
bem no mid, foi isso?
3 for 3.
Cara, inacreditável.
And Celo
A gente
breaks an
tava
inhibitor while that's
distraído
happening.
com a luta lá em cima, enquanto isso o Celo, ó, martelando com esse arauto na
And
And they can't even drag. This is a Hextech map.
levou a base inteira do time da Los, porque ele chegou a Tier 3, levou o inibidor também e tem Minho já
That
batendo
was
gol de
choices to come
Nexus.
through for sure, for
Agora
sure.
ele tem que sair daí, tomou o pilar na cara, aproximação do cavalo pra proteger seu AD Carry. O Aituza tá próximo e a Luz vai ter que
Yeah,
entrar,
the
tá
lack of
constante
backline
aqui
engage
pra fazer o
on
objetivo,
Los right now is
que
coming
é o
out right.
dragão.
Celo is
Colocariam
so
eles
safe.
no ponto de alma, vamos ver se eles conseguem.
O Aituza vai sendo essa pedra no
Celo broken the
sapato
bit.
da
Yeah,
Stellai.
well, I mean, that's a
Ele e o
jinx with
Cavalo
Shelly.
tão
He had Shelly with him, so he got excited early early and then just pushed in. And he already had 2 items completed on that push too. That was why like that topside dive was very ill-advised from Los. And they kind of gave kills over to Aituza too, which is like doubly bad.
A Los não tem espaço de mapa nenhum, enquanto a Stellai faz o que quer.
Eu achei bom que assim, matamos o Ione.
I don't know, Los feels like they're playing more desperately than they have to. Like, I don't know why they felt the need to force that. They were about to hit, they were about to hit second item MG. They could look for a team fight with 2 items. I think that's when they're actually online. I don't know why we had to try and force that. Oh. This is what I don't get about CD right now. A lot of the good teams, or good teams on paper, teams like Kaboom, with like a bunch of CBLOL players, team like Los Grandes, who's a bunch of CBLOL players, Corinthians, who started the season so well. Like, it just feels like as the season went on, somehow like their brains started turning off a little bit. Like they started making more and more questionable choices. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because like maybe the pressure of tier 2 is like win now, so they start playing more aggro, but like, the setup's not there. And then you get teams like Red and Cade and Stella who are like getting cleaner and cleaner as the season goes on, and that's why like the Cinderella run for Stella suddenly looks like very, very doable. Even Cade started yesterday. Like Cade didn't play wrong necessarily, but they didn't play like how do I say this? They weren't making mistakes, but they also weren't making game-winning plays that often yesterday. I think that's an exception, but I'm worried that it becomes like a thing. Mukio has ult. I'm not even worried. Mukio has ult. Yeah. Yeah, Los got baited. They need to kill Netuno though. Netuno's the one problem.
Celo tenta fazer a contenção e botar a galera pra correr, porque o Shiner também não tem
vida.
É aquilo que a gente falou, Gruntar. Olha como a equipe da Stellai não morre. É um Silas com...
Yeah, Los overextended. They kind of got strung out there. They need Super Clever with them to start these fights, because they need a tank. If they have him to tank, then the fights get a lot easier. This is fightable for Los Grandes. Super Clever should just charge in. Yeah, just trying to wait out Los Grandes right now. Ooh. Wait, that actually kind of worked. Netuno's not here. Atakan is doing more damage to Stella than Los is right now. Stella needs to be careful about Atakan. They might have thrown. They need to get Atakan, at least. Okay, they got it. Yeah, Mukio dies. Oh, Cavallo went in. That's a mistake. Okay, this is really good for Los. They actually very badly needed that. Atakan was bait, and Stella just sat in the Atakan the entire time. Like when they were hitting super Clever, they were eating damage from Atakan the entire time. The shred was huge. Like the idea from Stella was okay, but I think they were a bit too in their own heads about it. They're not that far ahead that they can melt to the Scion. Unfortunately, Stella's got a lot of attack speed, but not enough damage right now. And Mukio as well is he's got some shred, but not enough. Soon though.
E por conta disso deu tempo do time da Los chegar, fazer toda essa cobrança e retomar pouco. Aquela vantagem de ouro de 2.500.
All Los wants is to farm and so just open their mid and hit to make it easier.
25 minutos, tempo do Baron e com o Victor estacadinho, é perfeito.
E olha a quantidade de torre que tem no mapa ainda pra equipe da Los.
To be fair to Stella, when they opened the mid inhib, I think it was the right call. They were pushing in. They were getting the advantage and could have looked for more, but I think they slowed down a bit too much, and that's when, yeah.
Com certeza teriam Atakan, talvez não tivessem chego dentro da base, mas eles já estavam dentro da base. Não fez basicamente nada o teleporte dos Zekas ali na parte central.
Because even on the Atakan take, technically the mid in-hit take was good. You had supers pushing in mid, which was fine. The problem was just how they actually end up finally setting up for that. They got distracted. They sent Zekas to try and apply even more pressure when they didn't need that. And if they send Zekas to apply the pressure, when they see somebody base, like Netuno basing right there, they should just call for Zekas immediately, TP up and force the thing. I think Stella thought they could do both at the same time. That's where everything fell apart. And now it kind of reset their advantage. It's still okay though. Like I said, this part I could be wrong. I think Stella outscales with their composition.
parte deles.
Oh.
Então, vamos ver como é que o
Those
time
woke up
da
inside to
Loz
play,
vai se
like,
comportar
oh
agora,
my
porque eles
God.
precisam levar essa torre, adiantar um pouco a visão,
Oi,
mas olha como é difícil
Not quite
pra
as bad,
eles levar as
unfortunately.
torres. Olha como é difícil pra eles
I love
manter a
Flamengo,
posição
but
lead.
no, Stella didn't throw quite as bad yet. They're still doing things. Flamengo died because they didn't do anything.
O time da Loz foi fazer o dragão e a galera da Stellai tá tentando ganhar tempo.
Yeah,
tá tentando
that's a good
se
call from Stella.
posicionar
You
pra
take Dragon,
fazer
we
o
take
Barão,
Baron.
enquanto o Zekas vai
Against
levando
Zekas still
a
has
base
TP, so he can rejoin the
De um
fight.
lado é Barão, do outro lado é base. A Loz fica perdida. Eles vêm chegando agora pelo Rio. Mas o Barão tá
Yeah,
praticamente
he's already
pronto. A Loz não vai cobrar.
Oh, Los
Barão
didn't even
do
get the dragon
time
yet.
da
Okay, they got
Stellai.
it. I was like, did they not get the
Enfia
dragon?
pelo meio,
No
vai
shot.
levar outro inibidor.
Vai, esse inibidor aqui vai cair, o Sion
Ou não?
vai tentar um monte, vai todo mundo da Loss chegar e de novo vão fechar o Zekas. O
Yeah,
problema
Zekas
é que o
can't get out.
resto
He just
do
dies here.
time da Stellai vai cobrar essa morte do Zekas
Okay.
já já.
I wish Zekas just stayed
Mas
there
ainda
and took the
o Zekas
inhib.
podia ter levado o inibidor, pelo
É
menos.
isso que eu ia dizer,
É,
porque
ok.
ele tava
Yeah,
batendo
ulted stop
no
portal,
inibidor
yeah.
quando ele percebeu que
Which is
o cara
fine. I
tava
think that's the right call
vindo.
from
Você
Super
já sabe,
Clever.
você é muito
Getting the kill
preciso,
onto Zekas
pelo
is
menos
massive because of
levar
Baron
alguma
buff.
coisa consigo.
I just think
Isso,
Zekas should have just taken the inhibitor. Like, you're dead, you're not getting out
ele
anyways.
levou
Turn
o
wrong, take the
Tier
stupid
2
inhibitor,
e
please.
Tier 3 do top, o inibidor do top, e ele
Once you take the
levaria mais o
inhibitor,
inibidor do
Stella
mid.
can actually
A vida
4v5 on the
dele
bot
estaria mais
side.
do que paga
If
se
that
ele
inhibitor is
fosse
still
tirado
up,
ali.
it's
Mas
kind of iffy
não
if you can do
conseguiu
it.
tomar essa decisão a tempo, a Luz faz a cobrança, consegue parar o split push, pelo menos de forma temporária, do Zekas, que ainda tem o seu teleporte. Só que a Stellai agora tem bônus de barão pra trabalhar. E são mais de 2 minutos desse bônus pra
Yeah,
que eles
Los are getting
possam
kills now,
abrir de
but
vez
Stella
a
is still
base,
ahead.
sabe, do time da Luz.
Mas eles estão com
They're fine with that.
numérica,
Stella's
porque o
playing
Zekas
the
ainda
macro.
tá morto. Eles vêm pela parte inferior do mapa, então, tentando alguma coisa, mas tem que tomar
I don't
cuidado.
know.
A Luz vai se posicionando
I don't like
pra
Los' shot
fazer
this
essa
game.
briga. Zekas está dando teleporte lá no
I don't.
meio
Sorry,
do mapa pra
in
levar
correction.
aquele inibidor
I don't like the way they
finalmente.
played their
Tá
drop
todo
this
mundo da
game.
Luz por aqui, então o Zekas vem
Zekas just
muito
runs in with
pra garantir o
TP.
inibidor e não tem muito caô.
Okay,
Tá
there we go.
aí o time da Luz voltando, cedendo essa T2, porque não tem muito como parar o Zekas.
Porque apesar disso,
Ends up being the same. It's
o
okay.
resto do time ainda tem Baron, né? Eles perderam o Zekas, legal, não foi ótima aquela decisão.
So you're taking a
mas
huge
o Baron
gamble fantasy?
ainda tá, e fica muito difícil responder.
Okay, okay.
Do outro lado, em que tem uma Jinx que limpa
Wait, you're at
os
the top right now. Why do you have to
junto
take? You
com
don't
os
have to take any
também.
gambles in fantasy
Lá
right
vem
now.
o Super Kleber.
You're doing really
Será que ele
well.
vai alcançar alguém?
Não vai. Não vai alcançar ninguém e a outra onda de Minas está vindo. Do outro lado, o MG fica tentando parar a movimentação do Zekas, que segue muito forte, derrubando a parada toda. A Luz tenta parar o
You're betting on-
time
how is that
da
a- get-
Stellai, que
get
vem
out of here,
inferior,
Lunar.
invadindo a base e batendo nessa torre, mas a onda de Minas foi levada.
É, mas o Zekas está
Kane
guardando
is-
o caixão ali, com perdão da
Yeah,
piada,
that's not a hot take at
junto com
all.
os Super Minions pra
That's
chegar na
freezing
base
cold.
inimiga. E aqui na base inferior, na parte inferior da base, a equipe da Stellai vai levar essa torre já já.
On top of that, it's also like Furia with an injury.
O Aituza ameaçando o MG, que tenta limpar a onda de Minas, mas tem muito bicho por ali, meu amigo. É difícil.
If Pain
Então,
lose to that, like, they
a galera da
deserve to get
Stellai
knocked
vai
down.
avançando. Levaram o torre inibidor, vem pra última luta. A torre do Nex já foi detonada e o Celo vai mandando tiro de muito longe, vai mandando bala de muito longe. Cavalo encantou todo mundo.
I don't know.
O dano vem pra
Like,
cima da Luz.
I don't know what MVP for Stella this game. Like, game 1 had 2 people who stood out to me. This game just feels really methodical. Like, there was no hero for Stella. Everybody's just doing their thing. Like, it almost feels like the expected outcome this game. I don't know, I feel like this game was more on Los than it was on Stella. Like, don't get me wrong, Stella did really well. I don't want to take that away from them. Like, Stella is doing incredibly this series as well. I don't want to take anything away from them. But this game just felt like more Los just being lost and not doing anything. You give it to Aituza and Silas, but he lost lane pretty hard.
Sobre o draft no começo, sobre como as escolhas foram feitas de uma forma meio, talvez, esquisita. Mas depois, pensando bem, a ideia
Trying to think, like, did he do a lot in team fights? He did a decent amount in team
eu
fights, that's
peguei já
fair.
do meio pro final. Porque normalmente
Okay.
quando você tem Yorick...
But that just makes the series MVP more complicated. Because I didn't want to give it to, like, Aituza was not one of the 3 who caught my eye in game 1.
A donzela do Silas, ela acaba talvez causando muito mais dano
Mais forte, né?
Porque
por causa
né?
do dano e do AP. Exatamente. Então, eles já pegaram esses dois já pra impedir isso de acontecer. Mas aí eu senti que a Loz não utilizou isso, Colossus,
Perfeito.
da melhor forma possível no draft pra evitar com que houvesse toda essa vantagem nos picks do time da Stellai.
Pra mim, a seleção...
Damn it, I was
do
muted.
Sion
I think that's only
deixou
true
o
if
Yorick
you're Graftar Lunar.
muito livre. E
Laning only
hoje,
matters if you
o
lost.
draft
The
deles
problem is I don't feel like
demais.
Aituza
A gente
did
falou isso, cara. esse
more
time demora
than-
muito pra entrar no jogo.
say Mukio or Cello or Cavallo in team fights either. Like, he did well. Oh, and Romer. Okay, fine. And Romer, that's...
Mas o mapa desgarrou.
Is that fair to Romer? I feel like Romer fails the eye test, but he's actually good. Let me actually just check his landing stats in playoffs.
Tava o tempo inteiro causando no mapa. Era, vamos contestar dragão, vamos empurrar a torre, vamos fazer não sei o que lá.
Solo's the problem, but not for me.
Lá marretando torre e fazendo o que quer que seja que ele quisesse fazer na partida.
E pra mim foram dois.
Now, Celo's doing much better. The thing too with Celo is I don't even feel like he is individually playing better. I think the team is playing better around Celo, so Celo looks better now that he actually has a team around him. Like this game, Celo was very well protected.
Muito complicado.
I think Celo's been playing at this level for a long time, actually.
Eles armaram essa composição muito late game e cara, hoje em dia o League of Legends
Romer isn't it? I don't know how I feel about that. Let me check his numbers, like I said. I think to the eye test, I agree. Romer does not look great to the eye test, but I think statistically he's actually really good. Same as Morteus. I think they're both being... Wait, not mid. What am I doing? No, wait, Romer is mid. What am I saying? They talked about Morteus, my brain fried for a second. Yeah, let's check KDA first.
E olha que assim, quando chegou nos
Romer
20
is
minutos,
third.
a gente até destacou
Second,
lá
6.1 tight.
game que a diferença de
CS per
tava
minute.
pequena e tava
He's actually not doing that badly in CS
da
per minute
Luz.
either.
O problema é que era uma
I think that was where he
composição
looked kind of bad.
que não
His
tinha
DPM,
muita
he's
forma pra
very
brigar ainda.
mid, I
Eles não
guess.
tinham dano
He's got the
suficiente
highest GD at
pra
15
bater
though.
de frente com outro time, pra eliminar logo, principalmente os kills
Sure.
logo muito rápido. Eles não
Uh,
tinham.
I will give you that to a certain extent, Lunar, yes. But let's not forget, even when winning, even when Greftar won the league, he was still like near the bottom when it came to GD at 15 as well as CS per minute.
Complicada no próprio draft.
So,
Que
if
deixou
I can defend,
mesmo que eles
if I am a
dessem
Greftar
ele,
believer in
eles
those
não tinham
situations, I
ferramentas
cannot
pra
really
parar o
fault
resto do
Romer.
time no Estelar.
E aí
in
uma
that sort of
parada que a gente
situation.
não tinha visto, aquele teleporte levou o inibidor do mid.
Sim.
Eu não tinha visto que o inibidor
Okay.
tava de pé aquela hora.
Yeah, I think
Outra
Romer's
coisa
fine.
do draft do time da Luz. Você tá vendo o Yorick. Você sabe que o adversário vai
I
jogar 1-4.
agree. I wouldn't say
Você
Romer's
não
the
tem uma
best mid
ferramenta
laner right
clara
now
pra fazer um engage
in
legal?
LTA South.
Maneira?
But I don't think he's bad. I think he's fine. I think he fits what Pain wants of him right now, and I think he is improving fast enough that I am not upset with the Pain pickup of Romer. I am okay with it. There's probably better like immediate people you could pick right away, but in terms of growth, I like the ceiling that Romer has. You call him Romers. Wait, is that actually a thing they call Romer? Romer Simpson? Why? I mean, it's kind of funny because Homer Simpson, but I don't know. I think Romer's doing pretty well. You traded cheese for cow milk when you're lactose intolerant. Wait, if you're lactose, I thought you can't take either. I guess some cheeses maybe you can, but
Mas eles erraram
yeah,
em
because he
pontos
sounds
em
Homer.
que
Oh, okay.
meio
So it's
que
literally
estavam
just because it sounds
o
similar.
resto tava sendo muito
That's
bem
not fair to
executado.
Romer though.
King do
Romer
lado
did blow up
do
and you
Pio,
can
a gente
power
falou, né? Pegou os stacks rapidinho.
Muito cedo, pô.
É,
3 minutos.
Lunar, the imagery in that's disgusting.
5 stacks já.
I don't want to think about it. Wait, we're gonna do something in the break. What were we?
perfeito.
Oh, Swedish Fish. Right.
Bom, gente, o time da Lois escolheu o lado azul para esse jogo 3, então não mudaremos os lados. A gente vai para aquele breve intervalo
Fish
na
shaped
volta.
chewy candy.
Pode ser o último jogo
By
dessa
Swedish
série
candy
entre
producer in
Lois e
Morocco.
Stellar Game, então não sai daí que o circuitão volta já.
What's so special about Swedish Fish? They don't contain gelatin. Oh. Sticky, chewy texture. Ooh, that does not sound appetizing. Canada, the quiet disappearance of Swedish Fish. I guess we don't have them here anymore, huh? I've never seen them before, for sure. They're bad. I mean, the way to describe the texture doesn't sound good. What flavors do they have?
Vários desafios.
Iconic red berry.
Muitas
Oh, lingonberry.
possibilidades.
Okay. Yeah. That's like sweet.
Caminho
I don't know. I've only tried lingonberry
firme
jam
sou eu,
because they sell that at
caminhar.
IKEA. Reminded me a bit of like sweet cranberry,
B3.
cherry blackcurrant.
Requires milkers constantly.
Com você,
Hello, Elizabeth. Thank you for the follow. Also, I love that sound alert. I hope y'all can hear it. I don't know if y'all can actually hear the sound alert. But yeah, that's my favorite sound alert. That's Destrux. His voice acting. You can hear it? No. No, let me see. Where's my sound alerts? Damn it, I don't stream enough to know where my stuff is half the time. Alert box. Monitor only mute output. Where's my alert box? Is there no sound? Hold on. How do I test my sound alerts? Lunar, Ray, one of you want to do me a favor? Follow, unfollow, and refollow and see if you can trigger it. Either that or I gotta go find out. Go with my Twitch thing. It won't work? Oh, okay. Damn. Needs to be 24 hours? No. It's in my creator dashboard. Where is my creator dashboard? How does one get to a creator dashboard? Okay. Also, by the way, guys, it's looking like a 3-0 again. I wish CD would stop giving us 3-0s. Like, genuinely. Mod settings? Like, I would like some actual fights, please. To be fair, the teams that are winning fully deserve the 3-0. I just wish there was, you know, not 3-0s. That's all. Yeah, I don't know if, like, what Los can kind of do right now to bounce back. It just feels like Los are not as good. Like, they're just not there. And when Stella is pushing the pace like that, they're just not able to answer properly. Is that the stream manager? No, it should be under settings, right? No, it's not under settings?
Requires milkers constantly.
Oh, I see what happened. Okay, I think the sound is just too soft. Oh, it seems to stop flamengoing. It's not even like they're flamengoing though. Flamengo is like when they don't do anything and then they just like slowly keel over and die. That one. Alert box. Okay, hold on. Let's send a test alert again.
Requires milkers constantly.
Okay, surely you heard that. It's showing. Yes. Okay. Yes, that's the alert. Yes. As random as it is, that's my favorite alert. Destruct recorded that. Actually, you were here when he said that, Lunar. You were the one who said that in the first place. I was doing the Final Fantasy streams. And he actually recorded it, which is hilarious. Yo, Ray, I just saw what you posted in the Discord. Okay. Let's go. Yo, I called for this. We called it. We called it out here on the stream. What was it? 2 weeks ago? When he first showed up? When I first saw him? Because I didn't see him in the first week he played. Hell yeah. I'm down for this. Kaze feels like what was promised from Jean Mago. Mago will go to Academy. Okay. Greftar might retire. I feel bad for Greftar. Again, I don't think Greftar is a bad mid laner, but I do think he's a very unique mid laner, which needs a very specific setup. So. Thank you, Ray. I just feel like I need to get that out there, you know? Love being right. Role swap Greftar to what, though? Support? I could see support, I guess. Okay, with this person, I kind of disagree. I mean, Mago made a choice. I don't know if Pain or Kate picked him. Like, especially... I feel like Pain wouldn't have gone with Roamer anyways. Jungle? But here's the problem. I don't think Grev would ever go jungle. Because he probably wants to play with Aegis. So, well, you don't have to farm a support either. I feel like support would be better because then you can still play with Aegis, right? Because that's the duel that refuses to break. So, yeah. Okay, guys. If it's another 2-3-0, very short day. Well, it is what it is, I guess. Then Aegis swap to 80 and got there's a support. I actually wonder if I mean Aegis has played Kindred before. His Kindred's not bad. I know that she's not really an 80 carry, but like, yeah. Pop-Tar? Nah, Aegis is a jungler through and through. Okay. Senna's still available. I still feel like Senna should be picked by Natuno at the rate this series is going. But the problem is I don't think Natuno is the issue here. Like, Losa fundamentally have other issues. I think their issue is actually Steiner. And I think you need to put Steiner on Sejuani. Oh, Sejuani's already played, sorry. Skarner or Maokai. Put him on a utility jungler. I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on with Steiner. It just feels like he's a bit too passive right now. And if you're going to be passive, then pick champions that can at least do something late, you know? No, we are not benching FNB, Lunar. FNB is not the problem on red. 100%. Him and Frosty are the two people who are not problems on red whatsoever. Like, yes, FNB has had some rough games. I'm not saying he's like... He's elo held. I'm not saying he's elo held, but... Yeah, he's definitely not worth benching. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. For Los, I just don't see the point of blue side. If you're first picking Victor on blue side, you should not be on blue side. Like, just go red side, man, and go for counter pick for super clever. Man's been binding all his picks so far. And Zekas has been fantastic at abusing the counter matchup. Lunar, I know that you're triggering Brent on the weekend with your copy pasta about FNB. But generally, yeah, I don't think FNB deserves that much flack, man. Man's just trying his best. He is not the issue.
Mas é um momento perigoso, Colossus. É um momento perigoso, não pode deixar o salto subir.
Also, to be clear, we didn't say that FNB is the best Brazilian top laner. We said he's the best Brazilian top laner to never win CBLOL. Like, I don't think many people put him above, like, Robo or... Oh, hello. Our draft is already almost done. Hey, Yone. Everybody keeps forgetting the Yone. Yone is like perma unbanned nowadays. Why? What's it? Like, I need to check what Yone's win rate is, man. I feel like this champion is so busted. Yeah, I'll check after this. Let's talk draft first, and then I'll go check the stats after. Okay. Oh, they went for Wukong. I don't hate that. I think Wukong's a fine pick. We did save counter pick. Oh no. Why?
Essa é minha.
É o outro gruntar.
Why did we pick Ornn into Nidalee?
Tá certo. Apesar de você estar errado.
That is a choice and a half. Okay. Yeah, Lunar is a certified FNB hater, Ornn hater, Misfortune hater. Proponent of Nidalee top. I don't think Nidalee top's that good. Ornn, look, I think Ornn is a good pick in general. I just think that this matchup is... You are betting that Zekas cannot abuse you hard enough to make you require therapy by level 13. If Ornn is not abused by the Nidalee, sure, Ornn's going to be a wonderful pick here. But I think it's a very iffy pick. Like, your laning is going to be a nightmare situation here. Other than that, though... I don't really like the Akali Kaisa into the Lilia. The weird part to me is you saw Lilia, and you still went with Akali Ornn. That's kind of weird to me. Like, Lilia's happy to play into Akali, and she absolutely wrecks Ornn. Weird. To be fair, I think Los's draft is better this time. Like, it's probably the first time I really feel like Los actually has a better draft. Stella's draft is a little bit It's a little bit messy. I think Lilia and Yone are strong enough to carry this game for sure, especially the way they've been playing. I think it's really, really good, but the Jin Nidoii with this makes very little sense to me. That's fine. We've got winning lane. Winning lane. Yone Akali is kind of even. It depends on who gets the. If Yone can land the CC on the Akali, if he can't, then Akali wins. Akali's got tools to get around, so I kind of call that lane 50-50. This is better team fight. These are better champions. Okay. I think Los 4 out of 5. Stella 3 out of 5. I'm not really liking how this comp's going to operate, but what Stella do have is a very, very strong early game in the side lanes. So. People pick, yeah. Agreed, Ray. Yeah, I don't think it's like a bad pick into Yone. I think the idea behind the Akali into Yone is that you've got a lot of tools with Akali that can play around the Yone. If Yone can land the CC, I think he wins that matchup because he can burst pretty hard, especially once he hits 2-3 items. But Akali has a lot of tools to play around it, and therefore, in a way, even if it's a 50-50 matchup, it feels like the initiative, the agency is on Akali more than it is on Yone in that matchup. Yeah. Okay. I like Los's drop better, especially if it goes to late. Then the Nidoii and Jin are going to become kind of useless towards the end of the game. The Oran's going to mess both these picks up really badly. That's it. The Lilia and Yone scale very, very well. So even though I think Los outscales, it's not like unplayable for Stella late game. It's not like a ticking time bomb where Stella have to win by 30 minutes. Zekis has to do something by 30 minutes. If Zekis is not grossly ahead by 30 minutes, then Zekis doesn't get to play the game. And it becomes like a 4.5 v5. Which is playable, but it's a bit tough. This is also going to be very interesting because up to now, I think Stella has been doing a fantastic job playing the early game. Like they've been proactive and pushing leads with the comps they have. This game, more than any other, will test them. Because if Stella does not push the game and they just sit back and scale, then Los are going to be very happy with that. You need to punish them early before they can kind of do anything. What's the other thing I really want to do? I wanted to check Yone win rate. Can I just search? Okay. I just search Yone. Yeah, I think I can do that, right? Yeah. Yone win rate in S15, there we go. He's got a 52.1% win rate. If I just do LTA as a whole, his win rate is 52.1? No, that's not right. Is it only? Yeah, no, this is all time. Let me shrink this so I'm not blocking anything.
E tá aí, meus amigos, Summoner's Rift na sua tela para acompanhar o
apparently that is right. Okay.
dessa melhor de 5
decisiva
entre Stellai e Los. Parada aqui é a seguinte, quem vencer
no, that's not right. It's not refreshing. Okay.
Vai jogar amanhã, né? Completa aí a super semana.
Quit is a Yone OTP. I don't know, Quit's been winning a lot of stuff even without the Yone, to be fair to him.
Quem perder, dá adeus ao campeonato. E aí a gente vai ter
oh, hell yeah. We just talk about Stella needing to be aggressive early and they are just invading right from the get-go. Love to see it.
Se confirma como o trator da face
Yeah, I think GOL might be broken right now. Let me look at Wikipedia.
Quem sabe jogo 5, vir para uma virada que seria muito legal. E vamos ver como vai acontecer. Então as tropas foram liberadas.
Wikipedia, can you search by champ win rate?
Você falou do confronto de amanhã e a final já é na segunda-feira que vem, né? Então,
I think I can. I've actually never searched up champions.
Faltam poucos passos, estamos a poucos passos da grande final desse primeiro ano aí da volta do circuito, do primeiro split da volta do circuito.
Gotta full screen this for a second.
Isso. E olha, eu tô
it searches by
agora
champions.
falando um pouco mais sobre esse lane a lane, que o Aituza veio com o aperto dos mortos-vivos. Eu acho uma escolha muito interessante, porque contra a Kali é possível que ele consiga dar esses auto-ataques e destacar essa runa com um pouco mais de facilidade, né? Causando dano e também tendo a Armory verde
well, and GOL is broken, so
consiga dar aquele dano
unfortunate. Maybe loads by the time we're done.
Then we can kind of see. O Ione, e aqui foi o Aituza que escolheu essa matchup.
If it loads, it should load the LTA south side and not the LTA, so then we can see even without Quid.
Porque o Ione
the stats are in the south.
Muito importante nessa composição da Stellai.
Faz sentido, né? A Kali quer o contato e esse aperto dos mortos-vivos talvez seja o sustento que o Aituza precisa, junto com toda
Jungler starting on
a
opposite
árvore
sides of the
pra
map.
segurar
Wukong and Lilia both
o-
like their level
essa
6 though,
história.
so I don't know if we'll see gank ganks. We might just see
O
laning.
Sion e o Netuno
Oh?
tão indo bem, cara.
Oh,
mas
great
o
flash from the
saiu
Tuno. That should be
do
first blood.
cavalo, ele tem que flashar também, a vida dele vai ser
No?
detonada.
Not first blood?
Sangueon tá em cima, mas
Damn.
não consegue a última porrada e o cavalo tá vivo.
Really nice
Com o
turnaround from
filete
Silo
ali,
to dodge that
pouquinho
last stun.
menos de 100 de vida pro cavalo, mas ainda assim sai com o seu HP preservado. Gastou, obviamente, o flash. E aqui na parte central também tem contato do Aituza.
E olha, essa foi uma troca muito boa lá na rota inferior, porque
One of the
os dois
few lanes that
caçadores
a Yone
começaram
actually wins out
no
early
mesmo
against Akali.
bônus, só que vão terminar por isso em lados opostos.
Glad that
E pro
Aituza is
time
using
da
that
Lost, o
advantage.
Steamer vai terminar aqui pro lado
Top
de
side,
baixo.
Zekas
O fato do
is...
Netuno e o Sanyeon
he's
terem
tickling
essa
Super
pressão
Clubber for now.
pode proporcionar, quem sabe, um dive, ou pelo menos
I can't quite see if there's a
forçar
wave
o Cell
crashing
a
in
perder um pouco
on
mais esses
Super Clubber.
recursos. Enquanto a Lilia
I don't know if
tá
he's an
tentando
actual
na
wave down
parte
at this
de
point.
cima. Eles querem dar muito mais
Cavallo,
prioridade
yeah.
pros Zekas, manter essa pressão de
Damn.
rota e garantir pelo menos, quem sabe,
Cavallo
aquele
survives.
arguejo ali do top
Zelos
side,
picking up an extra
dando
wave.
um pouco mais de
Natuno
tranquilidade
goes
pro
back for the extra
Aituza,
longsword. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if that's gonna be that
jogando com
impactful.
esse top side mais com pressão, só que o Sanyeon
We'll
já
see.
tá aqui, se
I think the
vamos
level that
utilizar
the
o
extra levels that
da
Celo
alma,
gets it
pode
might
ser
just be worth it.
fatal.
Se desatar da alma, Deus pode levar, né?
Because he's gonna be up
Fica
like half a
ligado,
level pretty
porque,
much,
usou
which I think is much more
agora,
impactful early on.
mas tá tranquilo
And he'll have a
porque
better first item
o
back.
Sanyeon já voltou pra parte de baixo do mapa. E o que eu queria chamar a atenção da troca anterior
Ballsy from MG.
é que o Netuno gastou os dois feitiços, galera. Foi
Yes,
só
right
o
there.
flash do cavalo pelos dois feitiços do Netuno e
Are they
o
diving
incendiar
this?
do Sanyeon.
Oh, okay.
Então, no fim das contas, a vantagem
I saw
da
Mukyo like
troca
coming around the back. I'm like, surely we're not diving
Aí,
this.
vamos ver na sequência,
Like, that'd be
o Netuno
insane.
invadindo, deixa uma sentinela,
It's doable, but you'd have to land like the
poder
knock-up,
farmar,
and
e o
everything
time
has to
tá
be
subindo
perfect on
agora
that.
pra
And you probably still have to flash
encontrar com
out.
o seu adversário da selva. Lá no meio do mato, eles vão se encontrar
Na selva
ali.
mesmo. É na selva mesmo que eles vão se encontrar.
É isso aí, ó. Melchior e o Shiner. Shiner vem pra cima, o Super Kleber tá fechando.
This is
O
really
Aituza
bad
tá
for
do
Shiner.
outro lado, Melchior tenta uma movimentação,
Mukyo wins
vai dar
this.
de cara com o Super Kleber.
If his
Ele
lanes
tenta
respawn,
pular pra longe,
oh,
mas tem que sair com o flash.
his lanes did not
E
respawn.
garante o Flash Blood do Shiner. Linda chegada do Super Kleber.
Ficou.
That's hilarious to me. Zekas had full prio topside. Aituza just forced MG to base, and both of them were late on the rotate. Like, Mukyo even pinged it, and they just didn't move.
Que eles tinham. Claro, não foi problema no jogo passado.
That's
só que
funny.
aqui no bot
Mukyo's
não é.
becoming pure chick.
Feitiço Netuno, vão pra cima dele, o Celo.
Acabou a
Quer
bala.
aquele último tiro, mas acabaram
Okay,
as
that's directed
balas,
cam right
e aí
there.
não consegue
Pulling away from the bot lane
eliminação.
before Netuno's to
Não deu
safety.
pra ele, não deu pro Aituza aqui na parte central também, que tomou um prejuízo gigante na troca contra o MG. Só que
Took away the
o
suspense.
Netuno já não vai passar dessa metade da vida aí,
Yeah,
não.
I
porque
don't know if I
ele não
really
tem mais
blame Mukyo for that
poção
one.
ainda,
Depends on the
não tem
comms.
seu flash.
If
Ela
Mukyo
voltou.
calmed that,
Olha a
and Zekas and
vantagem
Aituza didn't
de
reply,
jogar o
then
Celo aqui, ó.
Mukyo kind
Eles,
of inting a little bit.
são quase
If Mukyo
15
calmed that and
segundos de
Zekas and Aituza
vantagem,
said
quase
okay and didn't move, then
todas
that's on
ainda pro
that's on his
time
solo laners for
farmar,
screwing him.
Mas a Estelar
I mean,
pode colocar
really,
um pouquinho de
I don't know if he
pressão,
can.
pelo menos
Bro, if Jin
atrapalhar
doesn't
um
have to
pouco,
reload,
mas
he'd be so
libera
broken, man.
o cavalo pra andar um pouco mais pelo mapa, junto com o Melchior, e isso pode garantir um domínio
Yeah,
de
Mukyo's
visão
just
um
doing
pouco
Lilia
maior pro
things.
time da
It's
Estelar.
really annoying how
Aquela
Lilia can
jogada ali do
invade
topside
fairly
que saiu
safely.
o Push Blood foi esquisito, porque o Super Kleber ficou na fog, e aí o Zeca não avisa, ou o Melchior realmente só quis continuar indo.
Celo's almost a full level ahead of Netuno right now, actually.
Mas bem jogado pelo time
He's
da
forced
Lost,
Netuno back
aproveita um vacilo
twice.
da Estelar pra fazer 1-0.
O Super Kleber
I guess he
tem que
technically
pagar
didn't force
muito
Netuno back the
farm,
second
isso, ele
time,
já
but
tem essa tendência
Netuno
pra
drops
trás,
CS for sure.
porque é Ornn contra Nidalee. Legal que eles conseguiram First Blood.
Like, I think he
mas
got
de novo é
denied
recurso
XP
pros
straight
Zekas,
up.
né? De novo é espaço pra esse split push que o top laner da Estelar pode fazer.
Cara, sinto que tá tendo uma diferença.
Yeah, Celo probably wants to force this in and go and
gigantesca
recall and
na
actually buy
bot
items at
side
this
aqui,
point.
Cara, a Estelar dominou os 3 primeiros jogos.
The boots is the
Tudo
big
bem
thing that
que
he needs to be able to
pode ter
match.
sido um outro momento questão de matchup.
There'd basically be no mobility
Mas, cara,
Kaisa if
tá
he didn't
sendo uma
reload.
constante, a Estelar
Ah.
dominar o bot e dominar o top também, vou falar.
I don't know, I feel like he'd be more...
Mas aí,
They'd be
Bruno,
bursty,
vai
but very
muito
different
pelo
ways.
lado do mapa, e como a
Kaisa
Estelar
feels like
tá se aproveitando muito bem
her
de
burst
estar
would be
do
like,
lado vermelho, numa série
all in
de
one,
filas
whereas
de webs,
Celo's like
pra
more
oferecer
consistent.
as melhores respostas
I almost feel like he'd
pro
be
time
more
da
like
Lost,
a
que estão
low
pela
mobility
Eles
Vayne
perderam
if he
duas
didn't have to
séries,
reload.
quiseram continuar do
Because
lado
it's every
azul,
4
e
shots that
isso
he gets
deu
a
pra
big
Estelar aí
he
o
burst of
poder de
damage, and
responder várias coisas e ter
he doesn't
lash
have like
picks
any
também
abilities
na
that kind
série.
of speed
Então,
that up.
foram lash picks bem utilizados,
So kind of like Vayne.
e até o momento eles estão conseguindo pressão na fase de rotas, que tem garantido pra eles vários objetivos e vantagens importantes pra eles
But yeah,
fazerem
he'd be
uma boa
busted.
transição pro mid-game.
Bom, o dragão não foi feito nesse
he got
jogo,
his
até tô
boots,
vendo
played
o
at steel
perfil
caps right off the bat.
pessoal
I think that was the main
se ele
thing
tá
for Jhin, is like
objetivo,
mobility.
Acho que começou
Your
assim,
movement speed
começa objetivo,
is your biggest
a galera
asset in lane for trades.
vira a questão da bot lane, né? Tanto o Celo
Yeah,
quanto o Cavalo
he canceled two of his
respondeu
autos because he couldn't quite get in range.
contra o Sangueon.
Ele tava fazendo o aronguejo, agora talvez ele comece a fazer o dragão. Porque ele tá com pressão na parte central, tá com pressão na parte de baixo do mapa.
Yukio and Jhin are
Agora sim,
6
ele
now.
tá de fato fazendo a aproximação do
The solo
Aituz,
laners are
apesar de
also
a gente tá olhando
6.
aqui a parte de cima, a aproximação do Aituz e o controle de sentinela dá a entender
Wow,
que
they actually had 6 rosters.
realmente tá fazendo
Feels like the
o
early game
Mas
went by
aí
a
o
bit
Chile
faster
fica livre, ele tá
than
lá
last
pelo
one.
topo, pode ser um 3 contra 2 na jogada. E a gente tem que
Okay.
ficar de olho, ficar
I think
ligado
Super Clubber is
se
doing
vai
fine with his own
funcionar ou
matchup.
não, se a Loz consegue alguma coisa.
The pick is
Aí,
actually
como
kind of
eu
working out,
mostrando pra
low-key.
vocês, o meu Kyo fazendo sim o dragão, daqui a pouco vai nascer as lavas.
The Nidalee
são
pick
esses
is not.
primeiros objetivos que acabam aparecendo. E olha o Shiner, ele tá próximo, o cavalo avança, Sangueon vem pra cima dele, mas não vai dar nada não, vai ficar por isso não.
Ainda tinha um flash, o cavalo pra usar nessa
This is
jogada.
actually really bad for
Tava
Los Grandes,
bem
what just happened here.
tranquilo a equipe da Stellar.
They lost
Celo
prio topside
ainda
despite the
quer
gank.
mais briga, tá
These
na
grubs
quarta
are
bala
kinda
por ali,
dangerous. Celo's
dá
actually 6
tempo
too,
de
so...
chegar aqui desculpa. Daria tempo da Lilia se ela tivesse vindo, né? Mas ela tá roubando a selva
Yukio makes the call to not even
inimiga
contest this.
e ela tava
Weird.
meio sem mana, meu Kyo tava meio sem
Exato.
mana.
I guess he's out of mana, so he
Era
doesn't
isso
want to
que
do
eu
it,
ia
but...
fazer, né? Não ia
I think this
adiantar
is
o
very
Kyo
fightable for
terminar
Stella.
o
Like, they would
dragão
win
e
that
já
fight.
fazer o corte lá pra parte de cima
Yeah,
do
even
mapa,
now,
e
Celo and
tem
Cavallo are
pra
just making
brigar.
life annoying.
Então,
2v3.
ele já sabe que o Shiner tá lá na parte de cima por conta daquele gank, provavelmente
If it's
a Loz
equal numbers,
tem
I think
mais
Loz only gets
jogadores
one
lá no
grub.
topside e vão fazer as
Coitado.
vaciladas. E aí eles precisam respeitar o turno do outro time também. A cobrança vem aí no roubo dos campos do bot side e o Shiner, né, deve roubar também, só que ele não vai conseguir, né? Na verdade, ele não vai conseguir fazer essa invasão, uma boa movimentação do cavalo e do Celo também, né, já andando aqui pela selva.
I think we're going to see action either in the side lanes, or we wait till level 6, or wait till first item, pardon me, for mid laners to get involved.
O foco
First
da
items for
Stellar,
jungles
eles
and
estavam
mid laners
invadindo
to
até
start
quando não
getting
deviam, né? Agora que estão
more
de fato
proactive with
com
it.
prioridade, é claro que eles vão invadir e vão roubar toda a selva inimiga. E de
If
novo,
it's
tem
first
uma
item,
galinha
probably
ali
Herald fight.
nas galinhas, ó, eu tô vendo. Tem aqui, ó, ali, ó.
Ah,
A ela ali.
olha o
I don't think the dragons were dying over
Entrarão
for
na
either
minha
team.
selva, roubarão minhas galinhas.
O Shiner já avisou, falou, deixa a sentinela aí, porque senão eu não vou jogar mais. Se ficar
Strap in, folks. It might be a bit of a boring 5 minutes. It feels like the lanes have kind of shaken down, settled down a little bit.
Nenhum dia da semana aí.
É, tá difícil a situação. As bot lanes agora chegam no meio do mapa. É uma
I do appreciate that we didn't see any
normal,
lane
né?
kills,
Uma
though.
movimentação normal. Eles colocam tanto o time da Stellar quanto da Loz.
And even the one kill we did see come down was kind of more miscom than anything else, I feel like.
No bot, os Zekas e o Super Kleber que já estavam nesse posicionamento. Não temos grandes objetivos nesse momento no mapa. De um lado a Stellar pegou o dragão, do outro lado os Biro ficaram com o time da Loz.
O Aituza tá indo pra cima, mas ainda tem a volta na alma, né? Então tá seguro. Ele sabe da movimentação da luz pra parte de cima. São 4 jogadores que
And
estão
that early kill really
mid
came back to
top,
bite
então
Mukio. If not for
não
that, he'd be up
segura
gold.
mais
He's power farming
posicionamento
faster, as you
da
should, as a
Stellar
Lilia.
por aquela parte do mapa, né? Mas o Celo continua com prioridade. A Stellar vai mandando no jogo sempre por causa da prioridade dos Zekas e da prioridade do bot side. Sempre
I really
em
like that
cima
from
desses
Zekas. He was
dois,
like
Stellar tem
zigzagging
espaço pra jogar
so
o
that
jogo
he
do
couldn't
jeito
get.
que ela quer.
Super Clever had to
Três
guess which
barricadas
side if he wants to go for the
dentro do
knock up
E
and all in.
fica meio fácil, né? Porque é uma free lane pra
Serpentine,
Nidalee,
Serpentine.
então ela consegue ir fazendo
Just dodge.
exatamente essa pressão. Ela vem com apertos mortos-vivos com a árvore de determinação.
Problem is,
então
even
ela
though
demora.
Zekas is winning out,
Isso torna
I-
muito fácil
he
pelo
got
lado
plates,
das
I guess, so
barricadas, e
that's
ela
where a lot of the
te
leads coming
coloca,
from,
que é o
is kind of the
principal
plates that Zekas is
motivo
getting.
pelo qual você pega essa Nidalee
Ericsson
na rota superior.
went into look again.
Já vai tá fechando
Say,
essa
"Let's go, Stella."
oportunidade, e aí sim, né, vai conseguir
The
aplicar
two biggest frauds
mais
of
e mais essa pressão. E foi um
Wait,
já já
what are the
mesmo.
two biggest
Já
frauds?
voltou,
Los and Kaboom?
comprou tudo, já fechou
They already
o
beat
primeiro
Kaboom,
item, dois
if that's the
itens já
case.
fechados, inclusive, pro time da Stellar no top.
The
na journey.
is that your
Aí,
two,
consegue um
Ericsson?
início muito bom, o time da Stellar já tem
Okay,
vantagem,
yeah.
daqui a pouco
Just like
vai chegar
Academy,
ali de ouro,
the
de
Academy
vantagem,
rosters aren't really
então,
frauds right now.
perfeito que ele
I know
fez
Kate,
dois,
they
então,
crumbled to red, but I still
importante
think Kate's
que
good.
vai nessa
Only the
questão
other one, hell
das
yeah.
rotas e das barricadas, o time da Stellar fazendo
I
a sua
genuinely-
fortuna.
I feel like I'm saying this a lot in CD. I keep feeling teams should be putting up more of a
Os
fight,
próximos
but the
passos
playoffs
da
have all been just
Academy já tá sendo
sweeps,
cercado,
like
o
wipes.
Sangueon
There's only one
coberto,
series that
mas
wasn't like a
deve
clean
conseguir
2-0-3-0, and that
sair
was
daqui, é
Stella
muito
versus
difícil
Kaboom.
pra
Oh
equipe da
shoot!
Stellar chegar.
This is our
Aí,
first
o jogo
pause
tá
actually,
pausado,
and I think the
vamos ver
last
o que
2 weeks.
aconteceu, né?
Like last week,
Rapidinho
we didn't have
a gente
pauses either.
já informa.
Yeah,
como
Academy teams
funciona,
are
vamos ver como é que
fine.
fica.
Yeah.
Por enquanto, a Stellai tem vantagem, principalmente...
Flamengo
por
were
conta
frauds,
dessa volta.
unfortunately.
Eles
They
tão
fooled me.
conseguindo, de fato,
I still love my
imprimir
Flamengo
muita
boys,
pressão,
but
né, principalmente no top.
they
Eu
choked.
acho que,
They
como
choked
eu havia
hard.
falado, a Stellai tá usando
Um,
muito bem
yeah.
esses picks e bans, né?
Yeah, I don't know.
usando
I'm actually really
o
surprised that Los just seems to crumble against Stella. We'll see. This game has been fine so far, but last game was fine so far.
Eles tenham muito
Mandatory
mais essa
7x7
pressão
remembrance.
e
Again, we
consigam
were fine
gerenciar
yesterday.
melhor
We were
os
fine last
objetivos.
week.
Então acho que é um lado
Flamengo just
que vem
criminal.
sendo
They even
muito
tried to
utilizado.
fear
A gente
legitimate
discutiu
business.
pouco isso no final de semana lá na LTA Sul.
I don't know, man.
O lado azul tá muito
Yeah,
bom, os
I-
times estão escolhendo o lado
That's a
verde,
team
mas
that I
o lado azul
cannot
tá
for the
ganhando
life of me
mais.
even to
É
now
algo muito ruim,
analyze.
parece que a
Like
galera
most of the time you can kind of see where teams went wrong,
dá os counters
but with
de
Flamengo I
forma
genuinely can't even
diferente
start.
da
Like
Stellai
I don't know
hoje.
what the hell
Tem
happened
uma
with them.
proposta de jogo muito boa e tá conseguindo
Because they
levar
still show
Também
moments of like,
eles
hey guys,
executaram
you can see
o
the hands
draft,
that we
na
are like
real,
still kind of good,
o
and then they still
draft
lose anyway. So
tá
like, whatever.
ok, mas a
Los
execução
and
tá
Kaboom
muito
seem
boa.
terrible to you since day one. The amount of hype on them.
É saber
You know where to start,
jogar
Yappy?
com o que eles propuseram
Really?
naquele
I thought Yappy was like
porque
their second
tem
best
uns
performing
questionamentos
player on
ali no
Flamengo.
dois, tem alguns questionamentos no
Actually,
jogo,
maybe third.
mas parece que eles sabem exatamente
Ninja
como
Kiwi's
eles
number
querem
one, and
jogar
then
cada uma das partidas. E aí a gente volta para ouvir.
I remember seeing
Já
such a terrible
voltamos, tá
split.
tudo
It was
certo,
called
Tudo beleza?
INTC.
Super Kleber, por enquanto, vai saindo, vai fazendo o que ele pode pra poder segurar essa Nida ali. Que já tá
I don't
muito
know.
bem,
Yeah, Flamengo's weird. I don't know what happened to him.
Na parte central do mapa.
And with that, so
eles
many old
continuam
members have
com
worked
essa
together before too. It's
prioridade.
like,
Na parte de cima,
oh,
a prioridade continua com os Zecas também.
yeah, Ninja Kiwi and
Só que
Pilot were the
agora
two
também
players who I thought were
começa a
doing
se
fine on that
desenhar
roster.
uma
Everybody else
prioridade
is kind of like sus,
confusa.
yeah.
Então aí são 3 lanes puxando. E aí, para um campeão que
Chris
gosta de
Forward's
farmar
team, he
pra
didn't
caramba,
really as bad
como é
as
o
well.
caso da Lilia, vai também sendo uma situação extremamente confortável.
I don't know. Like I said, I thought he did worse on INTC. Like individually worse.
Ela consegue fazer essas invasões por conta da pressão das leis.
INTC is not my four. What are you talking about? My four favorite letters in there are P, A, I, and N.
Tá muito mais difícil da Los executar um dive por aqui.
É, ele viu, consegue sair sem maiores problemas. O Zeca
I was
já
never a
cavar,
Sleeping Giants fan.
tá cavando essa
If anything, I thought I
Mas
just
é
repeat.
super
Ninja
que vai
Kiwi is
cair
Elo
ali,
Health.
tá no limite, a próxima onda dos Minions deve ser derrubada. E, cara, foi uma constante, né? Super
No,
Kleber,
that's a different four letters, guys, that you're thinking
correndo
of.
atrás do
That one
Zeca,
starts with the B and ends with an M.
Sim, e aí é literalmente o que está acontecendo. Vai correr atrás dali.
Hey, I could be a sadist too.
Quem tá enrolando o
You don't know.
ali, ó?
They're switch
Se
hitters.
agrava mais
I'm just saying.
porque não é skin Piuí, né?
Oh?
Lá vem o ultimate.
Does Zekas get caught out here?
Super Kleber consegue a cabeçada,
Nope,
joga o
because it's
bode,
an
mas
enemy,
aí-
of course not.
Ele não tinha, acho que a visão.
Meu Deus.
Oh, Zekas got
Olha
finally
lá,
kill!
Ah, não pegou. Mas agora
Oh, there we go.
sim, garante a eliminação, Zé.
It took a flash, but it
Do outro
happened
lado
anyways.
também tem briga. O time
That's what
da
needs to
Loja
happen
puxando
in
pra
Italy.
cima do Aituza. Ele se afasta, mas é perseguido e eliminado. A
Nice,
Loja desconta.
clean, and what you'd
Desconta
expect
na
from
parte
an
de
Akali.
baixo, consegue um dragão também na parte inferior. Proeza
What is Stella getting
de
on the other side of the
guerrilha
map
pra
right
equipe da
now?
Los pela primeira
Is the
vez
question.
dessa série,
Because
porém,
Los had to sink a
lá na
lot of
parte de
resources into
cima,
making this play happen.
vai cair a primeira
To be
torre
fair, they
pra
did get
Stellai.
Dragon as well,
Não
so
tem-
props to them.
não tem nenhuma
Dragon to kill into turret would be a good
conteste aí. A
combo,
torre de
and
cima
that would
tava muito
potentially put
encaminhada
Los ahead.
pro Zecas.
Já caiu e teve mais
I'm actually not
barricada
sure,
também,
because first
derrubada
break they go to
lá no
Zekas.
solo
Is
pro
it enough?
Celo. Então é um Jin que também vai se fortificando bastante. A
I
Los
don't think
aqui
so.
na
It's
parte
probably
de
like
baixo
700 or something like that.
consegue levar essa torre tier 1 e aí a gente vai observar
Yone
mais
wasn't
uma
losing.
vez
Yone was
esse
winning
X1,
until
e aí o
the entire team
Super
ganked him.
Kleber
Which is
tentou
fine, okay.
demais, né? Só que quando você tá numa posição tão desfavorável quanto essa,
Therefore,
você
lesser
tá
pain, he
perdendo
likes
vidas
pain.
embaixo da
Lesser
sua
kids like
torre,
pain. So to say
hoje tá
this,
faltando
then just on the other side. We have a
paciência
series.
já, né?
I don't know
É uma
about that
situação
yet, Ray.
complicada,
We'll see.
porque
I'm not
sempre
sold
no
yet.
side, sempre
Los need to
precisa
do a little bit
farm,
more than this. Like again, this
e o
play
Super
is
Kleber, ele
very.
já tá muito atrás
It
do
shows
farm,
signs of
né? A
life from
gente tá
Stella,
dando uma
from
olhadinha
Los,
aqui ao
pardon me.
vivo, tá
But
118 a 150 pro Zecas, uma diferença muito grande.
I'm
no
not
farm,
sold
que
yet.
é algo esperado
Oh,
da
I think he's a
matchup, de
whiff his
fato.
ult.
Mas que, pô, chega um momento
That's
que
why
você
everything went wrong.
já abriu
Okay.
um farm, já quer trocar com o cara, quer tentar
Yeah.
alguma coisa diferente, e aí o Aituza não conseguiu encaixar a ult, fez
That's a bit of a
golaço
yikes.
e foi cobrado no final.
Yeah, and then the
Meu
goal
Deus,
just
mas muita
evened
coisa
out.
aconteceu, Colossus.
Actually, swung in favor of Stella, I'm gonna say.
Continua o push do Zecas.
They were ahead.
De novo, é o terceiro
This is why I said
jogo na
I won't
série,
call the series
e
just
em
yet.
nenhuma
Stella
das
is still
três
playing
partidas a
well
equipe
in the
da
macro
Stellai
game, and they're still
derrubou
hitting
menos
gold.
do que 600 de ouro em
Derrubou.
barricada. Foi 1000 de ouro na primeira partida, 1000
Arsenal
de
gold.
ouro na terceira partida e 750
That'd be a funny funny safe word. Yesterday tried to play Riot favorite champion Yone, and man, why did I touch myself playing any other champion other than him? Yone is just unfair in comparison. See, that's what I'm saying, but nobody bans Yone, and he keeps getting through. I don't understand. And like, we don't see Yone till like game 3, game 4, you know? Like when Kate played the Yone game, I think it was game 3 against Red, that like on Sunday, I was like, oh, GG. Like I think this is where everything crumbles for Red. Because they gave like such an easy Yone draft over the other side. With, like Lydia. And Lydia Yone too, like this combo to me is particularly broken. There's so much CC and damage, mixed damage too, it's so good. Your favorite champion's Kai'Sa? No, I disagree. I think Kai'Sa is a well-liked champion by the public. I don't know if it's Riot's favorite champ though. Okay, Lowe's get Herald, so let's see what they get with Herald. They can probably get top power if they want. Yone is permanent Eastern regions? Yeah, I agree. Yone should be permanent. I don't know why LTA does weird things sometimes with what we ban and what we don't. You do lots of damage, but the moment you overstep, you disappear. That's the thing though, it's not even true, because Lydia gets kind of tanky with her build. She gets a bit of health, and Yone often builds shield bow, so he can actually survive too. You go shield bow, and then like last item GA, and suddenly Yone like doesn't die, and he lifesteals back up. It's so disgusting, and he's got sustained damage and burst damage, and CC, and like. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting a bit too hyped about Yone, but Yone is just broken. It's just dumb. His numbers aren't fair. You're talking about 80. Okay, you're talking about 86. Yeah. Yeah, see, like, Kai'Sa oversteps, she dies, yes. She dies. If her killer instinct is wrong, and you get inting instincts instead, you die. But with Yone, it's like, you can whiff your ult late game, and it does not matter. It just becomes a zoning ult. Yep. Yeah, the unclear damage part is true too. Because he gets the extra amp at the end, and there's no indicator to show like when you're dead. Like with Zed, the death mark on top of you changes when you're dead, right? So, like you know you're dead, you just go in and try and answer back. But with Yone, that's not true. Yeah, the inting instinct is real. It's like Lee syndrome. Except more severe. Because with Lee syndrome, at least you can W back up. Kai'Sa is a one-way ticket if you mess it up. Yeah, him having a pseudo Z out on the... Yeah, exactly. I agree. And again, no indicator, right? Z out has indicator. So. Yeah. That's why personally, I think Yone is kind of Thanos.
Netuno chega por aqui a tempo de contestar onda de minions. Nesse ponto a Kai'Sa dá uma calibrada muito mais interessante.
Just heal right back up.
É muito mais difícil.
That's it. Aithusa does have the Rune King, so he should be... He's busted now, right? Alright, Aithusa? Surely you don't lose a 1v1 to MG, right? We did get distracted. Game state right now, 2 turrets, 2 turrets. Those answer back turrets. It's longer lanes, which make this kind of interesting. Zekus is going to benefit from the longer lanes immensely, so this is really good for Zekus. I think Stella are going to want to try and match this up as much as possible. As frequently as possible. The team fight, though, is kind of wonky. Stella is giving up a lot more objectives than they have throughout the series. Even here, Mukyo is not looking at that at all. Like, they want to get kills instead.
A torre já caiu, ele vai dormir em serviço. São dois jogadores em cima desse orne que
nice and clean. You give up drag for turret and kill. Stella's accelerating gold. Los is stacking. This is kind of iffy. Yeah, Mukyo's already there.
E talvez eles consigam alguma pressão
Aithusa has TP as well.
Mas não devem conseguir derrubar, não tem minions.
Yeah, unfortunately he couldn't knock back in time.
Mas o arauto vai ser destruído e a torre tá de pé.
O time da Los fez uma boa movimentação para garantir alguns objetivos.
We managed to bait Arxen out of lurking today.
Só que o time da Stellai levando aquela torre tier 2 meio que recupera essa vantagem.
Actually, one of the saddest parts about the sweeps we keep having in playoffs right now is the fact that Dark Knight never gets to join us. It's always over by the time Dark Knight is free to join us. You'll be honest, he's actually hype a final. Oh, I would be hell hype. Like, I don't think any team has ever done the full Cinderella run in the South before. At least in CB
O
low.
Super Kleber não consegue
No
nem
team has made the
responder
full
o
run,
Tusa, nem responder
like
o Zeca.
falling
Eu
to the
até
lower
falo, pô,
bracket
se
in the
bobear,
first
o GG
round
responde
and then
o
making it
Zecas.
all the way to grand finals and
Mas
winning.
aí o outro lado
I don't think
do
anybody's even made it
perde
to the grand
igual tá
finals from the lower
perdendo
bracket before. So
agora pra ninguém
Cade?
ali.
Did they?
Porque vai perder
Academy?
pro
thought they fell in the
Edu,
second
que
round.
ficou jogando side basicamente o tempo inteiro com esse Oni, numa troca
Okay, by the
justa
way,
ali, com
in
o
LTSL,
MG de igual pra igual.
75% win rate, by the way.
A Los,
For
basicamente
Yone.
nenhuma pessoa a menos
Um,
no mapa por causa dessa discrepância. Por 3 mil de ouro é uma parada
the hell?
indecente. pô.
OTA.
Tá muito na
Has
frente,
no
né? O
stats?
Zeca tá
Oh,
muito na
I
frente
know why.
do ouro, vai fazer
'Cause they
desse
don't
jogo, e
actually
olha o
track.
Chile.
LTA was the cross
O time
conference.
da Luz começa uma
In the North,
começa a
72.7% win
fazer
rate.
esse atacante. A
He's
galera
broken,
da
guys.
Stellai parece que
Why are we
sente
not
o
banning?
perigo, sente o problema, suspeita
Bora,
e
bora.
a
Getting a team
galera
fight?
da Luz
Ó o top.
é obrigada a abandonar.
We're not getting a team
Olha
fight. There's no
o que que tá
objective here.
acontecendo, Grutan? O Zeca
Okay.
está levando a base.
Let me see.
O Zeca já tá levando a T3, já
2024
foi mais da metade da T3 desse pushzinho que ele
Possible,
fez
cara,
aí,
né?
cara.
Lágolas, parece que a Luz não sabe o que fazer contra essa estratégia de split push.
Cara, e o split push, a gente não
Oh, you're right.
visto
Cade
tanto
actually did do that. Yeah.
competitivo,
Never mind.
porque a
I'm
sua
wrong.
execução, ela tem
We've never seen a
uma
CB
alta
law, but we've
complexidade.
seen.
Você
And
precisa
Cade
saber
actually won the
muito
whole
do
damn
mapa,
thing. Okay.
setar muito bem a sua visão. E
Well,
o
less
seu
impressive from
player
Stella,
tem que
but
tá
still really
muito
cool they did it.
afiado nesse 1v1 ou 1v2. E o Zekas tá num dia prime hoje, atrapalhando muito os planos da Lois.
Yeah, I forgot they lost
Foi
the
iniciado
Kaboom.
pelo time da Stellai e a Lois vai precisar
My head,
roubar esse
Cade was sick.
objetivo.
Muito
Cade was good
perigoso,
last year,
atacante
so
na
I
metade
didn't
da vida.
realize they fell
A
to in
galera
the
da
first
Luz
round. I
vem
thought second round.
fechando, vem
That's
se
cool. though.
posicionando. Cavalo é jogado no meio de todo mundo.
Yeah.
E o
Resetou.
atacante resetou. A time da Stellai é obrigado
Yeah,
a
that
sair.
was the Kaboom
Agora a
Academy.
equipe da Luz aqui vai puxar o objetivo.
It's not the first time though. Academy team's better than their main team. I would argue Red Academy's better right now. Kaze's confirmed. Oh, hold up.
Daqui botaram pra dormir. Já era o Bullkong, hein?
Dormiu por ali o Steve.
Okay.
Deu engage.
Good killer instinct from Netuno.
Melchior, a situação
Era
pode
nada.
ficar difícil.
And then
Como é que
Yone
fica?
appeared.
Porque a Luz veio muito forte.
And got
garantiu
melted.
todas as eliminações.
Okay.
São 3, 4.
I choose with Yone is not it.
E o Zekas do outro lado leva o inibidor.
Caiu o Kong de fato, mas 4 pessoas é que foi o custo disso. E vai cair também a parte
you're wrong, you can't
central
spell
do
wrong.
mapa.
No.
Então a Luz dá um respiro.
Lunar, our
muito
English is very different.
interessante nessa jogada.
I'm not sure we're
Porém,
speaking the same
perde
language.
O inibidor vai sofrer no mapa e o Atacan não foi
Literally top
finalizado.
seems
E
full
até aí
clueless.
tava tudo certo.
Yeah,
O problema é que
that-
a
that's the
Stellai tava
problem
muito
was-
separada. Então tinham
This is
dois
why I don't
jogadores
like
pra
Nidalee
tentar
top.
pick-off, enquanto
I
os
don't
outros
think
dois
Zeca's got a
estavam
big enough
muito mais
lead
longe, demorado
that
pra
he
chegar.
needed.
Isso fez
I mean, you
com
can
que
still
os
see the
jogadores
idea, right?
muito
Like,
mais
anytime
rápido
Mukyo
conseguissem
ganks,
fazer
they're still getting
mais
kills.
rápido e
But the
descontar
problem is that
com mais
Mukyo doesn't want to be
vigor
perma-ganking top. He wants to be team fighting. Then the Nidalee falls off. And unfortunately, right now, I think
Agora
3.7k.
Caiu a torre, e o Zekas levou mais uma torre.
Desvirou, né?
I don't know.
Mas, de fato, o jogo
It's
agora
a
tá
weird situation.
completamente
Because Stella's
equiparado
in the
nessa questão
game
de ouro
because of
global.
this gold
A
lead,
Stellai ainda tem a
but they're
vantagem
also
de
in
dois,
this state
são
because of the
5-3,
Nidalee pick.
só que a
If you had a
rota
team fight
superior
top laner,
continua
I think
com
Stella
o
would be winning the team
circuito
fights.
aberto por mais
You've got
4
this.
minutos.
Sure, like,
A
we should not be
Stellai
losing
volta
team fights with
iniciar
this.
esse Atacan e
But that's why I
agora
favored the
de
Lost
novo
comp in the
pra
first
conquistar o
place.
objetivo.
Cara, isso aqui é muito perigoso. A Stellai vai tentar
It's just one of those weird situations. Oh, we are not finishing this? Okay.
É muito duro. São 5 jogadores da Luz por aqui. A
What?
Stellai
Then don't start
é
this.
obrigada a
If you're not gonna
sair,
finish it, don't start it.
abandonar. Perderam por ali
Stella
o
is
Atacan e o bot jogou
high
pro
key
alto.
throwing
A
right now.
entrada do Netuno garante 2 eliminações.
Man, Stella don't know how to play with Nidalee.
O time da Luz vem com tudo. O problema é que do outro lado, o Zeca está livre.
Jeez.
Leve, solto, levou T2. Vai levar inibidor
This is
da
so bad.
base.
E a equipe da Lost
I actually
não
really
para
hate that
dessa
Atacan pull
eliminação.
from
Ainda
Stella.
continua
You just
a
lost a
MG
team
lá
fight.
pra dentro
You
do
want
território
Zekas to
inimigo,
split push mid?
tentando
Why are we
pescar
committing to
o
this
Alistar,
Atacan?
tentando
Take
pegar
it
mais um
slow.
abate,
Leave
mas
it
perderam
at
de
7k.
novo, mais
Like at about half
terreno.
health. Walk
Cara,
away from the Atacan. Let it
legal que a
reset.
Losa conseguiu
Instead, you take it down to
contestar,
3k and then
mas
walk
isso
away.
não está
That's a free. You
respondendo
just
o
leashed it
problema
for
do
lows.
mapa. Não dá.
Não resolve ainda de
Man.
fato o Colossus. O time da Stellai pode caprichar um pouco
Arsenal, you
melhor.
wrong to say prefer
em
Nidalee
como
top
eles
with picks
vão
like
ganhar
Knock and
tempo
Pantheon?
pros Zekas, porque
That-
eles
that
tomaram
without saying you
dano
prefer not
absurdo.
her at all.
Sumiram. Isso foi muito
Yeah,
bom
I
pro
think
time da
Nidalee
Luz,
with
porque eles recuperam
Nocturne or
pelo
Pantheon
menos
is better.
uma parte do mapa.
I think
Vão
with
ficar
Talia
agora
mid
com
lane
mais
is better.
dragão e
Just
vão
things that
ficar a
can
ponto de
very
alta.
quickly
40
reinforce the
segundos,
Nidalee.
a gente tem
Because the big
barão.
problem right now is that
Agora
Mukyo
talvez
is
seja a hora
ganking
dos Zekas
Zekas,
começar
and that
a
works
trabalhar-
great. It's
trabalhar
wonderful in the
aqui na
2v1 or
hora do
2v2s,
corredor pra levar
but
essa-
that
essa
means if
última-
Mukyo is ganking top, he's not covering the other side of the map. And then the other side's facing a
Já
3v4
tá lá, inclusive.
with
E agora
no
você
won't help. And even if Zekis is TP, if you 4v4 without, like, with the Nidalee, it's not a 4v4, it's a 4v3.5. Because Nidolee is kind of useless in team fights. Always has been.
Nesse papo todo aí, o MG tá 4-0, vai ficar
I
pequeno
personally don't
pro
like Nidolee
4
top,
da
but
Stellar
I won't say
segurar
she's useless. She
esse-
has her...
essa Kali da Luz.
She has the situations where you pick her, like when you want to smash lane. I just think that you need to have the right team to do it, and you need to know how to do it. I think Stella is one of the teams that can do it because Zekas is so lane dominant, but I think the way they're playing this game is not right with this Nidolee. This Baron is like the reverse, is the exact same thing they did with the Atakan. I am very scared for Stella if they try to do that.
Assim. Se quer jogar objetivo neutro,
Or
não
so
é o
free,
time que
so
tá
free.
nessa composição.
Como é que tá sendo o jogo da Stellar?
He is if you don't punish him enough, and unfortunately, he is not being punished enough. Like, he's actually starting to hit the point where he can hold lane. And that's a problem. Zekas just flashed there. Holy.
O Zekas consegue sair, sequer gasta o seu flash, e já foi menos um recurso pro time da Luz.
Eles gastaram muito tempo
Yeah.
do Netuno, que o Netuno foi andando pra parte de baixo. Tem engage.
Pegaram por ali, dorme em serviço.
Oh, that was a really nice sleep. Beautiful setup.
O problema é que o Chile já morreu.
Oh,
Olha o
MG just one-tapped
ele
him.
tá muito forte, vai garantindo as
But Yone better than
eliminações
Akali.
do lado. Do outro, a Stellar
Nope.
vai brigando.
Never mind.
Netuno
Yone not better than
perde o
Akali.
combate. Agora o MG contra o cavalo, tem um pistol.
Oh my goodness. MG's carrying this. Let's go.
A vaca foi pro brejo e o time da Luz se segura, vence mais uma luta.
E a Stellar
Holy
ainda
crap.
assim continua derrubando os objetivos.
The big
Derrubou
problem
mais
this
uma
game
torre
isn't
pela
even
parte
the
de baixo.
Nidolee,
O
actually.
Zekas
It's everybody
vai
else on this
partindo,
team who's into.
tentando a retirada, mas nem ele
And that
sai.
answers your question,
É
Arsene. The
ace
flash
pra
was
equipe
needed.
da Luz.
E só não é pior pro time da Stellar porque o Super Minion estava entrando na base.
I mean, Zekas is doing a lot of work. All this, the reason why Stella's even in the game is because
Foram 3
Zekas
vezes
is taking all the
seguidas,
turrets.
o Gruntar, em que aconteceu a mesma coisa.
But the rest of the team
Legal,
squandered his
a
lead by
Luz
trying to
ganhou
team
a
fight
fight, mas
4v5.
perdeu base.
Or
Mas perdeu
3v4. Or
espaço.
just really awkward situations.
Porém, a tendência é que esse sangramento
They,
pare.
the goal
porque
is
ele
even,
volta
but it's a
de
lie,
cima,
right? Because
vai
if
renascer
Zekas
o
isn't
domínio,
there,
faltam
there's a
2
5k goal
minutinhos
differential.
E o mapa é da
So
Luz,
Stella
no
cannot
momento.
fight even
A
numbers
equipe
right now,
da
but
Stellar
Stella keeps trying to fight.
pushes,
You have 5k
vai
down across 4
perdendo
players.
a agência que eles
That's a
tinham
nightmare
dentro do
situation.
mapa. O Barão é muito mais rápido pra equipe da Luz.
Chegou Melchior, hein?
Yeah, kind
Então
of.
já faz
Yeah,
esse
Stella.
barão sem muito problema. A galera da Stellar
I mean, for a
tá
team that we praise for the
emocionada.
decision making,
Melchior nem tentou o roubo, eles vão só saindo.
if it's a
O Zekas
if it's a
morreu,
willful,
foi
conscious
terrível
decision,
pro
they are
time da Stellar,
disrespecting
porque
Los right
eles
now.
não puderam contestar esse barão no sentido de ter o split do Zekas.
I don't know if they're doing the
Perderam
math right. Is my
completamente a
problem.
pressão de side, né, no final das contas. Tá aí como tudo começou.
I don't think they're
a equipe da
thinking
Stellar,
properly.
Cara, eles estão começando, eles estão
Which is arguably
puxando a
worse than
briga.
disrespecting. This looked really good though, to be fair. You saw the Lilia Yone combo, the potential, but MG played this really well.
Meio que, assim, o MG vai
He
ficar livre
used the
de qualquer
Trout
jeito.
phenomenally.
Você não tem que ficar tentando criar jogada com essa composição.
Não.
Você só tem que
Yeah, they weren't able to lock down the
É
Akali.
exatamente isso, Colossus. Esse é o papel do 4 nessa composição de split
We might have a
push.
series.
E era aquilo que eu tava falando. É um
Lunar, you
estilo de
disrespect
jogo
everybody.
que é complexo de ser executado.
That doesn't
mesmo no
really
competitivo. E é
mean
por isso que a gente
anything.
não vê tanto. E a gente falou, a gente chamou a atenção disso lá quando os times estavam montando seus drafts, que era uma composição arriscada para Stellar, mas que eles tinham algumas ferramentas de vencer a partida mesmo assim. Eles vão se segurando, precisam ter um pouco mais de calma agora,
Okay.
porque eles têm que ganhar o tempo necessário para que o Zekas faça o trabalho dele. Agora, a gente já tá no momento em que a Luz é que
completed
assume
Frituza,
essa vantagem de ouro, essa
Zonias
lead
for
em quase
Mukio.
30 minutos, e é o momento que o Super Kleber já tá bufando os itens de praticamente todos os campeões.
I
todos
feel
os
like
seus
for Stella to
aliados.
win
É
right
aqui
now,
que o Warren vai brilhar.
what they probably want to do is a
tá
sneaky backdoor
where
where Mukio ganks Zekas and just takes everything in the base. It puts your team at a 3v4 disadvantage, but I think that's the only way you can play this out. If you team fight, you lose for Stella right now. You're so far behind.
O grande lance da minha
Dragon
cabeça é que
stacking.
o time da Stellar não ganha mais de
Chemtech's
uma
not bad for Los
vez.
either.
Mas
It's not
eles
amazing,
ganham
but
esse jogo
the bigger
aí,
problem is that they're about to
questão
take
do split
Chemtech
do
and then you got a
Zekas.
5-minute timer for
Na mão
Elder.
dele.
And you cannot catch back up the 7,500 gold in 5 minutes. It's not possible.
Esses 4 jogadores, porque a composição ficou entre
It's just not
vai pra
possible.
frente entre defesa e ataque, eles não conseguem fazer nenhum nem outro. A equipe da Luz vai fazer o objetivo, vai fechar o stack de dragões.
Okay, Zekas
mas de
getting
novo,
one
vai
is
pagar
good.
com
Can he get
a
all
sua
three
base por isso.
in the
Porém, eles
time?
estão atacando na parte de baixo também, cara.
Tá, olha só, vamos lá. Caiu o primeiro inibidor. Esse segundo provavelmente vai cair também.
Oh, good dodge from Zekas.
O Netuno, o Super Kleber tocou lado nele.
Oh, he's dead to he's dead to Netuno. Yeah, he couldn't even do damage through the shield.
Garante
Oh,
esse
and Yuko
abate
gets
tão
caught.
importante pra não tomar pressão. Vai botar 2 pra dormir aqui, o Melchior saltitando, ele tenta se afastar. O problema é que o Super Kleber vem fechando.
MG just 1v2'd.
Por enquanto, o Melchior
I'm assuming
tá
that Thuza
vivo,
wasn't
mas tá
there.
indo pro outro lado
1v2.
do mapa.
Yeah,
Não,
this
já tá
is...
empenadaço isso daqui.
I mean, they
São
stalled the
dois
Baron out
tá,
phenomenally, and then as the Baron is expiring, they got caught.
Girando ali era porque ele tinha acabado
The
de
shy
pegar o
baited
selo.
everyone.
O jogo acabou
Acabou
aqui,
o
cara.
jogo.
Acabou o jogo. A equipe da Loz não perde mais essa partida.
Aqui a Loz vai avançando pelo meio do mapa. Encontraram uma partida favorável. Vão marcar seu
30
primeiro
seconds. This is
ponto na
holdable
série.
by
Não
Stella.
vão perder de 3-0. A galera
They need to
da
focus on
Stellar
minions, though.
começa a nascer pra tentar resistir. Melchior tá por ali. Vai tentar botar o pessoal pra dormir. O Aituza ainda
That's
não
not good for
ainda
Aituza.
é muito
He needs to be
forte.
threatening
O
the
problema é
ult,
que a Loz
not the
tá
dashing like
juntinha,
that.
avançando pra dentro da base. Já derrubou a primeira torre.
And they need to
E a
focus on
segunda
minions.
vem logo
Yeah,
na
there you
sequência,
go.
Grutar.
If
O
they just
Zé
clear the
vai
minions, they're
voltar,
fine.
o Zekas
They can use
também,
Face Shield to
a equipe
even,
da
like,
Loz
stop
vai
minions.
batendo em retirada. É
Oh.
TP atrás, mas é uma Nidali fazendo flanco, cara.
What is this? What is this Nidalee flank supposed to do?
É isso que
Ele
ela vai
tá
conseguir
muito
fazer.
forte, mas foi engajado, sangueou em cima dele. Ele foi obrigado a usar o flash. pra
That's like the
afastar.
least menacing
Se
TP flank I've seen.
fica atordoado. Lá vem o
I've seen
Bob,
scarier 80
vai
carries
jogar
flank with
pro
TP.
cavalo, e o Aituza não
Oh,
consegue
MG just
jogar, não
ripped
consegue
Aituza a new
ligar
one.
luz. Veio finalmente pro jogo.
Yeah, MG for MVP. Undoubtedly, man. 9-0 into this game. Damn.
Garante
The Tuno did really well as well, but MG is the one who's just ripping them apart.
e vem pra fazer seu ponto na série.
Okay, the Akali pick
Agora a
really
equipe da
worked out.
Loz
The skill check was
consegue o
real.
seu primeiro ponto e não tinha mais
I wonder if
como
this is a reverse
vai
sweep.
brigar.
I hope not.
Draft muito arriscado. A Loz não tem nada com isso. Se
Stella was
segurou
doing
e
really
vai
well up to this game.
inaugurar
I
o
think you
seu
just
placar.
need to not
É só
pick
bater
like
no
a...
Nexus e garantiu o GG.
I know they pulled off the Yorick last game, but I think they kind of got lucky with the Yorick last game. Because of the Jinx being able to outrange everything and no dive threat, they could afford to go Yorick. But Nidalee this early in the draft was... It was a risk which did not work out, unfortunately.
Eu senti que a Stellar se afobou em determinado momento. Porque
And
eles
we get ourselves a
estavam fazendo
series.
uma boa partida, o
Y'all
Zé
called it early,
metendo o pé
but
pra
y'all called it
dentro,
right.
E eles jogaram muito bem o 4. Enquanto isso,
I was still thinking Stella could come
Stellar
back, but
quis
a
enfrentar
loss.
muito com esse 4 e acabou cedendo
They
várias
did not seem to
eliminações.
understand their win
Foi
conditions.
fortificando um time que
And
tinha
they
um
just
time
entered
muito forte,
repeatedly.
como era o da Luz.
Sim, e é por isso que o split push a gente não vê tanto também. Porque fatalmente o jogo vai chegar para uma fight, para um momento de fight, para um momento de briga. E se o seu 4 ou o
that
resto da
said,
galera não está ou
it's about
forte
time
o
for me to
suficiente,
go get
ou
more water
independente o
and use
suficiente,
the washroom. So,
a tendência é que você perca. A gente viu.
actually, no,
exatamente
I want to see the
o que
post-game
aconteceu
damage
nesse
numbers first, and then I'll go
jogo. A equipe
take
da
my
Stellar não
bio
ganhou uma
break.
fight, pô. Não briga.
Since we
eles
actually
não
have ourselves a
ganharam nenhuma.
series.
Não, se eu não me engano, foi 14-5 em abates. Então foram só algumas eliminações bem pontuais mesmo ao longo do jogo.
Mas eu sinto que eles se embananaram. Por exemplo, nessa jogada aí, eles não precisavam ir até o fim nessa jogada. Se eles abrem ali o ultimate, ganham um pouquinho de tempo, recua, vaza dali, o Zekas fazia o
isso.
serviço. Porque era o que o Zekas estava fazendo.
Mas
O problema é que foi mal
Cara,
jogado o 4.
eu acho que eles não tinham como... É porque mesmo eles não jogando all-in, o outro time joga all-in. Então, mesmo que eles tentem sair, pô, é uma Kali, é uma Kai'Sa, um Kong. Eles vão perseguir, vão manter a pressão
Exato.
o tempo inteiro. O problema pra mim é que eles é que estavam agredindo, quando eles tinham que estar defendendo. Eles sempre estavam se botando na postura de como se como eles fossem o time que precisava engajar. E eles nunca foram o time que precisava engajar.
Essa composição da Lois tinha um engage que a gente falou que a anterior não tinha. Então fica muito mais fácil pra eles fazer essas jogadas, né?
O ideal é você ter uma composição muito mais voltada para kiteback nesse 4, para você absorver essa pressão, limpar rápido as ondas de minions e não deixar o time avançar. seria perfeito para eles, né, se tivessem uma composição nesse sentido de atrasar o adversário, mas não foi o caso. A gente tá vendo aí uma partida que teve quase 32 minutos. O time da Stelai dominou ali boa parte do jogo, mas eram sempre uma vantagem muito pequena, ó, chegou a 2.000 de ouro, e aí quando o time da Loz realmente passou à frente, eles estavam muito mais fortes, e com o Ornn do late game, né, melhorando também os itens dos seus aliados.
Tem mais uma parada, a gente falou no jogo anterior que a Stelai tinha vencido, mas tinha dado mole em alguns pontos. Eu sinto que eles deram mole de novo nos mesmos pontos nesse jogo, só que a composição em que a Loz tinha mais agência, tinha mais possibilidade de responder.
I am muted, Ray. Dang, Navid. Good call. Thank you for spelling that out.
Olha, o time da Stelai escolheu o lado azul.
I forgot. I was about to go for a bio break, so I muted, and then I decided I want to see the post game first. And I forgot to unmute. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I was just saying it's such a waste. They wasted the Yone and the Lilia on this draft. But at least there's still a lot of meta champions still available for both these teams. So I don't... Game 4 shouldn't see any weird whack picks yet. Like, AD carry still has Senna, Ezreal, Smolder even potentially. Your jungle is like Skarner, Maokai is still there. I know top lane Gwen's permaban, but Jace is available, so... Yeah. Again, still lots of picks available for both these teams. I don't think Game 4 gets weird and wacky. Probably be Game 5. Okay, that said, I am going to remute again. To grab water and use washroom. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Hello, Orbital. You came in while I was away on break. Joe, and we get ourselves an actual series, if you're still here. Yeah. Finally not a clean sweep. 2-1, so we get ourselves a game 4. Which is kind of hype. How have you been doing, Orbital? What have you been up to? Weren't you streaming earlier? Or no, that was last night. Never mind. I'm confusing my times. I'm losing my sanity. Yeah. We gotta go. You're gonna send me some tough on Discord. Oh dear. That doesn't sound good. Oh. You only took like 2 pictures of the land? Damn, that's really unfortunate. Ah, man. I don't know, next time I might get like bring my sister down and take pictures of me or something for LAN. That's really unfortunate. I like the setup though, that we had to LAN, at least. I think Vincent and Paul did a wonderful job with the setup in that area. Is what it is, I guess. Also, Ray, I just saw what you posted in the Discord. That's crazy. Kaboom's letting go their team too? I guess, yeah, I don't know what's going on after Split 2 this year. There's like lots of rebuilds going around everywhere, it feels like. You're gonna rebuild around Herd and Wiz, I guess. That makes sense. I don't know what's going on with House. House is not performing up to standard. Their bot lane was really good at the beginning last year too. Skuro? I thought he was doing well initially, but yeah. Certainly kind of fell out of favor. So, bro, you casting again today? Busy as always, Mr. Iron Man caster? Or are you streaming more Expedition 33? Hey. You're opening up your week? Shock horror. Are you actually taking a break though? Yeah. Open up my week. I'm just working 3 days a week instead of, 7 days a week. That's all.
E estamos de volta para esse jogo 4 entre Stellar e Loz. O time da Stellar está ganhando por 2-1. A Loz estava naquela situação complicada, perdendo de 2-0. E nessa última partida conseguiu uma grande virada e temos 2-1 na série. Agora a busca da Loz é empatar a série e levar tudo pro jogo 5. E quem sabe aí conseguir um reverse sweep no circuitão. Seria mágico, né, minha dupla?
Seria incrível, o lance é ver se o trator da Estelar perdeu o embalo, Colossus.
Se acabou o diesel, né?
Porque se o trator perdeu o embalo, não atropela mais ninguém, cara.
Se acabou o diesel do trator ou não. Mas a parada, cara, é que assim...
Oh, I'm muted again? Why am I muted? Okay, that was probably what I did.
No Brasil, passando de 3
Dang, nabbit. Okay.
Seria a primeira série que a gente
Yeah, no, it looks like it's opening fine on my end with just the regular photos. But that said, like that picture, man, what an unfortunate timing on that picture, bro. Like seriously. I don't know who took the picture. It wasn't Rachel, right? Because Rachel was taking video. Somebody else had the photo, the telescopic lens thing. I don't know who took the pictures, but that was a highly unfortunate picture. That one probably could have just been deleted. Nobody needed to see that. NASCAR guy? Okay. Yeah, you see, Lunar, that's fair to call me really muted caster right there, because I was muted again. Damn it. Okay, I didn't quite catch that in time.
Tomar pressão gigante no bot. Ashe Serafine, pô, não tem como.
Ashe and Renekton,
eu gostei da ideia do TK.
I need that, and I need a thicker brush.
Um pouquinho aqui em off antes, que teria sido interessante um Gragas para essa composição da Estelar, e assim você explita na hora
Why is it black, bro?
O Gragas
Marker is not the right thing. Brush?
O knock do restante do time, assim você vira nele, abate
okay, this is driving me borderline nuts right now.
Mas eles vieram com o TK para pelo menos salvar.
I'm just trying to show that these two are... Why is the opacity...
Esse knock, galera, veio num momento muito bom, porque a gente não tem mais alguns kits que poderiam ser muito bons contra ele. A gente não tem mais o Victor, a gente não tem mais a Thalia, que são aqueles campeões ali do mid que tem...
Yeah, that's right. I forget that I deserve to be called out on that. That is 100% fair. Okay, let's talk drops for a second, because Stella has opted for blue side, which I think is fine for them. I think the counter pick for Stella has not been as important a deal. They get the Jace as we expected, right? Like Rumble, Jace, Gwen, those are sort of top 3 prio. And Gwen's permaban, Rumble's been played, so you take Jace first. The answer back with Ashe, Nocturne. Oh, they're going for global on Los. I don't hate it if you can execute it right. The front to back is not that good though. You're functioning more as a pick comp with these picks. Though I do like the Seraphine. I think Seraphine's a great champion for disengage right now. Stella don't have the best engage either. They've got good poke. They've got... Nah, they have some poke. Jason, Corki. Yeah, front to back's really good. I fear that Stella doesn't have good engage though. I think if Stella can fight front to back, it'll be really, really good. I do like the Tom Kench as an answer to the Nocturne though. Goes in, just swallow, devour whoever he's jumping on. That's fine, that's good. I just want to drop by and say hi. I'm going to finish up what we're chatting. Okay. And after the stream, Orbital, I'll get the photos and I'll save them as JPEG files and send them back to you so that you can open them as well, so you can see the pictures. Maybe minus the one that I accidentally opened in stream, because that was ugly AF. So you don't need that picture. Yeah. We'll talk soon. Sounds good, sounds good. Okay. Yeah. Stella's calm. I do like this though. I think it's a really easy to execute front to back, really good split damage. You've got tanky bodies as well that can play well. I'll give them a 3.5 out of 5. I'm not going to give them a 4 because they have no engage in this comp. Is that the cringiest comp ever? They just want to win at 40 minutes with 2 kills total. The game up to that point. Yeah, kind of. They have early game. Like, Jay should win his lane. Orky, we've seen kind of be able to win lanes before. If anything, I think the reason why they're super cringy is also kind of what Lowe's drafted makes this really cringy for Stella. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing for Lowe's. I think Lowe's did the right thing. But yeah, I think Stella not having engage is definitely going to come back to bite them, especially when there's Seraphine, Ashe, Nocturne on the other side. Lowe's, this game is a bit more interesting for me for Lowe's because if it comes to straight up front to back, Lowe's is going to lose. It's a little bit tough for the Nocturne as well because of the Tom Kench. But the idea that you can kind of get the shockwave off before Tom Kench gets the Devour off, I think is critical. This combo and the Ashe is what I'm looking at. For Lowe's, if you can't win the fight or can't find the engage, just throw the engage, and then if it doesn't work, just disengage. You're fine. You've got tools to do that. So
que essa composição engaja?
I like
Como que a composição
Losa's
da Stellite
tools
chega?
better, and for that I give Losa 4 out of 5.
Na verdade não chega, né?
I think Losa are in a good position to win
Na
this game.
verdade não chega, eles vão jogar
A lot of it comes down to execution, and specifically the mental of Stella. If Stella plays like they did last game, they're gonna lose. Like, this comp is really good at punishing.
Você pode fazer isso com o Nock, que tem a
So
Ornella
Stella
também,
needs
você
to
pode
clean
fazer
up whatever the hell
isso
happened in
com
Game
Ashe,
3 and go
você
back to
pode
like
fazer
Game 1
Então,
mentality.
eles também-
Game
Exato,
1 looked
eles
really,
têm
really good from
muitas
them.
formas de lutar.
Game
Depois
2
que
looked
essa
good,
composição
but
da Luz, de fato, me
also
agrada
in Game
muito
2
mais
with the
do que a
draft they
composição
had,
da Stellite.
they can
Mas
play
não chega,
aggro
o time da Luz
with the
já
leads
foi
they got.
buscar um jogo e vem pra quem sabe
Like, they can
leva
afford to
tudo
try and
pro
force
jogo
fights because they had the better
mais
fight.
calmo.
This
Esse
game, you don't get to do that. So you got to go back to Game 1
Tamo no quarto
mentality,
jogo,
which is
por
like,
enquanto, a Stellite vai
we're
liderando a
kinda
série,
close.
Fizeram 2 pontos, venceram a primeira e a segunda partida.
have to be a bit more respectful, but we
Tavam
need to
numa
be
posição
proactive, and
ok
we need
pra
to
terceira,
try and
mas a Luz
out-tempo the other
consegue
side.
uma vitória
Yeah.
importantíssima.
I like Losa's comp a
Que
lot more.
traz a gente para esse quarto confronto. Lembrando que aqui é uma série melhor de 5, é uma série eliminatória. Quem perder tá
So let's
fora.
see how this
Quem
rolls.
vencer joga amanhã. A gente tem uma super semana aqui no Circuitão rolando. A Cade tá esperando o time que vencer aqui, que vencer essa série, para jogar amanhã e ver quem é que participa da grande final na próxima segunda-feira contra o time da Red.
Devidamente abençoados pela capivara.
I don't think Stella has
Agora
shown
sim,
anything too
seja
crazy either.
bem-vindo em
So
São
going to
Breslin.
tomorrow against Cade,
Vamos começar
if
essa
Stella win today, I
próxima
think
partida
they'll
aqui,
still be fine.
em
Losa, I think, has shown a bit more of their hand.
eu tô
So Cade will know now
sentindo
to prep
mais
for
firmeza nesse-
the Nocturne
nesse
Ori
draft da
combo,
Luz
the Seraphine
dessa
as well,
vez.
which we've seen
Eu acho que é o
some
primeiro
teams
jogo
play,
da
but not
série
every
que eu
team plays
vejo
it.
uma clara, draft claramente mais direcionado para um time.
I guess the
do que
Tom
pro
is a
outro.
bit of a
E eu
pocket,
queria
but
destacar esse tanquente de livro de
Yeah.
feitiços. Eu sei que o livro de feitiços...
Eu sou fã. Eu sou fã do livro de
Aqui
feitiços.
eu sou muito hater. Nessa situação, eu sou muito hater, porque... Pensa comigo, Colossus, você
Stella
tem
adapts and
muito
evolves in
dano
real time.
acumulado. O
They really
tanque
do feel like it,
ele
though.
deve tá
Like,
aí
genuinely,
pra
like, one
salvar
week,
o
the next week they come in, they
Carry,
feel
mas
like
se for
a
eliminado
completely different
muito
team.
rápido,
Não salva
por
ninguém,
não
né?
ter
I don't know if they can do it
one
between
shot,
days, though.
ele fica numa situação
Like, today and
complicada.
tomorrow is
Ele
gonna be
vai
really, really
engajar
tight.
em quem? Ele
Oh,
não tem
speaking of,
tanta
like,
Cade.
the
A
scheduling, I know
forma
last
de
week,
jogar
Ray, we were
vai ser
talking about the
bem
fact, like,
ruim,
that
porque
I personally prefer
é um
having
tanque
finals on a
líder
different
com
day,
dois campeões
so that
virgens.
the
Então,
upper
assim,
side
eu
gets
acho
the,
que foi bem arriscado.
so that both
Mas
teams get to
o time
prepare,
da
and you
Stellite, né, vamos ver
prefer,
quais são
like,
os
the
planos que
back-to-back,
eles têm pra
so that the upper
esse
team gets an
tanquete de
advantage.
cavalo.
Aí eu vou
In
no-
CD,
vou num contra-argumento
it's going to
aqui.
be next Monday, so they have enough time to prepare.
O-
But
o
up in
TK
LTA South,
sempre foi
it's going to
isso,
be
sempre
lower finals
nessa
on
situação,
next Saturday, so not
contra
this
uma Ashe do
weekend,
outro
but
lado,
next weekend.
ele vai ser um pique arriscado
And then
de
the
qualquer
finals will be the
jeito.
day
A
after.
Ashe
So
já
whoever
é
comes up from the
campeão de
lower bracket to
pressão.
play event in Spain,
A tendência é que
it's gonna have,
leve
like,
com
no time, basically, to
encantador,
do
né, com alguém para facilitar e
so you'll get
meio
your
que
preference in LTA South,
aumentar
surprisingly.
a possibilidade
Surprisingly. I
dela
thought they'd do that in
dominarem
CD
bem
and then
ser
give
gigante.
like the day off
Vai ele,
on,
ó.
or like the full week to prep in LTSL.
Fechando, dando os tiros,
But they did the opposite.
obviamente, nesse momento do jogo não tem o dano suficiente para poder detonar, mas já força o Netuno a tomar aquela poçãozinha.
Eu gostei como a bot lane da Stellite
All that
conseguiu
pokes
jogar
is
esse
just gonna get
level
healed up
1,
by
porque
Seraphine.
eles fizeram um bom domínio das moitas.
Tom
e
Kench is not
fizeram
engage
com
heavy
que
enough to be able to punish.
o Sang-1, por exemplo, ganhasse espaço e utilizasse essa sua vantagem de range para as trocas. Com isso, eles ganham a prioridade da rota. A bot lane da Luz
Cursor
precisa
off-screen.
recuar e respeitar esse level 2 que a bot lane adversária pegou antes e vai farmando na cautela. O bom é que os dois caçadores já
Wow,
estão
Settle
na
actually
parte de
cleansed that.
baixo.
Interesting.
E quem sabe daqui a pouco a gente veja os primeiros ganks.
I thought he already kind
primeiro
of
abate.
took most of the damage he was going to take anyways.
O Aituza tomou a esfera, é meio castigado, os caçadores estão aí disputando esse azul. Vamos ver
Hey,
como
Steiner
fica
wins
o
the smite
Steiner,
fight.
ele garante, então, o seu
That's a lot of
próprio
time wasted from
e era um
Yukio.
momento delicado,
Also,
porque
the
o
Maokai
Cavaleiro
invade,
tava
really?
puxando pra ajudar o Yukio.
E tal como nos
That
jogos
feels a little bit.
anteriores, o meu Kyo entrando na
EM.
selva inimiga, querendo encher a paciência.
Invading
do
on the
Shin.
utility support.
Ele tá querendo entrar na mente do China, né? A gente tá percebendo isso. O cavalo veio pra cima, mas o Celo quase não tem vida e tá chegando o China.
Tá aí o curar utilizado, o cavalo ficou pra trás, o Shiner vem fechando, mas não vai conseguir alcançar. Sang-1 só vai dando aquele prejuízo, aquela
Lot of poke damage
incorporação,
coming down.
vai ficar por isso mesmo. A gente filma um pouquinho a parte superior do mapa, onde a pressão é mais uma vez do Zeca.
O Sang-1 já gastou toda a mana dele também na parte de baixo do mapa. Não só ele, como o Netuno. Então, a tendência é que a equipe da Los perca um pouco mais daquela potência de pressão que eles tinham até aqui. O Steiner também tem que fazer essa transição para a parte de cima, porque
Yeah, Low seems to have
tá
woken up
tomando
after
um
last
bocado de
game.
pressão, o Super Clever lá.
They're
com
playing
partes
much more
certas, né? Então, ele que já fez
awake,
o
like,
Oranguejo da
they're
parte
they're
de
leaning
baixo,
better
vai
for
fazer o
one.
Oranguejo da parte de cima também.
Já que eles se encontraram aqui
MG is
ao mesmo
really
momento,
abusing
ele já
the
sabe
mid
que o
lane.
Melchior fez o mesmo
That's a
trajeto que ele,
13
né,
CS
terminando pra baixo,
differential.
e como ele tava
Yikes.
muito mais saudável e perdeu
Like,
menos
did you just
tempo,
miss
digamos
screw up the
assim,
lane or
ele
something?
já corta diretamente pra
Why
parte
is there such a
de
big
cima,
differential there?
fica então com esses dois aerogates, né, muita visão do time da Loz nesse
To be fair,
começo
MG
do
has
jogo,
been
e o
beating
Melchior
Aethusian
tá aí,
lane
né,
every
vai
single
fazer
game.
as suas galinhas e aquela sentinelazinha ainda não veio, né?
Topside
Ainda não
Zekis
veio,
is
mas
gapping
muito porque
super clever though.
é verdade, trocaram de lado. Até eu me confundi.
Both top laners
Acostumada, né,
TP.
o time da Luz o tempo
Mas não
todo
veio.
lado azul
Mas
ali.
tudo que ela falou é verdade, a sentinela
Tudo
não
bem.
tá ali.
Não tá lá ainda não.
Again, I'm
Ó, teve
not.
uma troca da bot lane,
Yeah, I
o time da
suspect
Luz
we're seeing the
mandou
lane swap to try and hide
isso,
Super
igual
Clever, to get him out of the abusive lane, I
muito
guess.
parecido nos jogos
But
anteriores,
I don't know. I
já
just
segue o
don't
Celo e o Cavalo também fechando por ali.
understand the
Sim, a
lane swap.
transição já foi feita.
Whatever.
Foi feito isso em todos os jogos também, né?
Aham.
Por parte da Loz.
Super
sempre
Renekton
eles fazem
OTP?
isso
Is
no
he?
momento
I think
que
of him more as
são
like a
jogados na
Rumble
parte de
Cannon
baixo,
player
bot
than
lane
Renekton.
Já tá na parte de cima,
Like,
já
if we're talking
tentando
Renekton OTPs, or
ganhar essa pressão
people who are really good at
do
Renekton, I
mana
actually
pra
think
manter a
more of
pressão aqui.
Robo
E a
on
gente fica
Renekton.
de olho na barra de experiência do
Like, Super Clever to me has always been
porque
Rumble in my
o
head.
Nocturne, ele realmente começa a aparecer no nível 6. Então até lá é power farm, é só indo de um lado pro outro. O fato dele ter conseguido ficar com os dois Iron Gates no começo foi muito bom, porque é um campo a mais que ele consegue fazer, né? Mais experiência que ele tira também do seu adversário. Ele tá à frente, né? Já tá nível 5, enquanto o Melchior precisa farmar ainda esse campo.
Are you feeling
pra poder,
particularly
aí
random
sim,
today?
pegar o seu próximo
Ooh,
nível.
Aethusa.
Veio aí o decreto do
Okay.
Imperador, mas
You got the flash
o
out.
MG tava atento, gasta o seu flash e sai do engage do Aethusa.
I think that's kind of worth it. You just have to be careful about Shockwave
então,
now.
se esse decreto pega, ia jogar o MG no colo do meu
Steener's going for this dragon. I like this. I feel like this is the first game we've seen Steener be the more proactive of the two junglers. Even last game, even though Steener was getting more objectives, Mukio was, I felt like, making the early moves. It's just that the choice of move that Mukio made was for ganks instead of
Era
objectives.
só uma marotagem por ali, né? Tenta o disparo, mas não consegue. Fica o dragão pro time da Luz.
O Aethusa tinha resetado, depois da tentativa de jogada ele resetou.
Whereas this time, like,
Com
Mukio
isso,
was
o
just
MG
farming. He was just
permaneceu na
not
parte
in
central,
position
botou um pouco mais
and
de
not thinking
pressão,
about
não
it,
tinha
nor was he
como
ganking.
contestar o dragão Estelar.
E olha, foi bom isso daqui pro time
That's
da
really
Luz,
good for Los.
porque o Steener já garante
Come on,
esse
Stella,
primeiro
don't choke.
objetivo e tem um bom tempo para que ele possa ir pro topside e quem sabe também contestar essas larvas. Então vamos ver como vai ser a movimentação, né? O Melchior já tá lá no topside, já tá muito mais preparado em relação disso. O Steener tá terminando de fazer os campos dele aqui de baixo, na esperança de já pegar esse nível 6. E aí sim, com esse quase
Okay, the swap seems to have helped Clever out, despite the fact that he only got there like half a wave before Zekis did.
Muito melhor pro time da Luz.
That CS gap
Bem
narrowed
rápido aí
massively.
o Steener, hein? Ele pode chegar, como a Lagolas falou, na briga dos Birubiru ali com esse nível 6. O Melchior aparentemente...
I wonder if this just becomes a farm game for Stella then.
Acho que não.
The fear that you had, Ray, might just come true.
Ele não vai pegar.
Where Stella just playing for 40 minutes and then
Não, ele vem pra kill.
Yeah.
Ele vem pra tentar pegar o Zeca, já usou a
Good
paranoia.
gank
O Zeca fica
from Steener.
travado,
I love this.
detonado.
Level 6 and use Paranoia immediately. Let's go. That's how global should be used.
Pra galera da Luz.
E a Estelar acabou
Fantastically
de botar os jogadores
played.
pra parte de baixo do
Zekis
mapa,
couldn't even
isso quer
find a good
dizer
angle to flash
que
out
eles vão
because of that.
perder a parte de cima
Point and
também.
click.
Então a tendência
Great.
é que as Vastilarvas fiquem pra equipe da Luz, que já tá um passo à frente, já resetou, já tá de novo ativa no mapa.
Pro time da Luz, muito
Why
melhor
orc,
agora.
Ray?
Eles também desfazem o swap.
That was a
então
good play.
volta pra cá pra rota inferior. Só que o Super Kleber consegue essa primeira kill, já volta muito
Our
melhor
shiny
identificado
person.
pelos Zekos. O Steener faz um primeiro...
Well, but how many times have we seen Nocturnes and Talias not gank or not use their ult to like level 9, level 10, right? Like,
E vamos ver se realmente
by that time, you
eles
could
vão
have ulted
querer
at level
ir pra
6
briga das larvas. Agora,
and probably had a second ult before you hit level 9, level 10. Like, that would have been your third ult.
eles têm ultimates importantes, né? Principalmente a do Melchior.
Yo, Dark Knight, you actually made it. We were just saying earlier that we wanted a series because you're not able to join us when it's always clean sweeps. Welcome, welcome. We are doing... I don't know, how are we doing, chat? How are we feeling about this? I have very mixed feelings right now. I want a series, but I also want Stella to win. So, the fact that Stella didn't 3-0 is good because we get a series, but not great because I'm worried they might throw.
Vai pegar na volta o Zekis.
O Zekis vem chegando inocente. Se ele der mais passinho pra frente, a
Oh,
situação
Zekis is a
vai
level
complicar.
behind.
Veio na marretada.
Ah, the
Vem
junglers.
cagado, ele tenta o flash, mas tá por ali o
That
Melchior.
Enchanted Crystal Arrow from the 2-0 might just have won this fight.
Or
Or
those
those Grandes.
Grandes.
Oh! That arrow was so good. I want to replay on the arrow.
E é mais uma pro Steiner, mais
Was it blind
uma nessa
too? I think it was
movimentação dele
blind.
aqui na parte superior do mapa. Ficou todo
So wins
lado,
game by
matou
picking
ele no meio do
Singed?
caminho, não
Hell
conseguiu
no.
chegar a tempo de auxiliar.
Conseguiu mandar muito bem o time.
They don't
da
have a
Lost
Singed
agora,
player.
então 2v2 que tá cada
Surely
vez mais
Zekis wouldn't do
forte.
that.
Essa
Activity does not strike me as the
fugas
whimsical
do Steiner.
mid laner.
Então é o Nocturne também se fortalecendo. O
There's no
Zetas
Swedish fish in
se
Canada,
esforçando
dinner.
pra-
We
porque ele
established
sabia
that from
que
Google.
tinha o Melchior perto dele. Só que o problema é que nesse ponto o Maokai
No, like I
não
said, I
tem
wouldn't mind
tanto
giving it a try,
dano
even
e
if
nem
it's incoming
consegue
and not the
tancar
actual
tanto
like
assim.
some
Então,
strong thing.
o 2v2 do time da Los é muito melhor.
They're not
Eles
replaying
se
it?
deram
Really?
bem e saíram aí com o segundo
surprised.
abate no jogo. Estão a 1 das proezas de guerrilha.
I thought that fight was kind of critical. Like, Los needed to find themselves an advantage somewhere.
Mas ele podia se posicionar e pegar outro abate. Com isso, 2-0 a favor do time da Los, que vai levando um jogo com uma vantagem bem legal, Colossus.
Yeah, that was my big concern when I saw the draft, is that Los have a lot of global tools to try and find picks. And I thought Mewtwo would be a lot more aggressive than he has been. He's been very passive this game so far. And you can't afford to do that against a team with that many globals. If you just kind of sit in split lanes and you're just being reactive, they just always get first push or first play. I don't hate Kai'Sa. And I like Peaches.
É, ele de fato tá conseguindo jogar muito bem.
Can Peaches are
Ele
wonderful.
apareceu já 2 vezes, conseguiu uma kill e uma assistência, né? Deu uma tranquilidade
Well, but
maior
the thing is,
pro
Maokai
time
actually
também.
ganks really
Eu acho que
well,
das-
right? Like, he's got a
das
point and
três
click
rodas
gank.
é o que mais tá sofrendo
I
no
expect to see
começo.
Maokai gank
Jace
P6, and even at
sempre
6,
campeão
like, he's
com
still
bola,
got really
com
good
mais
ganks too.
pressão. O Zekas
Especially
também
into
tá
lanes.
muito bom, fazendo ótimas partidas,
He can
com
only
ótimas
safely
fases de
gank
roda.
Jace.
E aí ele tira um pouco essa pressão topside, você deixa o Jace muito mais lento.
Kind
Agora
of?
o time da Stellar tem
I mean, if
duas
you
lágrimas
went
verdadeiras
tank
pra
instead of
destacar
this stupid
as
Leandri's
partidas,
build that
uma
people keep
do
trying to
lado
go,
da Luz, com o
I think you could have
e
ganked
esse
any lane.
tempo que eles vão ganhando
Maybe,
vai
yeah,
ser
maybe not bot lane.
precioso
Bot lane's a bit
também
tough, to be
pra
fair.
destacar um pouquinho mais dessa-
But mid lane is
desse
gankable,
build,
especially if you can.
em alguns objetivos.
Like, Tusa burnt MG's flash earlier, and there was just no gank into the mid lane.
Também é iniciado.
Like,
Eles
to me, that just
já
feels
vão
bad.
garantindo esse dragão, e se eles querem acelerar o jogo, trazer o jogo de uma
Okay, only
maneira
ganks
mais
decent
rápida
post
pra
6. He's a
evitar o
counter ganker.
crescimento da Stellar e da composição que eles
Yes
têm,
and no.
esse
Like,
segundo dragão é muito
he is
importante.
better as a counter ganker, yes. But 3-6 among junglers, his ganks are not bad either. If he can twist it advance in. So that's why I say like bot lane's kind of tough, to be fair, because they're double ranged and both with a lot of ways to slow you down. But Orianna, for example, doesn't have a great way. She throws like the ball at you, and if she already used command move or command dissonance, then she can't stop the gank from coming in. With the Azir as well, it's you can set up. Topside was very gankable, as you all call already. So like, he could have ganked top, but he kind of didn't. He was looking for the top gank, but it was kind of late for that. Like, Steener's already gotten a gank, 2 ganks off, and then 2 no great arrow to stop that one. But 1 gank? Walking at someone is a viable gank strategy. Trundle does it. Xinjiao does it. Oh. That shockwave did 30 things. Another beautiful cross map arrow from Netuno. Okay. Netuno is just him this game, apparently.
E tal como antes veio a flecha do Netuno parando
Discord can stay safe on his own, maybe having
Stellar
TK
e
join along.
impossibilitando
Potentially.
eles
I
de continuarem
don't know if Celo can hold against both of them, but I would be willing. I would have been more okay. Like, I was down to see Cavallo at least try. You know, like Stella. Yeah.
É, e ele que tava numa situação complicada depois dos ganks.
So no, it's Maokai has W.
Steiner,
Again,
ele
if you can
também
get in range at
depois
all, and
de toda essa movimentação,
yeah,
leva
like,
uma
I'm not asking to
barricada.
brute force a
Agora
lane
ele tá
gank
numa
from
situação mais confortável, já fecha
behind
seu
turret.
primeiro
Like, come through
kill.
river.
O Aituza também
It's
vai
doable.
levando barricadas.
Super
Já
Clever was
o
also pushed up at
primeiro item
times.
tá se fortalecendo, né? Tá praticamente ali
Especially in the bot
igual
lane.
em
Super Clever has
relação
been
a farm com o
somehow
MG.
after the lane swap. Super
E
Clever
as
has been
trocas vão acontecendo,
getting
só que o time
prio
da Lost
for
tá
some
numa
odd reason.
vantagem muito boa nesse momento, né? Muito
I think it was
considerável.
item
São quase
decent.
2k de ouro em 13 minutos.
So is Twisted
E tem
Advance.
mais
Twisted Advance is also a range
consegue
ability.
levar algumas barricadas.
Uma vantagem expressiva aí do time da Lois, que vai se movimentando muito bem.
Yeah, now the problem for Cell is that they're firmly on the back foot, and I think they just sit back and scale now.
Conseguir as proezas, porque eles já têm a guerrilha e tem aí 2 dragões, então mais um objetivo neutro arauto, por exemplo, que eles podem fazer daqui a 1 minuto e 20. Eles garantem as botas com o aprimoramento.
Sim.
Twisted Advance. The range for Twisted Advance is 525. It is very ranged.
Nessa rota defendendo. O Aituza, como fez attack speed primeiro, né? O Nashor vai dar essa possibilidade para ele derrubar a onda de minions muito rápido e de
Jace
fato
was still
agredir
top.
a
Most
torre.
super
E pela primeira
was
vez na série,
pre-laning.
a gente vê a Luz com
Was it?
menos de...
I thought
desculpa, com a
Zekas
Stellai,
TP'd
né?
shortly after. I think he
Com
only
menos de
fell like
500
half a weight
de ouro,
behind on
menos
that
de 600 de
on that
ouro
swap.
nessa fase inicial das barricadas. Até aqui
I
tinha
don't know.
sido
I have to go back and double
esculacho do Stellai no early game.
O time da Luz conseguiu...
Yeah, I mean both top
segurar
laners blue TP
o
around the same time for the
Wynn
lane
tá
swap
aqui, só que ele
that
tá
came
junto
through.
com o Melchior. Todo
So I
time
thought he
da
only dropped to
Stellai
a
tá
half
se
wave.
movimentando
Again,
para
I could be
esse
wrong on that.
topside. Lá embaixo, o Zekas e
That
o
wasn't my
Superclever
focus
não têm
at the time.
teleporte, então provavelmente não vão participar da briga desse arauto.
Probably
E
shouldn't be my
ele
focus
vai
now
nascer
either,
em
but
menos de 30 segundos. Então é
I'm just
muito
looking at Stella going like,
toda
hey,
essa
like do something.
movimentação por aqui. Vem o
Oh,
Aituza!
nice.
Vai conseguir.
That was really nice.
Secreto MG foi jogado no colo.
And
E
they
ele
burnt out the...
neutralizado.
That's the third time the Tunos landed
Aituza
across
na jogada, garante
map,
o abate.
Enchanted
É
Crystal
mais
in this
um
top
time
lane
da Stellai.
specifically.
O cavalo vai muito fundo, vai muito longe. Porque o Celo também tá aqui. Vai perseguindo o Sangueon. Do outro lado, o
Oh.
Steiner tenta limpar
Steiner
o
could be in
mesmo.
trouble.
O problema é que a cor caiu.
Yeah, really
E
well
a
played.
galera da Stellai
There we
vai
go.
pra
That's what Stella needed to do.
eliminação. É uma
Okay.
neutralização
By the way,
do
I should say,
Aituza.
because I think only Ray was in chat when I said this first time. Guys, this is a co-stream and it's not a broadcast. I am being biased. I do like Stella and I want Stella to win. So, as much as I will laud Los for the good plays, please be aware I'm going to be quite biased and want Stella to win.
Galera, o ouro que tava muito bom pro time da Luz acaba de virar.
Oh, that was
E aí a gente
gorgeous,
tem
though.
o Tchovituza entrando em
That's
ação.
really good for Aituza.
Belíssimo
I was getting a little bit
flash
concerned because Aituza
ultimate,
last game was a bit
pesca
passive
o
in the
MG,
early
tava
game.
bem perto ali da sua
Whereas game
torre.
1, game
E como
2,
ele fechou
he was
dessa
aggressive,
primeiro,
which I think is
observa como
what
eles vêm
has
pra
made
fazer
Stella
dive,
look
focando muito
so much
mais
better in the
na torre,
playoffs.
na derrubada da estrutura,
Yeah, Steiner was kind of dead to
depois
rights.
ir pra
You
cima
had
do
one
time.
opportunity to flash over that wall, and it's kind of iffy. I actually don't know if he was in range to make it over. I think if he goes this direction, he makes it over. But he was probably still dead no matter what. I love how Sanghyun just dipped. Just like, yeah, peace, no, I'm out. I've got Encore, I don't care. Red side minion caster wants all the good teams out. What are you talking about?
E ó, a primeira torre do jogo foi
You think Los is a good team now, huh, Lunar? No? I've always thought Los was a good team, but I think Stella is improving faster. So I think Stella would give a better fight against the academy teams. Chovituza, according to broadcast. We're just choving everybody now, aren't we? We had was it Chovithar in game 1 when Red was playing against VKS. To be fair, the silence from Grafthar was clean. Everything after that, we don't talk about. But that one game was clean. Los ain't beating us, just that's for sure. Yeah, that is fair and very true. Chovy loses best of 5. Okay, can Mewtwo take this? He takes it! Mewtwo is him! And now with Steiner dead, they don't care. They don't need Cavallo to stay back. Cavallo can engage. Let's go! Stella doing things. Sanghyun's dead. You don't get away, Sanghyun. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. Ah! Mewtwo with the KS! Brother should have given it to Zekas, but it's okay. It's okay. He went AP. He needs gold, right? He's the carry, right? That's how this works. There's the Stella we've been waiting for. But actually, for real, I kind of want to... I hope they replay it, because the start of that fight was kind of weird. I didn't think Stella was going to run over Los Grandes like that. Okay, let me just check map state. Yeah, Zekas isn't even here when this kicks off. Oh, Encore whiffed. Oh, Cavallo. Cavallo devouring Aituza there was actually huge. Because that's a lot of the big ultimates. Like, all the ultimates were down from that. And that's what allowed... Oh, that was so good. Okay, Cavallo was a goat. He's a catfish goat. Yeah, they just had no ultimates available. Damn. Yeah, they just didn't have enough left. And great exhaust too. Again, Cavallo with the exhaust.
E o burst no restante da Estelar
Ball's
é o
insane.
suficiente pra limpar o time da Loz, que agora tá numa situação complicada. Começou muito bem
After
o jogo,
Loz
tomou
lose,
a
do we
virada
see
e
red
vem mais
Latino?
luta.
A Tusa tomou
hold up.
engage, só que as correntes da natureza tá
Okay,
atrás,
this is a
aí
desperation play
fala
from
o
Cena. I don't like
Não
that.
tem mais vantagem, não tem mais pressão, ele é
Like
eliminado.
we're not that
Vira
desperate
o
yet,
jogo
guys.
total, esse arauto dá as
Just
voltas
randomly
pro
inting
time
like
da
this.
Estelar,
Now
que
this
vem
is
ganhando mais
that's
uma
what makes you
vantagem.
desperate.
Tava pra falar o que eu vou falar agora.
You can give
Falta
up a
pra
Herald,
equipe
you can
da
fight it
Loz
off. There was no need to do
conseguir
that,
ler
Sheena.
a
Chill.
intenção do time
Chill.
oponente, tal como a Estelar lê a Loz. Porque tudo que a Loz tá tentando nesse jogo,
I think Loz is a little
tudo que a
bit
Loz tá
tilted.
tentando, a Estelar tá pronta, tá lendo, tá na
Do we
posição
see
e
red
tá
Natuno?
respondendo. Essa
I don't
jogada,
think
pô,
so,
ilustra isso
Dark Knight.
perfeitamente, que o Chile foi
Natuno
seco
this
na
year
sabia
has
pra
not
onde tinha que
looked
ir.
that
Ele só deu
stable or
driftzinho,
good.
entregou e falou assim, olha só aqui,
Like he
rapaziada,
has
vem
good
visitar a
games,
gente.
but he also has bad games.
Tá escuro,
So-
mas ele tá aqui, pode acreditar.
Acredita em mim. Vem
I
aqui,
think
vamos
there
pegar
are
esse abate,
better-
não só esse abate, como também as nossas,
There are better
as
AD
nossas
carries
surpresas.
available right now.
Aí,
Like
já
I would
no jogo
rather take
parecia tá azedo pro time
for
da
Rid
Estelar,
especially,
tava
just
azedo.
take Usant and
Agora a
Rebello.
Loz tava numa boa,
They look like the
jogando
best 2v2
forte,
bot lane
o
right now.
crescendo, eles ganhando
I mean, they
bala,
freaking
agora
bodied
virou
Smalley
completamente. Uma jogada no
and
jogo,
Scamber.
essa jogada no dragão, e o time
Like,
da
Smalley's
Estelar com
good, bro.
vantagem
If you can body Smalley,
pra esse ponto do jogo.
oops,
É, e não-
sorry.
Vai sobrando
Ah, got it,
selva aí pro
Yeah, if you can body
mais uma vez
Smalley,
lá,
I take the ball then.
conseguem o roubo do Red, o Arauto
The
foi
Chovy
invocado e vai
Tusa meme
grudar.
comes from an IDZ when both him and G-Mago fighting from the lane spot, but I Tusa won.
Garante a cabeçada.
I Tusa Chovy
Tem
mode?
as
Ah,
lavas
okay.
pra poder dar pressão e
Oh,
derrubar
he's the
essa
OG
torre. Mais vantagem,
Chovy.
mais ouro pro time da Estelar.
Que não cessa esse avanço, ainda
Brazilian
vai ter um
Chovy,
atacando, tá?
Brazilian Faker. Why do we always do
Atacanzinho de
that?
drive-thru,
Dark Knight,
aceitos.
honestly, Red should just
Eu
promote their
aceito,
academy team.
mas o time da Loz
Ray
aceita
posted
também,
something
que
in
aceitar.
the community Discord saying that they've already signed Kaze.
Eles não têm posicionamento, não têm visão, tá tudo
So, they might just do
escuro
that.
pra eles nesse top side. E não tem o
I actually think they
poder
should. If you're going to give
receber
Doom
mais
a chance to
vantagem
start
do
this
time da
split, you might as well start
Então,
him
eles
next
vão
split.
tentar descontar,
And
quem
honestly,
sabe levando
Zinz,
essa
Usant,
torre,
and Rebel look
chegam
really
ali
good.
no
If
mid,
Red Academy
jogando um
win
pouco
tier
melhor
2,
o
then
mapa,
yeah.
não tem muito que eles
Hey,
possam
imagine if they
fazer
actually
pra
even. Oh no, they won't play IE till
esse
after split 3. I was
jogo.
gonna say if they beat
E
IE,
agora
hell yeah,
com
you want that
essa
roster.
derrubada
But
dessa torre, mas ainda
Yeah,
assim,
they
tá
can't.
numa situação
Yeah.
muito complicada.
No Dark Knight's
principalmente
doing your
pro
idea.
Ituzo, que é o cara que tá brilhando nesse jogo.
To
Tá
be
muito
fair, it was an idea that many of
perto
us
de fechar o Rabadon.
Cara, eu tô olhando os itens.
that did cross many of our minds.
O Aituza já tem dois, vai fazer
In Brazil,
um
we always do
rabadão
that,
muito
calling
grande.
yeah,
Tá estacando
or like
o Muramana ali no
Viper,
céu.
right? That's what they
O
call
jogo pra
CEO.
Estelar agora encaminhou
Da
demais,
Vibora.
Colossus.
Sim.
Tá numa situação muito boa.
We're seeing Chovy int and calling him
encaminhou,
Aitusa.
encaminhou muito a composição que a gente falava.
That's
era
funny.
um
Also, welcome back,
pouquinho
Arson.
mais esquisita, que não ia ter quem criasse a possibilidade. O Aituza
that
tá
is
criando
funny.
cada uma das das
I'm gonna be honest, with you, I get why people call him
Como
like,
não é
oh,
ele
like North
criando
American
ativamente,
Faker or
é
like
ele
Brazilian Faker or stuff like that.
respondendo
But
a
I kinda
Loz e
wish like we
trazendo
wouldn't,
o
because
Sinner pra
they're
ter um
not
time
Faker,
que
right?
seria
But they've
um
got their own good
balaço,
points.
Tá todo empenado.
E lá vem as raízes da
Oh,
natureza.
really nice from
Acabando
Zekas.
o time da Loz que começa a derreter.
Zekas is
Começa
really good at
a cair,
finding these
Luciano
angles to
não
go in
acerta
like
essa
1v3,
flecha.
1v4,
Por isso o TK
1v5.
faz o avanço, senhor. É explodido. O
Nice
foco
pop.
é a torre. E qualquer um da Loz que
Yeah, this is a
tiver no
really
meio
good catch from
do
Stella.
caminho.
By the way, this comp, I sit and drop. The engage is really bad on this comp. So the way Stella is forcing it actually just makes it that much better. On a comp with no engage, they find ways to make it
Só que o
work.
estrago foi feito.
And Sanghyun
Mais uma
Seraphine has not
neutralização
been
saiu, só que
finding the
dessa vez
on-course
é
he
a
needs
Loz que pega a
to
neutralização
stop this
em cima do
forced engagement
Aituza,
coming through.
mas não importa nada, porque dessa vez o Zekas se reuniu com o time bem no momento do spike da Muramana, dos dois itens da equipe da Stellai. Não veio só a Manamune do Zekas, veio também a do Celo. Então é o momento em que a Stellai, em que a composição deles fica online demais.
E é um momento em que pro time da Loz a situação já é muito delicada. Você tem o Renekton que já está muito atrás, você tem o Nocturne que começou muito bem, mas não teve sequência, vai ficando para trás também. Os outros jogadores do time da Stellai estão causando muito dano e agora a Seraphine parece de papel, a Ashe não consegue jogar também, né? Não tem espaço para jogar e o Super Kleber até tenta ganhar um pouco de tempo, até chega na backline, garante uma eliminação para cima do Aituza e a neutralização, mas não é o suficiente. Me preocupa agora por parte do time da Loz é que como é que eles vão virar esse jogo, sendo que eles não têm uma grande linha de frente para tancar todo esse dano e eles também não têm dano suficiente para eliminar esse time da Stellai.
Pegaram por ali o Jace, mas estava perto o cavalo, salvou o companheiro. Eles vêm agora para um re-engage. O Stinner usa o escudo, vai escapando no limite da honra.
Why is my mic? Okay, my mic is muted again. I don't know. Damn, nabbit. I don't know why my mic is muting. I broke something earlier, and now it keeps randomly muting my mic.
antes, a diferença de ouro é muito
I blame Orbital.
E agora o
When I
Circuito
downloaded the
vai
files he sent me.
vai diminuir um pouco essa diferença.
To be fair, it
mas
wasn't the
eles
files.
estão
I was trying to open the
dois
files and I
do outro
clicked
lado do
something and it
mapa,
broke
e é
something on
muito mais
my
ouro pro time
computer and
estelar.
I didn't have time to fix it. Whatever it
Meus
was. I don't know what broke,
amigos,
but whatever it is, probably messing with my mic.
Impressionante da Stellai, que conseguem em 2 jogadas ter a vantagem que eles estão aí agora.
So I don't know what y'all heard, but basically I was saying that, yeah, I don't take it seriously when we call people like Brazilian Faker or like Brazilian Viper or whatever, or I get CO is not Brazilian, but like LTA South or like South Viper or whatever. But it's more just that like if we call everybody Brazilian Faker, then it sort of loses its meaning to the rest of the world. So yeah, it's fine. It's whatever. It's like I'm not super upset about it. I just think it's overused.
É uma composição que fica muito fragilizada se
And I was saying, oh yeah, Canadian Sheppy. I am not Canadian Sheppy for one. Sheppy is that man is an amazing play-by-play. He brings the hype, and I have nowhere near as much hype. The closest I'd be is probably Canadian Legolas, but she looks a lot. She's a lot better looking than me. But I do think like her stats-based approach. Yeah, we used to joke about that in CB Law English. I'm basically her English-speaking counterpart. Yeah, you call her one figure. Yeah, same problem, right? Well, you doesn't because they have G2, right? So it's just G2 all the time. So there's only a couple of G2 players. Yeah, Caps is baby figure, exactly. And that's kind of it. Wow, that was a fast take. I underestimated the damage. I thought it'd take a bit longer. Yuki was going double AP, by the way. He's got the freaking Fiendish Codex, that's what it's called. Being built.
Do jeito que dá e a galera da Loja vai saindo, vai assistindo o time da Stellai avançar com o
I used to take it seriously when I said unironically, but yeah. Yeah, I don't, because North America also abused the term before in the past. So, like, Bjergsen was NA Faker, and then Hobelson was like supposed to be the next guy, and yeah, it just... Those ends are very emotional, so one weekend a player is Brazilian Faker, on the other they're Korean House. I like that, I like that. Korean House to me is funnier. Oh, ooh, that went through the uprights. Super Clever found a good flank angle. Nice sneaky shockwave from MG. It doesn't matter. They're too far. Down. Yeah, like I said, if Stella can somehow force the front to back, they win the front to back. I'm just very impressed that they forced the front to back that effectively. 3 times in a row. Los just can't find anything anymore. They're backing out, yeah. You have to be careful. If they over... Super Clever doesn't have Dominus, so the flank is not as scary, but... Good sapling. Zekas just came back and lost... Oh! Hey, yo! I was just laughing at Zekas losing a third of his health, and then Sanghyun lost his entire health bar. That's game. Let's go, Stella! They're doing the Cinderella run! They did it, 3-1. Let's go. The best timeline for Stella. It's not 3-0, but it's not stressing me out because it was still very Stella favorite. Incredibly well played. Incredibly well played. Chovy MVP? Do we give Chovy MVP? I mean, he was good, but I feel like Zekas and Mukio did... I kind of want to give it to Zekas personally. I don't know. Like, to be fair, I think everybody in Stella did a really good job as a whole. Like, there are moments this series, every single person stepped up. I guess for me, my biggest problem if I threw this, I just feel like Ituza lost a 1v1 almost every game. And I don't feel like he did... I mean, he got plays like this. That's true. That looks very nice. That was kind of sexy.
Essa primeira jogada foi uma das responsáveis por trazer o time da Stellai para a vantagem que eles tinham. Porque não foi só um abate, foram 2. Um em
Dark
cima
Knight, Cavallo,
do mid laner e o outro em cima do
Ray, Chovy.
Cara, e é importante a gente destacar...
Auction, if you're still around, cast a vote. Winner, if you're around, cast a vote.
do campeonato até agora. Então, ele tava mandando muito bem, ele tinha uma média de mortes
baixíssima. Thanks to Stella, the two biggest frauds of CDR eliminated. Now all you want is Stella to win against Cade. I was disappointed with Kid Academy too, they just got better later. Yeah, that's 2 for Ituzo, 1 for Cavallo, 1 for Zekas. And then the finals of Red versus Stella would be great.
Yeah,
I would love to see Stella win it all. That would be crazy. But to be fair, Kate Stars already did it last split, so less impressive. I forgot about that. And I don't think they beat Red. I think Red is... I would love to see that. I was actually just saying this morning, like when we started everything, that I want to see Zekas face Zins. That top lane matchup would be hella hype. Like Shino as he is right now, he was a little bit weaker than he used to be. So I think Zekas actually is going to run Shino as well. Yeah, Zekas ran a lot of the teams here. Wait, Arxen, who's your MVP for this series? Oh, I don't know if you watched the whole series. But Arxen, just pick an MVP. Right now, it looks like Aithu's in the lead. Zekas? Okay. 2 for Zekas, 2 for Aithuza, 1 for Cavallo. Let's see what the broadcast votes. They voted Mukyo the last 2 times Stella played. I am going to tilt if they vote Mukyo again. Like, Mukyo is good, guys. I agree. I think this game, especially game 4, he did borderline miracles finding engages. And he played AP Maokai, which I hate, but he won on it. But if he wins again, I'm tilted, man. Like, it's only game 4, bro. Like, Mukyo has been doing fantastic things. Like I said, don't get me wrong. I think he's good, but like he's won so many MVPs. Give it to somebody else, man. Oh wow. Los had a couple of good Nocturne ganks, and I don't know what happened. It just felt like they just couldn't find the angles. Well, okay, no, I shouldn't say I don't know what happened. I know what happened. Stella picked up the pace, and it felt like Los lost proactivity. Instead of trying to play around the windows that Stella gave them, they just kind of sat back a little bit, and then Stella just kept engaging on cooldown. You're changing for Arsenal. Oh, do I time out Arsenal?
A gente tá de olho aí no chaveamento aqui dos playoffs. Então,
there you go. I click on his name and then I time out. There we go.
Tá passando a limpo aqui na chave inferior. Eles chegam na final da chave.
No, I barely even time people out in the broadcast. Yeah, that Zekas damage was disgusting. I mean, yeah, it's partially inflated because he's also poke, but yeah, it was disgusting. Zekas did work, man. I chose Zekas. I chose Zekas. He picked True. The Nidalee was really bad. Wait, no, hold on. The Nidalee pick ended up being a problem, but that wasn't Zekas' fault, actually. No, I'm still here to Zekas. Because that was the entire team trolling him when he picked Nidalee. Like, he took all the inhibitors solo. Zekas hard carried that team in game 3. His team trolled him. Okay, just remember, guys, that the bracket was shown earlier. Everybody in here already knows. They'll be playing VKS Academy tomorrow. And then, so there are games tomorrow. I know usually it's Monday, Tuesday. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week. It's Super Week. Then next week, it's just Monday. And Monday will be the grand finals between winner of Kate Stars and Kate Stars Stella against Red Academy. So we wouldn't have a game 4 without Yuki. How that makes him a valuable player? Oh man. If anything, no, I blame. We also wouldn't have had a game 4 without Aithuza. Aithuza was also showing. They give it to Aithuza. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I think Aithuza. I personally didn't, because I felt like he was struggling in lane. So oftentimes he needed his team to carry him to the mid game. But come the mid game, he did perform pretty well. And I think he roamed well in the early game as well. Like, he was moving, and that was kind of critical. So that's fair. I'm fine with Aithuza. I'm fine with Zekas. I would have been fine with Cavallo as well. I think Cavallo's been robbed of MVP quite a few times. Like, if they gave it to Cavallo today, it would be more like, not so much for like just today's performance. I feel like that would be because of everything he's done before this and that he got robbed of. But yes. Okay, so yeah, that's it for today. Our games are done. We did get a clean sweep. I'm glad you could join us, Dark Knight. But yeah, tomorrow we have more games, and tomorrow's surely Kate Stars can stop Stella, right? Maybe. I kind of hope not, but we'll find out tomorrow. So see you all then. Have a good one. Thanks for dropping by. Peace. Bye.